And the one part that I did criticize Musa for was deleting that testimonial. I did not know he did that. Other than that, like, what in the video was that valid? What criticism do you think were valid in there? We can keep watching if you want to.
Sure. I there's not much left. I don't know. It seems pretty fair. It seems like he's worried that some of the advice that was given was like a little bit too specific.
The one part I didn't like was that he's saying that because I'm telling people how to clip up my streams and put it on TikTok, that means it's the only type of content that I'm promoting, and that's not true. Those things don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Okay. Do you? I can't speak. I haven't seen the program. Like,
well, what's your take? You've been how long is that video? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen the program. So he says that he feels like you talk about that a lot or too much or whatever, but maybe you don't talk about it too much. But I haven't seen like the other stuff that you talk about, so I can't really say.
Okay.
Right. I don't know.
I just turned on my stream. Chat, we're watching some guy talk about the creativity kit. This was a month ago, I think, when we first launched it. It was a one-time payment at the time, and now it's $50 a month. And since then, what we did to circumvent like people saying that there's not enough information in the creativity kit, we do 3 calls a week. I do it's 3 hours a week. We all do a networking call. I do Q&As. I bring on special guests. I brought on multimillionaires. We talk. And we've even found I got people jobs in the creativity kit. I got somebody an editing job. This guy, Steph, is cold. Another red pill guy that you wouldn't agree with, hopped in one of my streams. And then he hit me up asking for an editor. I went to the creativity kit, asked for an editor. And now he found a full-time guy. So it's a great place to network and develop the skills to make money online. But I feel like your sentiment here and overall like the blue pill ideology is that not everybody can get rich, and that not like that everybody in your chat right now, it's like instead of trying to improve, instead of trying to find a way to make more money, it's like they'd rather just like get in a chat and waste their time and not improve it all. Like, oh well, everything else is, these are crypto nerds. Like, why don't you try to make some money online instead of watching Destiny all day?
I mean, there are things you can do to like improve yourself, but like trying to learn how to make money online is probably one of the most worthless things you can do for someone.
That's such a dumb thing to say, because you spend hours online. Like you literally are a professional moneymaker online. Why would you say that it's a dumb way to make money when that's what you do?
Because my job is a 1 in a million job.
But there's so many ways to make money online. And you are an example of people who chronically spend all their time on the internet. That's not the only way to make money.
First of all, there's not that many ways to make money online. It's pretty hard.
There's so many ways to make money online.
It's a grind. It's very difficult to make a decent amount of money online. Like,
right. So, but you don't talk about the grind. You rather say like, go to college. I saw you on Adam 22. You're like, go to college.
Yeah, because college is a super reliable course.
College
to build
is a scam. College is a giant scam. Most of these majors are a waste of time now. You have to pay $50,000 a year to a lot of these schools. For what?
Why do you think people pay the money?
Because it's an illusion to make them feel like they're productive and they're doing something when in reality they don't know what they want to do. They're just in there taking up loans, and then they end up at 40 with a bunch of student debt.
All of societies, they don't end up with debt. They end up out earning people with high school degrees by about $1 million over the end of their lifetime. There's a reason why people pay so much for degrees. It's because they tend to
You're
pay
telling
for
me you don't
themselves.
know a lot of people in your generation that have to pay so much money off in student loans?
I know more people that went broke on crypto than I know people that wasted money on a STEM degree.
Okay, but why are you advocating for the grind of college, but not advocating for making money online?
Because college is a reliable path that if you get on the path and you put in the work, there's a guaranteed reward at the end. It's not a competition with other people.
College is a reliable path? What did you go to college?
Kind of.
Kind of? So you didn't even you dropped out and you're telling people to go to college?
Yeah, because I'm a 1 in a million. What I did was incredibly rare. Like, what do you mean? Like, not everybody can take the same path that I took.
Why are you not advocating? Like, if you know how to do it, why don't you try to tell people how to do it? You're not a 1 in a million. Like, do you think what you did is that difficult?
I was literally the first person in the world to quit their job and do streaming as a profession. Yeah, like I think that's a 1 in a 10 or 100 million or 1 in 9 billion. Yeah, like yeah, I think it's an incredibly rare thing. Like even on the Twitch platform, to be somebody that makes a living is like a 1 out of 100,000 thing. What are there, like 10 million streamers on Twitch or whatever? It's some absurdly high number.
So you have to grind to get it. There's a lot of people that...
It's not just grinding. No. College is a grind that you can grind on and get a career waiting for you at the end. Streaming is a lot of luck.
That's the fake promise, but a lot of these people just like figure out that they don't... Okay, they get a job at some office with a boss, with a pension, 5 days a week. Nobody wants to do that anymore. Nobody wants to be a slave to that. You don't want to be a slave to that. You do the complete opposite of a college degree, and you're telling people to go do it?
Because I'm like the glorious top of the top of the top. For most people that are trying to grind on online shit, they're doing like this weird esoteric research, constantly refreshing their fucking Amazon page or whatever shop they have to see that they've earned like another like $2.84 for the month. like praying to God that they managed to ship a few more things or get a few more clicks or whatever. Like, it's not glorious there. You think most of these people are like, yeah, bro, like I just checked my crypto earnings for the day, made another $2 grand, gonna go down, have a coffee, get on my MacBook and like see if I can make like another 400,000. Like, that's not most people. Most people on this online grind are like unemployed dudes, either in their mom's basement or at home with their girlfriend, like working part-time or full-time.
Because they hear advice from you. They hear advice that like, oh, I should go to college. I should give up my time. I should be slow and bored after 5 p.m. and not take any time to invest in myself. Most of the people who make money online, and I'm one of those people, are saying that it's a mindset shift. And if you start thinking like an entrepreneur, you can actually make money doing this thing. There's so many ways to make money online. I just got a full-time editing job from my creativity kit.
If
I
I
just hit
could
my
find
Discord. He works a full-time job now.
He didn't get it because he learned something. He got it because he got networked with you. That's
no,
different.
he learned how to edit, and he emailed Step is Cold. He was the best editor of the 5 people that he selected. You have to get good at editing. There's a lot of skills.
He didn't learn editing from your program.
He learned.
He got networked in your program.
Okay, but it's a combination of multiple things. You need
No, but I'm just saying he paid money to get into Discord and you ended up recommending him. But again, even that is a lucky thing. How many people were in your program that can edit? Like, even that was lucky.
Maybe he learned editing from a film school, from the traditional path like I did, learning how to edit up for a fucking TV show or a movie, and then instead he found out how to make money online from TikTok or from this algorithm from the new content space, figured out how to use his skill set, and then ended up in the right place at the right time and got a job.
If I were to talk to most entrepreneurs, I think the vast majority of them, if you're asking them what you should do, I think they would say you should go to college. That'd be my guess.
No, they don't say that. Drop out.
If I would have to find real entrepreneurs.
You're an entrepreneur and you dropped out.
No, but I'm an intelligent person. Online entrepreneurs don't count.
So do you think that your viewers are
most
dumber
of these
than you?
guys got lucky on crypto and they think they know anything about business? I'm sorry, but if you do crypto, you're not an entrepreneur. You don't know anything about business or employees or anything. You have no experience.
Do you think that your viewers
are
dumber than you?
Yeah. Do I think that my viewers are? It's not about dumb. It's not just a matter of how smart you are.
No,
I think it's a matter
of. Genuine question. Do you think you're smarter than your viewers?
Like, in what way? In what sense?
You said that you're an intelligent person. You're 1 in a million. Not everybody can do what you do. Do you think you're smarter?
When I say I'm 1 in a million and not everybody can do what I do, what I mean by that is that throughout my life, before I was 22, 21 years old, I developed a hyper-specific set of skills, and I wound up in a hyper-select moment in history where a hyper-select amount of technology was available at a time.
You got lucky?
A lot of it was, yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
If I was born 5 years earlier, I would be a full-time carpet cleaner for the rest of my life. And if I was born 5 years later, I would be a full-time carpet cleaner for the rest of my life.
Okay,
like,
but
the moment that I had...
My question, though.
What is your question?
Do you think you're smarter than your chat?
Maybe on average, but that's not relevant. There's people that are smarter than me that are poorer than me. There's people that are dumber than me that are richer than me.
I think that's the difference between my mentality and yours. Like, I don't think that I'm smarter than the people that watch my stream. I think that I'm capable of getting to a point that everybody watching me can get to if they apply themselves properly and if they see that there's a way out of the programming like you did. You dropped out of your carpet cleaning bullshit matrix job, and now you have the best job ever. You play video games all goddamn day, sit in here and yell.
You're
talking about politics. It's so fun.
But this is not the average job in the online world. The average job here sucks shit. Even the average streaming job sucks shit. People that have 50 to 100 viewers that are having to like beg for subs, beg for donos, and grind every fucking day. Like, that's not a fun job. That's just
doing it the wrong way. It's work smarter, not work harder. But you can work smarter if you see the pockets.
You don't understand, bro. There's a limited amount of viewer hours that exist in the world. You can't just invent people to watch your shit unless you're botting. You can't. Not everybody can be a big streamer. There's just not enough people in the world watching content.
Okay, but don't you understand that there's so many other ways to make money? You're really like pocketing in how many jobs there are online now. You know that there's a lot of people. I know people that make money just selling verification badges. I know people making money from crypto. People making money editing for other people.
Listen to what you just said. People that make money selling verification badges. These are people that are highly connected at social media companies.
Okay, how do they get that connection? How did they get those connections?
I don't know. It was either through work or whatever.
By learning how to network
I don't know
properly.
how they got those connections, but I know not everybody can have. Listen. You need to have the economic understanding what you're saying. The fact that somebody can make a living selling verification badges means that there's a demand for that, meaning the supply is very low, meaning it's very rare to be the person that can sell that service. By definition, not everybody can do that. All of these jobs are highly exclusive. If everybody could do them, there wouldn't be any money in doing them.
Being a high-value person that doesn't have to slave away at a college job 9 to 5 is difficult, but you can get there. And saying that there's only a streamer can do that is limiting, man.
You're saying like this is like I already told my son this. Like, my kid's not doing YouTube until he finishes college. If you want to talk about being a high-value person, Yeah, of course. Building, like getting a college degree is one of the biggest investments you can make in yourself. And it's one of the biggest ways
You didn't even do it.
I got lucky.
You didn't do it. How
I
are you
got
advocating
lucky.
for something you didn't do?
Because I'm smart enough to see that I was one of the few survivors of that world. I made it out. I escaped. It's not like I grew from the path that was there.
Okay, why did you drop out of college?
Because I was working full-time graveyard shifts and I couldn't do college and work at the same time.
Did you like college?
Yeah, I wanted my music degree. I have a huge passion for music, of course.
Okay, do you need a music degree to be successful in the music industry?
You don't need one, but it helps.
No, you don't. It doesn't help.
How does it not help?
Bro, it doesn't. What did you want to do? You wanted to be an engineer?
No, but there was a really good saxophone program at my school. Being in that program gives you the opportunity
to play the saxophone?
Yeah, that was my main.
And you wanted to get a degree to play the saxophone?
It's not about getting a fucking degree. It's
That's
about having
what you're saying it is.
It's about having the opportunity at school to play with other talented people. It's about the workshops you get connected to. It's about the traveling that your college sponsors. It's about the ensembles that you get to play with and the experience you get to build while being part of that ensemble. Otherwise, what? I'm going to go, busk downtown and hope that a good player shows up?
Can you not do all of those things? You can't do all of those things by meeting the right people? All of what
you can learn how to build
an
atomic bomb by reading the right Wikipedia articles. That doesn't mean everybody can do it. It's nice having people to tutor you and mentor you.
So you're saying
it's
a safe space. It's a comfort zone for people who don't want to apply themselves and make the right connections. You don't need a fucking degree to play the saxophone. You just need to know the right people, get in a band, and then go travel, get the experience of playing with other people. There's no, bro, who played the saxophone? Miles Davis? He didn't get a fucking degree. There's not one saxophone player that you look up to who went to school for that. Don't you see the hypocrisy there?
First of all,
college was a safe space for you because you wanted to become a saxophone player.
Personally,
but it's Miles Davis could actually do it. I don't give a fuck, but I get the point. There's someone else who played the saxophone. The point is that you wanted to become a successful saxophone player, and instead of applying yourself, you took the safe space in the belief, this imaginary world that going to school for it was actually going to get you a fucking job doing it. When that's not true. You need to put yourself in the right situations. You need to talk to the right people in order to become successful. That doesn't matter. A degree for saxophone?
I don't know how to. I don't know how to break through your programming.
Who the fuck played saxophone then?
I don't know how to break through. No, most people probably didn't go to school. Just like a lot of great programmers didn't go to school. A lot of great developers didn't go to school. But the reality is that if you're searching online, this is the advice that I give everybody. If you're searching online for something to do besides going to school, you are the perfect person to go to school. That's what you need to do. If you don't need to go to school, you know it. This is the advice I give anybody that comes up to me for programming. If somebody says, hey, I kind of want to get into programming and I need to go, should I go to school or not to learn how to be a programmer? If you're asking me, the answer is yes. If you don't need to go to school, you know. By the time 18, 19, 20, no, hold on. By the time 18, 19, 20, if you have the skill set to be an entrepreneur, to start a business or whatever, you're not asking people online for advice on what to do. You already know. You're already part of that world. You already have those jobs. You're already building those connections. If you got to ask, go to school, get the degree. It's so much safer. It's so much more reliable.
You're smart enough to know that all information is available on YouTube now. You can find all the information.
But why do teachers exist, SNEAKO? Why do teachers exist if everybody can just learn everything by reading an encyclopedia?
Exactly for the reason you went to school, to give you a comfort zone to make you feel like you're doing something.
I'm different. I'm not the average person.
You were when you were in college. When you were wanting to play the saxophone, you wanted to feel like you were doing something. You really wanted to go be independent and be an artist, and you decided to take the safe space of college. That's what college provides for you, a zone to make you feel like you're progressing when you're really not. You're just giving money to other people.
You literally are progressing. You're learning skills every single day in a college classroom.
You can learn an instrument from YouTube tutorials. You don't need school. That's a waste of time. And that's a perfect example. Like going to school for an artistry is. I went to film school. I was the same shit as you. Fucking misunderstood artist. You know, I was in film school, and it's a waste of
misunderstood artist.
Yeah, you wanted to play the saxophone. You were deep in there. You're trying to swoon a girl with a fedora on. Man, I know where you were. You were probably on Reddit forums and stuff like that. You said "my lady," and then you walked into the jazz club smoking a cigarette. You were misunderstood. That's what college does.
I wasn't misunderstood. I had to work too much, so I had to drop out.
Why don't you play the saxophone anymore?
I like the piano more. I had no time to relearn it. If I relearn an instrument, it'd be a guitar.
What job do you think you would have got from your degree in playing the saxophone?
I don't know if I would have gotten one at all. That's why I kept my casino job. That's why when it came time to choose between school or college, I chose work.
So you're saying you wouldn't have gotten a job playing the saxophone, but you're still advocating for people to go get a job. How does that make sense?
I'm saying that I didn't have the luxury of being able to go into infinite debt and screw around on the internet to figure out if I could make it big or not, because I had bills to pay and I had nobody in my life to support me.
And
so when it came time to choose between doing school for a saxophone degree versus working full-time at the casino, if I live here on my own and I either have to pay my rent or be homeless, I chose the reliable job at the casino. That was my choice.
Okay, would you have found a job if you stayed in school? And
maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what that path looked like. I didn't get to finish school.
Do you regret it? Do you want to go back?
I don't know. I thought about it sometimes, but I mean, like, obviously, I've picked up a whole new skill set doing what I do now. Like,
if you are aware that all this information is available online, everything they teach in schools, all the books, all that, why are you still telling people to go to school? Is it because it's a safe space? Is it because it's a comfort zone to make them feel like they're progressing? Do you really think people aren't dumb enough to go out and seek that information themselves? I learned more in film school from YouTube tutorials than I did in class. I learned more on my laptop, like when I was running home to go edit videos.
That's great, because that's how you learn. I think I learned that way. I think I'm a really good self-directed learner, but most people aren't. That's just the reality.
Why do you think most people aren't like that?
I don't know. It's just it's a thing. Some people have it, some people don't. I don't know. Maybe you learn it in your childhood. Maybe what?
You really think it's a difference in brain, or are we just programmed to be bots and to be cogs in the machine?
I know. Hold on. We might do this in a second. People keep spamming that mutant Apple one, and I'll do it in a second, but I'm not going to have like a 3v1 fuck fest where we all just shit on SNEAKO for his fucking opinion on whatever. If he wants to drag him in a second, we can do it, but Jesus fuck, chill. Sorry. Okay. What were you saying? For programming
do we really have different brains, me and you? Or did we just figure it out? Did we see past the matrix? We figured out a way. No, let me finish. Did we figure out a way to work out of that system, and most people never figured out, not because of intellect, but because from birth, we are programmed to be cogs in the machine.
You have to break out of, you're stuck in the matrix when you think of everything in terms of the matrix. Everybody's a part of the matrix, okay? We're all part of the matrix. We're all part of society.
Of course we are. But right? being a 9-to-5 slave wage bot is...
I'm just going to keep talking until you stop. It's not about breaking out of the matrix. It's just the simple reality is that some people are really good at learning on their own, and some people have a lot of trouble learning on their own. Like, I think I'm a really good self-directed learner. If there's something that I'm passionate about, I can pick up a book and I can learn it and I can do that. Not everybody can do that. A lot of people need teachers to like schedule out what they're supposed to learn, give them like learning schedules, help them through problems or whatever. I'm not one of those people. Some people are. But most people are that thing.
Okay,
if it was the case, otherwise schools wouldn't exist.
Most people need someone to tell them what to do.
Most people, yeah, need some level of direction. Yeah.
Why?
Yes. How deep do you want to go on that?
You like philosophy? Let's figure it out. Why?
Sure.
Because you're setting the precedent that we have different brains than most people, and I don't think so at all. I don't think I'm special.
My guess is going to be that most people work better getting directions from other people, probably because society works better when you've got a lot of followers and just a few leaders. If you've got a society full of people that... Yeah, if you got a society full of everybody wants to be a leader, too many chiefs, not enough Indians is a saying, right? Then like society would probably fall into fucking disarray. Everything would be fucked, would be my guess.
So you're saying you want your chat to fall in line, be followers, aka bots.
And you want your community to fall in line and pay you to learn how to do drop shipping online. Like, what do you mean? Like,
no,
it's not like you can
to
phrase this how you want.
No.
What I want people to do is I want people to take the most likely successful step. No, you're bad faith. You keep saying I want people. You always rephrase these things to this like hyper autistic fucking red pill language.
You're not. You're getting around the point that I'm trying to make.
No. I'm exactly on the point that I'm making. But you can't comprehend us. You keep rephrasing. Oh, you want people to be bots. Oh, you want people to be the matrix. I'm trying to be more. No, fuck. Get rid of that toxic line of thinking.
Well, you're saying followers. You think people should follow
the leader. I want people to do is I want people to take the most likely path to success. If you're going online and you're asking, what do I need to do to be successful? The fact that you're even asking that question means you're probably a little lost, meaning the best place for you is to go to a place that directs you to the ways that you can self-improve to get a job, which is college. That's the best place to do that.
Okay, you're going away from the point that you made earlier. You think most people should be followers because not everybody can lead. We need followers. We need sheep, and we need someone farming and leading the sheep.
You're the one that calls it sheep.
Okay, but no matter what fucking lingo triggers you, that's essentially what you're saying, right?
As opposed to what you're saying, where we need a bunch of like big-headed, egotistical, like ineptitude dipshits trying to run around and figure out their own way. Like I can phrase it like
you're saying egotistical dipshit because you are like that too. You don't follow. You are a leader. Why are you not saying that people can be like you?
Because not everybody can fill those roles.
Why?
I don't know why, because we learn different things in childhood. We have different fucking genes. We have our brains develop differently. We just have a different set of experiences in our adolescent years. We go to different high school. I don't fucking know why the answer is. I just know that's the reality.
I'm trying to get to the next level. You've established that some people are meant to be leaders and some are meant to follow, right?
I don't know if I meant to, but yeah, by the time you're like 18, 19, yeah, it's going to be pretty set in terms of like what your path roughly is going to be, probably, yeah.
Right. Do you think people would rather lead or follow?
I think people would rather do what they have the natural inclination to do.
You're avoiding the question. Do you think it's better?
Hold on. Wait. I need you to elevate your brainwaves right now because you are trapped in babyland. You asked me,
All right,
what do you think
but
people are more likely to do?
bro.
Hold on, no,
For
hold
you,
on.
maturity's being
No.
a
Let me. I'm just gonna talk over you until you let me finish a sentence. If I were to walk into a room with 50 people and I were to say, and I were to ask, like, do you think you're meant to be a programmer or a manager? And I've got like 50 programmers and 50 managers. Like, the answer is going to depend on what the person has the aptitude for. Most people, I think, are inclined to follow. They would prefer to be followers. Most people that are inclined to lead would probably would want to lead. Now, there's going to be some followers that want to be leaders, and maybe some natural leaders that want to be followers, but in general, that's what people are going to want. People, I'll take it a step further. Everybody thinks they want to be a leader, but you can see a really easy test of this even in video games. People don't want to be a leader. They want the glory for making good decisions as leaders. But the reality is when shit goes down and shit is fucked in society, in anything, if there's a fight, if you've ever seen people circle around, if there's a fire, if there's some shit going down in your video game, what does everybody do? Everybody looks around for somebody to make a decision because most people are looking for a leader, authority figure. No, yeah, because it's hard because nobody wants to be the person making the wrong decision. That's a lot of responsibility. Okay. Most people don't want to be leaders.
A leader. It's that you're just saying it's hard to be a leader. Let's get a consensus from my chat and your chat. Type a 1 in the chat if you would rather be a leader. Type a 2 if you'd rather be a follower. And let's see what they say. I know all my chat would rather be leaders. I want to see what yours is going to say.
They think they want to be leaders, but like if you're playing League of Legends, if you're playing CS:GO, if you're playing whatever, how many times are you the one shot calling? How many times are you the one making the hard decision? How many times are you okay being the one that makes the bad call and getting like all the fucking responsibility for it? Like,
I can see the difference in our audiences right now. Your chat's all saying 2, they'd rather be followers, and mine's all saying 1, they would rather be leaders. So it's just a difference in our ideologies. You are purporting that people need to fall in line, and I'm purporting that people need to go and make themselves better. Everyone here wants to lead. They want to improve. Everyone in your chat is just kind of giving up on that, giving up on their dreams. They were once the saxophone player, and they're like, meh, I'm going to go be a carpet cleaner for the rest of my life. My chat wants to go play the saxophone. It's okay if you accept the fact that you want to go clean carpets for the rest of your life, but then don't talk down to people who are trying to still play the saxophone.
I'm not talking down to anybody.
You are. You're saying I need to elevate my brainwaves and I need to mature and fall in line.
I said you need to elevate your brainwaves because you're asking me for like one-word responses to pretty complicated questions.
It's not that complicated. I said, would you rather?
You asked me what would people rather do,
and I would you rather.
And the answer is people would rather do what they have the inclination to do. Followers would rather follow, leaders would rather lead. You're telling me that like your chat is full of people that want to be leaders, my chat or shit want to be followers. My question is, if you have so many leaders in your chat, why the fuck are they watching your stream at 9:30 EST on a Friday night?
It's that they want to. They want to
get there. And they're learning that here? They're not learning skills here to be leaders.
Hopefully they
do you want me to tell you what? Do you want me to tell you what future leaders are doing?
Because what I'm saying is college is a scam, bottom to top. They don't need.
You want me to tell you what future leaders are doing right now? 18, 19-year-old future leaders.
What?
They're working on a project. They might be programmers. They're contributing to big repos online. They've got some like pet project that they're working on that they might have downloaded illegally fucking books to learn new programming languages for. That might be a guy that's a programmer. Other leaders might be people that are right now at a shop with their dad who owns the business, who's trying to pick up the tricks and trade of whatever the fuck they're doing. Those guys are leaders. Right. There might be other people that are actually out hustling. And when I say hustling, I mean they're actually making the connections that they need to do, talking to people. Yeah, they're out there doing shit. Okay. They're not watching videos online for like how to be a leader.
Would you call me a leader?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how I got this information? How I learned this?
Sure.
From videos online, from watching people like Patrice
You're dead wrong. This is what you are.
Let me explain it before you go on another autistic rant.
Okay, go ahead. Careful though, because you're so wrong. But go for it.
Stand-up comedians. I was inspired by people who knew more than me, who got there on their own. I listened to life stories, I listened to information, and then I applied myself. Just because they're on here watching this, because a lot of people watch myself every single day, they're not watching it all. They're not spending all. I tell them to get off the shit too. Don't watch this chronically and think that you're progressing your life.
When did you
need to go outside.
When did you start watching Patrice O'Neal?
When I was like 15, 16, I started watching Bill Burr when I was like 10, Louis C.K. when I was like 9. All these people inspired
Louis
me.
C.K. and Bill Burr are not giving you life. I don't know how much Patrice O'Neal does, but like
yes, he did. Cult of Black Phillip was in like a men's health podcast.
Yeah. None of these people are why you're successful. Okay,
how are you going to tell me how I'm
because
successful?
I know why you were successful.
Why am I
successful? Because I can see it. You were successful because you started working on your craft when you were fucking 14 years old. Maybe probably earlier. I bet it was before you were 14. Okay. Probably 12 or 13, right? That's why you're successful doing.
Everybody did. Everybody has a YouTube channel. The reason I continued was listening to people that inspired me. You cannot continue making art if you are not inspired by somebody. Everybody started a Call of Duty channel at 14. What made me continue? What made me? Where did I learn things? Where did I hear other people's life experience? Where did I hear people's life online? YouTube changed my life. A lot of these people I would have never heard about, and that information is stuff I still think about today. I got Dave Chappelle up here. I watch all of his interviews. Stuff like that has still resonated with me to this day, and I was watching it on a Friday night.
If everybody has a YouTube chat, why doesn't everybody become a big YouTuber?
Because they listen to people like you and they fall in line before deciding that they can go do it themselves. And if they want to go clean carpets or to play the saxophone, fuck it. But everybody in my chat wants to play the saxophone.
If you were to take the median income of a group of 100 people that go to college and get degrees versus a group of 100 people that try to make it online, on average, which group do you think is making more money?
Probably the college people.
All right, well, at least you have a realistic look at things.
And do you want to know why that is?
Yeah, because most of the people that try to make it online end up failing out, and then they end up working at McDonald's or 7-Eleven for the rest of their lives.
Because everything in society is programmed so that you're a failure and that you fall in line, like you're doing. They want you to be sheep. They want you to be programmed. They need you to follow so that they can take all the money, take all the resources, and do whatever the fuck they want. So most people will give up everything. College, giving your money away. No rich people that I talk to, I don't know about you, all the entrepreneurs that I know say college is a scam.
Yeah, because the entrepreneurs don't know how to make money. They don't know how to make businesses. They got lucky with some online scam shit. The online world has poisoned your guys' fucking brains. You guys are looking at these fucking retards that got lucky on shit coins and then scam people with rug pull after rug pull, and you think these are the guys that are building businesses. Okay, these guys don't do any real. I hate to be the online guy that says this, but these guys don't work with anything. They don't have brick and mortar stores. They don't have fucking customers. They don't have fucking employees. These are guys that only exist. Like, if the internet were to be deleted, these people would be wiped from existence. They have nothing. I'm even hesitant to call myself a businessman, but at least I have employees and like actual infrastructure that I can fucking point to. But dude, you're gonna look at these guys that got lucky on a crypto coin and then scam the fuck out of all their followers over and over again and then sell NFTs? And you're gonna tell me these people can tell you how to be an entrepreneur? Bro, you have to go to the real world and look at how people are actually learning shit. Like, if you get off of the online world, off of the NFT shitscape, and you ask real life people, bro, what do you think we can do to like increase our fucking earning potential, like become better people? At the very least, let's say fucking get an MBA or go to do some shit and get like your 40 degree in college. Every single successful entrepreneur will tell you that. Absolutely. Maybe not in the online crypto world, but for real life business people, of course they'll tell you that.
Okay, I'm going to Romania tomorrow to go meet with the Tates. Do you think that there was an example of like crypto nerds who just got lucky gambling?
Didn't they get lucky because they fucking like had like a million fucking girls that they were taking OnlyFans money from, working in the basement of like a fucking...
That's lucky.
It's not lucky. It was a good business model.
You just said it was lucky.
It was a good business model, but that's not... No, did I say that was lucky? I just asked you how they made their money.
Okay.
But hold on, they didn't make their money doing fucking online shit. They had like real people working for them. They were doing online work, but it wasn't just selling like and buying and selling fucking cryptocurrency. They at least had like girls that they were getting.
They didn't just make money from crypto scams, right?
No, Andrew Tate. I don't think the Tate brothers made their money off of like crypto shit.
They say the same thing. College is a scam. I'm going to meet them tomorrow. They'll tell you the same thing. All these people who have hustles, who have different businesses, who have their money in different places, all of them told me that college is a scam, and that's something I've always known. Okay,
well, I mean, like, bro, if you talk to like 10 people in that particular world, you must have a really good impression of it also. I mean, like,
who do you look up to? Like, your favorite saxophone players? All of them like didn't go to school. My favorite, the people I look up to, like Kanye West, dropped out of school, famously college dropout. Steve Jobs famously dropped out. Elon Musk dropped out. Bill Gates.
Because you see the people
fucking dropped out. Zuck, all of them.
You see. But listen to that. How did Kanye West make it, right? This dude was making fucking 5 beats a day for 3 summers, right? Like, this dude was doing a fucking ton of work. Like, people like Elon Musk, this guy comes from a really well-educated background. I don't know if he dropped out of school.
We are agreeing.
No, I'm not.
He did drop out. So, yes, you have
the
to
difference
work and
is
go
that
get
this
it,
is,
bro.
it's the classic mistake. People look at like Bill Gates and they go, that motherfucker dropped out of college, so I'm going to drop out of college. Bro, you want to drop out of college because you're failing algebra. He dropped out of college because college was too busy for the fucking computer company that he was trying to build. It's not the same shit. Like, there are people that drop school because they've got so much else going on in their life and they've got a future in building that. And for those people, yeah, college is a waste of time. If they're like, people will email me or people ask me like, bro, like, I just joined the LCS, or like, I'm like a professional streamer. I've got like 700 viewers. Should I go to college, or should I like follow this esports shit, or should I follow this like streaming shit? I'll say, follow the streaming shit, bro. You have a once in a lifetime opportunity to do that. But if you're going to message me and you're like Diamond in fucking Valorant, or if you're like got like 50 viewers, or no, 50 is good. If you got like 10 viewers on stream, you're like, should I quit the rest of my life to try to do this? Probably not, bro. Like, the NBA is not for everybody. The NFL is not for everybody. Like not everybody can be a fucking superstar. That you're selling snake oil.
So fall in line. Give up on your dreams. Put down the saxophone.
No, you should fall into the other line. You get infinitely scammed by people selling courses online,
I'm
trying to make
asking-
money
I'm
off you when
asking
you
what you're
fail
trying to
over and
say.
over and over and over
asking
again.
I'm asking your worldview and what you're telling your viewers to do. Should you just fall in line and give up?
What
on your
I'm
dreams?
saying is that there is stuff that you can do to measurably improve yourself as a person, and college is one of those things. If you go to college and you get your 4-year degree, like that's something that nobody can ever take for you. If you spend 5 years trying to learn how to do drop shopping and you fail every time, you've wasted half a decade of your life and you have nothing to show for it. You're a loser. You've literally accomplished nothing and you've learned nothing. You've learned an esoteric skill set that's going to be outdated in 2 years.
So go to school.
That would be the best advice for most people. If you have to ask, yeah, you should go to school.
All right. And even you're a successful entrepreneur that dropped out. I'm a successful entrepreneur that dropped out. Pretty much all of them. Like, I can't even name you an entrepreneur that graduated school.
Because the only entrepreneurs you know are the ones in the fucking online crypto world. I mean, go.
That's not true. Like everybody who talks about this stuff, like it's pretty much Chad, type of one. Like, don't you always hear that success story over and over again? I dropped out and then I made $1 million.
Hold on, these fucking nerds want to do dumb shit. How many? But you don't hear about. Here's the problem. You always talk about the stories you hear about. You don't hear about how many people tried and failed on the online world, and you don't hear about like the normies that like tried and succeeded and like got a college degree. You don't hear about those people either, right? Like the fact that you're hearing about people that dropped out and made it should be a hint that it's an exceptional story that you're hearing. Like that's why you're hearing about it. It's why you always.
Everybody in my chat wants to be exceptional, and people in your chat type too. They want to give up and they want to go clean carpets.
Did Zuckerberg? Does he have a college degree?
No, he dropped out. Hey,
okay, hold on. To be clear, okay, Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard. Okay? So Zuckerberg was not a failure in school. I'm pretty sure Bill Gates is the same. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. So these guys are like very good students. They didn't drop out of fucking ASU.
I mean,
okay,
Zuckerberg
Arizona State University. Okay.
Zuckerberg was in Harvard and he had an actual proof of concept before he started Facebook, before he dropped out, so not a good example.
Also,
and when you
Musk
said
was
Steve
working
Jobs
on a PhD,
earlier,
Jesus.
well,
yeah,
I also want to say when you mentioned Steve Jobs, you're also forgetting the amount of like graduates that worked in developing Apple OS with him, like the actual Mac OS systems and all the various products they made. Like Steve Jobs wasn't the only one that made the iPhone. It was a bunch of talented engineers from like various institutes that made that product come to a reality. Like one dropout wasn't the only one that made it, you know.
If you want to drag anybody in, you can add them too. I don't, because these guys wanted to all come in. So I'm telling SNEAKO.
I think when you say like followers and leaders, like the thing about followers and leaders is like it ultimately becomes like a symbiotic relationship, you know, between like two people. Like obviously, like Destiny said, not everybody can lead, because when you look at a fire going on, there's one person that jumps in and like 9 of them just stay back. That's not really a detriment to them. It's just like there's going to be people that like know how to lead, and there's people that are really, really good followers, right? Like if you're going to run any business, the problem with online businesses and crypto shit is that people made one good fucking investment and now they think they know everything about running a fucking business and like all of that bullshit. A real business isn't all online based. A real business is you develop something, you expand it, you make sure you get a lot of revenue, you bring a lot of people on board with it.
Assuming that I'm a big crypto guy. I've never even been like, I haven't even made much money from crypto. I'm not that person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, what is your example of like a good leave the matrix like business? Like, what is like one thing that would just fucking, you know, how would you like sell somebody to leave the matrix? Like, I'm not a big person of college either. I'm also a dropout myself.
My editor Musa is a perfect example of that. He makes $1,000 an hour doing consultation calls. The dude like failed high school, and he'll do one that not only just from editing for me, but he'll do 1,000 an hour consultation calls because he studied the TikTok algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and all these like older companies that want to get into the content creation space. They want to learn from him. So
hold on, wait, which guy?
Musa, my editor. They talked about him in that video about the creativity kit, and he helped me.
I don't know if I'm believing that course. $1,000 an hour consultation call.
$1,000 an hour. Kid's 19.
It's a bit insane. That's a bit insane. I mean,
yeah. Well, like, just now he had I think it was a music label. Now that they ran up an account to 100K on TikTok, and they're very glad that they learned from him. So he learned a way to hustle out of that. Even though he failed high school, he failed the traditional path, which Destiny wants you to do. And we're trying to spread that knowledge.
Wait, he's making $1,000 an hour consulting, and then he's still working for you?
Yeah.
You must pay a fuck ton, bro.
Hey, why are you pocket
I'm
watching?
just saying.
I thought you had a Lamborghini and shit.
No, I'm just saying, if I made $1,000 an hour doing my own thing, why would I work for somebody else? That's the question
Because
you
he
should be
fucks with the
asking.
message that I'm spreading. He agrees with me. He watched my videos before I started streaming. He likes.
Yeah, but I
working
mean,
for me.
wouldn't that be a detriment? How much do you pay him? Is it enough to make up for the shortfall of time that he's missing out? Like, here, let me give you an example. Let's say I work 5 hours a day, I make $5 grand a day, right? But let's say, oh, I love Destiny so much. Let me just make like fucking less working for him 2 hours a day because I fuck with his message. That's not really intelligent now, is it? I'm actually killing my income. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, then tell him to quit his job. Like, if he likes doing it, what do you want me to say? He doesn't get these calls all the time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't, like,
he does,
logically, like,
seven or eight
no,
of these
but
calls a
like,
week.
but like, what I'm saying is, like, logically, it doesn't make any sense when you say it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he told me.
Like,
he
there's
got,
24
no, he
hours
got,
in a
like,
day. You're trying to optimize your earning.
Yeah, he doesn't get these calls like all back to back to back. He gets like 10 calls a month. That's a perfect example. It's an extra 10K a month he makes doing consultation calls.
Okay, so instead of saying like it's per hour, just say it's like $10,000 a fucking month.
Well, that's what the call
Which is not bad. It's just like
it's
it's not an hour.
$1,000 for 1 hour on a call. How is that confusing?
Yeah, but see how it's like a little. See how it like comes across a little bit like disingenuous. Like we're sitting over here and you're kind of like saying, "Oh, it's $1,000 an hour, right?" So now we're sitting over here wondering, "Oh
you're
shit!"
thinking in
Like
terms of
Destiny, do you
matrix
agree
jobs,
with me?
bro.
No.
He has
But like
multiple
Destiny,
hustles.
do you agree with me that like
What?
when he says $1,000 an hour, we're kind of sitting here wondering, "Oh shit, he must do this like every weekday." You know, he might be making more than
I knew what he
10,
meant.
20.
No, I knew what he meant. I just wanted to clarify
Okay.
because I'll say shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I can get paid like
Yeah.
5 to 20,000 technically per like activation on like a video game thing, but I'm not making like 5,000 an hour every single time I'm streaming. But I'll tell a girl that I'm streaming, yeah, you know, I make $5 grand an hour.
It's all different, but I mean, it's.
Sure, yeah, but no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean that the guy's learning. It's good. It's like 10K a month. That's solid. I mean, it's he's
And
working
that's
for
a
you. It's
side
fine.
hustle. His main thing is he takes 25% of the creativity kit, and that's the main source of his income. That's been running up. It's doing well.
Right. Well, do you agree that the jobs that we have, like, okay, because I don't consider YouTube to be the job, but like, let's say you're a social media influencer, right? That's a pretty rare job to have, right? Like Destiny mentioned earlier, there's like 10 million like streamers on Twitch. Very few of them have like an actual like earning potentials, right? And even a few of them have like the multi-millionaire
But
levels.
there you go. Like my editor is a perfect example of somebody who doesn't have to be on camera, who doesn't have to be this entertaining online personality, and still can run up a bag doing it from the side. Now he takes editing jobs and he just outsources it to other people because he built up a reputation being my editor. So people hire him to be his editor, and now because he knows the algorithm, he just gives it to other kids. They do all the work. He takes the money. He takes like 80%, and it's just he's running up a bag as a 19-year-old who failed high school, who didn't want to take the traditional path, who didn't want to be a bot, who wanted to make his own money, and it's working. 19 years old. He's not like, it's not, oh, 1 in a million, this is hard. There's a lot of ways to make money online. That's what you learn in the creativity kit.
I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying, like, the safer example is always still like getting a good STEM degree
that's my
in university.
That's my point. A lot of people who watch my stream are tired of taking the safe route. They're tired of being
Hey,
complacent.
bro, they haven't even
They're
tried
tired
the
of that
safe
shit.
route. They haven't even tried.
Oh
the
yeah,
safe
they
route.
have everybody
Well,
in here. Like,
what
works
about-
in
what
their
about-
job.
There's a reason why, dude. Nobody working for Facebook, Apple, Amazon. None of these guys are like, man, I'm gonna quit my fucking dev job and go try to like do fucking Amazon shit, or I'm gonna go try to like sell shit online. Like nobody's doing that. There's a reason why none of those guys are doing that. Like,
What
does that
about
have to do
people
with my
that
chat?
go to a university? Well, what about people that go to a good university, SNEAKO, and they like develop a good education, and they also build connections through there? It kind of sounds like this person came to you to like another form of like education, kind of like a college, if you will, and like fucking develop the connection.
I
and
see how
work
dumb
through it
that is.
way.
Like Destiny earlier has been saying that my shit's a scam when it's $50 a month. He went to saxophone school.
well, I didn't say
Let
your
me
shit.
finish
Hold on,
my
whoa, whoa, whoa!
point.
I
Oh
did
my
not say your
God,
shit was a
bro.
scam. I didn't say it was a
Okay,
scam.
okay.
Chill. Don't put words in my
Alright.
mouth.
He didn't say it was a scam.
He didn't say it was a scam, but he's talking down in the creativity kit, saying that it's like not a scam. I don't want to like trigger you, but you're saying to network and go to school, which is essentially what college is for, networking. $50,000 a year to network. Why not pay $50?
Well, it's also to learn too, right?
Yeah,
like you're going
barely.
4
No,
years to
because-
learn a STEM
because,
degree.
No, we also agreed that all the information in college is available online now. You don't need, you could just download the books. You don't need to go listen to this old guy talking in front of a classroom and go to Zoom classes. Just go watch a YouTube video. All the information's online.
Yeah, but-
let me
okay,
finish
but
my
the
point.
thing is,
So
the
benefit-
old-
hold
the old-
on,
okay,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
The benefit of school is the networking. That's what Destiny said. Like, oh, I could play saxophone across the world, meet successful other jazz players, and I can network and learn a band. Or you can find an online community full of similar like-minded people and work with them. My shit's $50 a month. School's $50K a year. Fuck that. Why
So wait a minute,
the
wait a
idea
minute.
that
Could
this shit
people
is a
just-
scam is so stupid, but they don't, then like people like Destiny be like, go to school and
Could
take
people
up a
just
bunch of
download your
loans.
information and like cut you out of the equation and succeed then?
Yeah,
or do
but
they
I
need
do
you
3
to learn?
calls a week. This is why networking is the most
Yeah,
important
but
part.
so the old guy you go to learn at university, okay, and I'll give you a great example. Like when you're in like computer sciences or computer engineering, the old guy is not just some old guy. The old guy has like decades of experience. They understand the frameworks, the theory. They're the ones that are going to be they're the ones that are going to teach you how to apply it in a practical sense going forward into like a big company. So roughly you and that old guy that's teaching people in the Zoom class or in real life, they're one and the same.
Right.
Like, if you're going to talk shit on the old guy, you have to cut yourself out of the equation. People can just
Sure.
download your shit and go
Sure.
on with it, right?
Sure, they can
Yeah.
like they can download the book. How much does school cost? What's the average cost of a college tuition?
That
What
would
do you think? Is
depend
it like
where you're going
20K
to.
a year or what?
It's different in America to Canada,
Right.
so.
For an,
Yeah,
for an
20K.
in-state school?
How much is the creativity kit?
I don't
Okay.
know, but nobody's getting a job because
It's
they said they have the
$50 a
creativity
month. No,
kit.
I just told you somebody just got a job as a
Okay,
full-time
I'm sorry.
editor.
A measurable amount of people aren't getting jobs because they have the creativity kit. Maybe 1 or 2 people did.
Have you
I
asked
don't.
them?
I haven't pulled everybody.
I've
in the
given a lot of
creativity
people
kit.
opportunities. People have run up 100K TikTok accounts clipping on my stuff, and they show it to a label, they show it to a company. Look what I can do, and they get jobs. Or people like Musa can now do $1,000 for 1 hour of a call because he's shown that he knows the algorithm. Doing clips, clipping my shit up. There you go, giving people jobs. But then well, this is just. You guys so adamantly want to defend the Matrix and defend paying fucking 100K a year for this.
Okay, but you know you can't
Damn, college
leave
gets
the
more
Matrix,
inflated
right?
every time you bring up the cost.
Like, I don't understand this. Hold on. Just a side tangent. What is the Matrix? You know you can never actually leave the Matrix, right? We're all part of the Matrix.
Yeah, but you can limit how much you're actually in it.
Okay, but you're still underneath the Matrix. So you said earlier, like, nobody has a boss they respond to. Dude, everyone's got a boss.
That's true.
I got a
That's
boss.
true.
Destiny's got a boss. You got
All
a
right.
boss. We're all,
Who's
no matter
boss?
what,
Would
we're
you
all in the
rather
Matrix.
get a boss? I was just at the Apple store today, and this lady was just yelling at the Apple store employees, and they all hated it. They called her a bitch as soon as she walked away. Whose boss? Like, I don't have to see my boss. I don't need to look at her. I can make jokes about her. I can tell her to like, and that's it. That's
Okay,
it.
so when it comes to the Matrix, right, like, I think the point is when you go to college or you go to university and you go to, like, structured education, you're picking a safe spot, right? You're picking a safe way to have a safer life. But the thing is about, like, breaking the Matrix, you can't break the Matrix. You can only, like, succeed well within it, right? And not everyone has the means to do that, right? You can watch a million videos on YouTube about how to run a business, right? Perfect example. I went to this fucking Airbnb in Los Angeles. I opened up this fucking YouTube page, and you know what the YouTube, like, first results were? How to fucking make money, how to make money fast, how to make money quick. Like, the guy bought one property, rents it out, calls it a day. You want to make fucking actual money, you need to have capital to do it, all right? Which not many people have. You can't even go to get a business loan these days because credit can be so far down and shit. Not everyone has those opportunities. So they go to university, they go to college to at least get something stable going. Because like Destiny said, time is finite, okay? If you spend your early 20s trying to chase the bag and trying to make the millions of dollars, you'll find out very quickly it's not easy to do that. But if you have 5 years of shit to show for it, like a college education and at least some career, then you can probably do something, safer in your 30s and your 40s down the road, Like, it's called being stable and secure. And some people are cool with that. Most people, I would say, are fine with stable and secure shit.
Yeah, I think too many
And
people.
very
My
few
idea
people,
is that too many people are okay with just a life that's fine. That's just fine. We're sick of that, so they want to go and become better. I think Myron is a good example of somebody who has the main type of capital and then invested into real estate so that he doesn't have to ever work again. You get a source of income with the skill online and then reinvest it into other places. It doesn't have to be crypto, which makes Destiny so mad. There's so many ways to become independent. And I think more people should know that instead of taking the safe route. You guys are saying take the safe, easy route that they've laid out in front of you that is meant to keep you a wage slave for the rest of your life. And we can agree to disagree. If you want your chat to do that, then fine. I hated doing that. I hated school. I dropped out like Destiny.
I feel like a lot of these courses and a lot of these things would make more sense if they taught people that it wasn't just the internet that you're making money out of, but like actual practical ways somebody could jump into, Like, what is so practical about making money on the internet? Like, how are you gonna, like, you have to have like a high what should I say? Like, what is the rate of, like, people that succeed? Destiny, I'm sure you have like the definition for it, but like the people that like succeed, you have to have like a good throughput rate, I guess, is what the best thing is, right? Like, how many people in your course succeed out of like 100 versus college, right? People are going to pick, which one is a safe option. College and university aren't easy either. If you're going for a STEM degree, if you're going for anything that's licensed, for instance, that's a fucking big ass commitment. People go to law school and they spend like fucking how many years getting to that position, and then they fucking succeed at the end, hopefully, right? At least, like, that's the general perception of it. Same with doctors, Same with like engineers or anybody in that position. You know, it's like how many people in your situation succeed? How many Musas are there versus Musas that go to like MIT or like University of Toronto or like a big.
We're going in circles.
You know,
like there's most of them. Most people will fail because they will give up and they will go back to the safe route as soon as it becomes difficult. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to really fully dive into that. It's difficult. I mean, I was able to do it because I've been focusing on this since I was 14. I saw from the beginning, from a young age, that I did not want to be a wage slave. I did not want to be part of a cognitive system, and so I worked hard. But that's what separates the people, the winners from the losers, is just working hard. Most people are not able to do it. Destiny's encouraging complacency, and I'm encouraging ambition. That's just the difference.
Bro, but there's a lot.
Hold on, wait. I just want to be clear. Also, you got it. The words that you're using are so mind rotted. You're like such a bot when you say that. That like a guy can follow a set path in life and be really successful. You can have a good diet, get good sleep, have a lot of friends, work out, have a good body, go to college, get a good degree, have a good paying job with good benefits, go on vacation, and you're like, you're so complacent. There's nothing complacent about that. That's a successful person by literally every single metric. Like, I would argue that a lot of the people that chase the online shit are more complacent than the people that have like the dedication to follow through with school and get a real job, rather than the people that are working their side hustle, which is really a job at Burger King or Wendy's, and then they're online trying to get rich, like trading coins. Like, that's complacency. You're too scared to actually take steps and do the real work in the real world to actually improve yourself and put yourself in a position to get a good job, and instead you're hoping to get rich quick online.
How is that complacent? Like, why do you need to go be involved in your idea of the real world? Your idea of maturity and being adult is just being a part of the system that's in front of you.
It's actually doing, well, you say like being a part of, like a doctor is a part of the system. A lawyer is a part of the system. An engineer is a part of the system. Like, these are important people that do important things that make it possible for you and me to do our jobs. But I'm only able to do what I'm able to do because enough people went to school to work on fucking Amazon servers, right? Amazon only exists because college-educated Jeff Bezos started the company and had people that were willing to ship products, like people that were willing to drive UPS trucks, people that were willing to do customer support. Like, these are all real-life people.
Destiny,
that you
what's the most coveted job? What's the most coveted job in America for kids?
YouTuber?
Yep.
Yeah, and 20 years ago, it was an NBA player. Like, what's the point?
What did you want to do before you went into school? You wanted to be a saxophone player. People don't want to be UPS drivers. People don't want to be garbage men. People don't want to do that. People don't want to be carpet cleaners. You do that because you have no other option, because you take the safe route. So you're saying it's brain rotted. That's complacency. You gave up. People's dreams is to be a YouTuber, is to be independent.
Okay, bro, how many people can be Hollywood actors? How many people can be an actor?
Not many. But so that's why I'm saying complacency. And Destiny can't argue that point. Are you or are you not encouraging complacency by saying
it's only complacency to you, because to you anything less than being a superstar is a failure, because you don't know what life looks like to a normal person. You have no perspective whatsoever. Like, for you, the only thing that it means to succeed is to have 1 million YouTube followers and everybody else sucks compared to you.
No,
like that's your view on life.
It's being independent and not answering to nobody.
Bro, neither of us are independent. Dude, you're literally sucking off fucking Islam over here because you're worried about getting canceled by a bunch of Muslims online. None of us are fucking independent. But all of us are slaves to some shit. We're all part of the Matrix, bro. If you want to talk to me about some independent shit, I want you to go out back and show me a picture of the fucking vegetable garden that you've got growing that you're cultivating on your own so you can survive on your own when the apocalypse happens. Otherwise, we're all fucking plugged into the system.
There's levels to how much you can be plugged into the system, and you're encouraging a bigger level than me. If my level is not wanting to get killed by a guy named Ahmed, then fine.
Sure, I'll say this. When I worked at my fucking casino job, I sure as fuck never worried about what the fuck I tweeted or what I said in a video game. Bro, I could say some wild shit. Man, if my logs ever got leaked, dude, my entire fucking family would get assassinated for the crazy shit that I said online in Battle.net. This was before nobody got banned for slurs or anything back then. Bro, you could fucking type people's phone numbers in chat, tell me you're gonna come fucking murder their dogs, and nobody gave a fuck back then on the internet. Like, it was a wild world. I didn't give a fuck back then because I didn't care. I gotta worry way more about the shit that I say and the shit that I type. So in some ways, I have a lot of freedom. I'm not gonna go back to that life, obviously, but in other ways, I'm way more locked down. I got to worry about other shit that normal people don't have to worry about. Like, we're all part of the system in one way or another.
Yes, but I'm telling you how much you're plugged into it and how much you're not. Me having this creativity kit and me having most of my money come from Patreon or come from super chats is being out of it. Or eventually, like, if I do get banned, going to a platform that I start or that's independent is me out of that and me not having to answer to anybody. Like, yes, we do answer to some people, but there's levels. Having like an angry Karen that you answer to every day is way worse than doing what we do. And trying to compare the two is stupid.
But like, aren't you like tied down to YouTube and Patreon in some way? Like, if those things went away, what would you do tomorrow?
Well, that's why I'm saying that you need to have capital, and then you need to invest in other places that you can be fully independent. And then eventually I'm just going to be on YouTube for fun, and I don't need to worry about you know, words that are like what I can say about the election or what I could say about the injection.
I think there's pros and cons to everything, and it's hard to see it all. I think, in my opinion, but
I think you're dodging the fact that you are encouraging complacency.
Stop saying, bro. Stop saying I'm dodgy because you're too dumb to understand what the fuck I'm saying. You're actually triggering the fuck out of me. You got me. You triggered the fuck out of me. You did do it, okay? It's not about dodging. It's about being an adult and taking responsibility and growing past the age of 24 and realizing not everybody can be a millionaire on doing some online shit. That's a fantasy that a kid has. That's when you're 14 and everybody's saying, what do you want to do when you grow up? And you say, I want to play in the NFL. At some point you grow up, you're like, okay, I need to actually be an adult and I need to figure out like, wow, I'm going to navigate life. It's not about giving up. It's about accepting the responsibilities of being an adult. And saying like, okay, well, I need to find an acceptable path forward that I can carve that makes place for me, my hobbies, and what I want to do, and also provides a living and probably provides some service to a society that isn't scamming people online, selling them cheap Chinese fucking silverware in order to make money.
Bro, you keep putting words in my mouth. The reason that you're dumb is that you think maturity in adulthood is giving up on your dreams.
Okay.
That's your idea of adulthood. Okay. Every time you talk to me about maturity and about being adult, every time you call someone else childish, is it because they're not being a slave. Someone who's not being a slave, and it triggers you. The fact that I get you so upset and you bring me in the stream is because I'm a young man full of ambition, and people are getting encouraged by this.
So hold on.
And
if somebody who gets a job
to go give up.
You're not talking about ambition.
The problem is you're not. Maturity is just giving up on your dreams.
No, you're not talking about ambition. You're the 2020s version of Amway. It's not. That's not ambition. It's get rich quick schemes. That's what you're talking about. Ambition is the kid that's 16 that already like knows like 3 different programming languages. Ambition is the guy that's like 17 or 18 that can already build a whole fucking engine in a car. Ambition is the guy that's at 19 or 20 is already like the VP of his dad's fucking company. This is what ambition looks like. Being 24, working at Burger King, and then going on and checking your Robinhood app to see if you got rich on some penny stock you got recommended by Andrew Tate. That's not ambition. That's not ambition.
Bro, why are you
Robinhood could just be standard
stocks. That's such a dumb
Robinhood could just be stocks as well. That's
not
just
you keep talking about me like I'm advocating for the big crypto guy. When you asked me an example of an entrepreneur who makes money, I talked about my editor who makes money off consultation calls because he studied the algorithm and because he's networked with the right people and he provided value by learning how to edit. He found a skill, reinvest in other places, and then you keep talking about crypto. Bro, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The Creativity Kit is about learning a skill, becoming valuable, and then investing in other places, not working at Burger King.
I agree, but what you're talking about, that guy, that editor guy, he didn't learn how to edit because he took an online course on it. He learned how to edit because he did it.
You know how he learned how to edit? That job. You know how I learned how to edit? YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, when did you start? When you were fucking 13.
Okay,
that's
so
the
you
point.
learned how to edit on YouTube tutorials. Do you consider yourself an actual editor that could work in a professional location?
Yeah, I know that if I ever get canceled or if I
how many programs do you know? No, I know about post-production.
I know how to use Avid. I know how to use Final Cut Pro.
Okay,
I know how to use
Avid
Premiere.
Media Composer. Do you know how to work with DaVinci? Do you know the entire app?
Avid, Premiere,
100%.
all of them.
SNEAKO, so I know he could get a job. He could get a job editing for sure. 100%.
Well, he could get a job editing, but it's like the entire structure of it too.
Destiny, I was shit at editing for 7 years. I learned how to edit in a month. From YouTube tutorials in college. I wasn't good at editing.
You didn't learn how to.
I was shit at editing for 7 years on my main channel.
You didn't learn how to edit from a fucking YouTube tutorial.
Yeah, I did.
You learned how to edit because you edited. That's the only way that you learn skills like that. You had to work at it. Yeah, this is why I'm saying people that know how to do things don't know how the fuck to teach them. The fact that you would even say that, you learned some shit in a month, you didn't learn how to in a month. You probably began learning in a month on YouTube, but you learned it over the course of your entire life.
Okay.
That's that's your whole teenage years spent actually editing videos on YouTube. That's how you got the skill, my dude. Nobody's going to learn in a month how to do it.
Watching YouTube tutorials and then grinding every single day.
Yes.
Working on my own videos.
But see, that's the thing. Grinding every single day. You were opening up Premiere, working on it.
I don't like this point that you keep making that I have an advantage because I was doing it since I was a kid when I wasn't good at it and I hated it for most of the time. And then I decided I need to find a skill that makes me different from other people. If I cannot invest all this money into different places like Mr. Beast and buy all these Orbeez and buy trucks and Lego cars, then I need to become the best at editing. So I grinded at it for a month while I was in school. I learned more in that time, focusing up, watching a YouTube tutorial, copying what he said in the program.
How much of that time was watching the YouTube tutorial? How much of the time was watching the YouTube tutorial versus actually sitting in front with Premiere on and working on a project or two? It's like learning programming, right?
What's the point? That's what I'm telling people to do.
No, but like
part of the Creativity Kit is teaching mindset that you need to work hard and go do it too. So if we agree that you need to go work and do it, why are you telling people to give up? We both agree you need to work hard, and all the information is online. And then you guys
No
are
one
both
is
saying,
expecting
give
that.
up.
If somebody wants to work at something like that, that's great. But just don't expect to get rich quick doing it. It's going to be a lot of. You're not going to become a good.
When do I say get rich quick? When do I ever say that? Why are you applying that to me as if that's my fucking ideology? I've never said that.
Here's a question: if somebody wants to learn to be a YouTube editor, how long would it take them to be good enough to make some decent money doing it?
A month of hard work.
Okay, I would say 6 to 12 minimum. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how
you
you
tell
did
people
it.
to do that? Why don't you tell
I
people to
would.
do that?
People want to build other skills and shit. That's fine. That's good. But like, college is so unbelievably reliable. You can learn other shit on the side.
Okay. It's unbelievably reliable for saxophone and for film school. Like, we're two examples of
Not
how
for
it fucking
those
failed.
these are arts. It's way different there. But even for arts, going to school like that, bro, you ask any professional musician, like if you would have had the opportunity to go to Berklee School of Music, would you take it? They would tell you in a fucking heartbeat, bro. Some of these colleges, you are surrounded by the most talented motherfuckers in the world. You can learn so
You
much.
want me to give you another example?
And those guys give you the best connections too.
They don't.
Forget that.
My sister, for example, she went to Juilliard. She went to the best acting school in the world. She's like 26 right now, and it's very difficult to get an acting job. She's worked.
What does she do? Theater?
No, she's auditioning for movies. She's done theater too. She works, but she's not like you would think that.
Okay,
Oh, Juilliard. Let me finish my point. Juilliard, the best school in the world. All these connections. Robin Williams, this. All these people that go to Juilliard. She'd be the most famous actress ever. When that's not the case. You know what I think people should do? I think they should make the connections online. I think they should make a short film the way I did, post it on their YouTube channel, and maybe someone will see it, and investors will follow them. My friend Stacey Kane. My friend Stacey Kane is now going to get a show on Hulu or HBO Go because he put in the work on YouTube. Because he put himself out there. And if you want to be a slave to the system,
wait
and
a
pay all this
minute.
money
Your
for
sister-
connections. Hold on.
So your sister went to.
Muda, let him finish.
Yeah.
Let him finish.
No.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So your sister went to Juilliard and she's going to acting, right? The thing we said earlier too is like just a little bit like 5 minutes ago. Going into acting, how many slots do you think exist to be like a big time actor, superstar, right? Somebody that goes to university for like computer sciences, there's so many more slots in the field available for them, okay? So many places. That's what the stability is about, right? Somebody that goes to school for something that you have like a ton of career slots in, a lot of stability exists there. There's not a lot of stability to go into like shit like, acting or whatever. It's really a lot of luck that goes into it. That's, I think, the ultimate point.
Same
right?
shit. Okay,
No.
Thank you for interrupting me to say that simple shit. Same thing for saxophone, same thing for film school, same thing for all of this. There's a very few slots, and it's better to go get that information online and work hard to go get it done. That's my point.
Okay, and my point is, it's like, okay, if you're going to go into those scenarios, right? Like, how many people do you think? How much is the success rate there? Like, if you give that shit to 1,000 fucking people, that information, hey, here's the information. Now become an actor. Do you think, how many of those 1,000?
We've said this so many times in this art, like so.
How many of those 1,000 people become actors?
Most people will fail. I'm saying that. I'm saying that to people in my chat who are ambitious. Most people will fail. So you need to understand that. Understand why most people decide to be followers and stay in their safe space and work around that and become better than them. And if you don't, you will fail.
Now, if you told the same 1,000 people, hey, go to this university, get a solid, education, solid connections, then how many of those people will succeed versus 1,000 people you teach to become actors?
Depends on
and
what
by
you.
succeed,
It depends on what you consider succeeding, and also you need
they have a good life, they make a good paycheck,
a good life,
and
but
they're
they gave
able
up
to,
on their dream. They put the saxophone down. And see, I made this decision too when I dropped out. I wasn't making a lot of money for a long time. I was probably making $2,000 a month, but I was way happier making money doing comedy and doing YouTube videos. Like, I think a stand-up comedy dollar is worth 100
Bro,
normie
hold on.
dollars.
I just want to be clear for the things you're saying. If you're making $2,000 a month doing stand-up, you're already part of the top 1% of fucking comedians. You're already
exactly,
like
and that's what I'm
making
saying.
it.
So my $2,000 a month, I thought was equal to somebody making $20K a month at a
For
normie
sure.
job.
I agree
at
with
a
you.
9 to
Yeah,
5
that's
job.
amazing.
So that's what I'm saying. So yes, you guys are saying, oh, happy life. Okay, you gotta like wave in the neighborhood. Oh, honey, I'm home with your wife. Or you cannot give up your dream. And that's what I didn't do. I said from a young age, this is what I want to do. I would be unhappy if I gave up on my dream, which most people do. Like I said, the #1 coveted job in America is being a YouTuber, and then they drain it out of you and make you think the destiny ideology that you need to go clean carpets when you really want to be a YouTuber. That's the point.
Bro, if my kid wants wanted to be a YouTuber, I'd be like, listen, I would rather you make 20K a month having a stable career than 2K a month doing fuck all with your life.
Okay, a lot of
That's
people,
what I
a
would
lot of
say.
people would choose safety, but I'm sick of
Yeah,
that.
and then they would
I
have
know-
$18,000 a month less.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
how are they
that's
going to be
true.
happier in
That's
the long
true.
term? What are they
But
going to pay
I know
for?
the reason that I'm successful is because I know a lot of the people watching my stream.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nagging thought that they gave up. People don't want to live with regret. Like, yes, you have a stable life, but you still gave up on what you really wanted to do. It
The
eats
issue
away
is
at
that
people.
like what you're talking about is like this is the most toxic aspect of the American dream. That,
Toxic.
like destroys lives. And it's the idea that people need to be fucking superstars to be happy. It's like the worst takeaway, the most bastardized version of what it means to be successful in the United States. And like,
Okay,
it ruins
I'm not
people's
saying
lives
that you'll
based
be
on that.
unhappy doing that, but you'll be
You're
less
saying
happier.
like, oh, well, if you're not a superstar, you gave up. You're part of the
You
cog.
did.
You're part of the
You
system.
did give up. You did. You gave up on your saxophone dream. You know you did.
All right.
Did you not?
It's not. It's just.
Look at it sitting in the back, man. You still got that little hope, that little dreamer, that little 18-year-old Destiny was like playing the saxophone.
when I was a
Yeah,
kid, I
because we
wanted to
don't
be an
have parents to
astronaut.
carry
Never
us through
happened.
like every part of life. Like we don't have mom and dad to pay our entire way. We're trying to figure our fucking careers out and shit. Like I'm sorry I didn't have that opportunity. That I was on my own since I was fucking 16, trying to figure out how to fucking survive. Like yeah, I didn't have the luxury of like trying to do some fucking art because I was making YouTube videos when I was 13, making thousands of dollars before I even fucking left the house. Like
that
we don't
wasn't
all
me.
have those same
That was-
opportunities.
bro, I was never
That's like
making-
the point that I'm trying to make to people, but it's hard to understand if you don't have that perspective.
I was working retail since 16. Well, at 16, I was like
Bro,
fucking
you assume
sucking
that
dick
I
for
was
nickels
rich on
until that
YouTube.
happened.
Bro, I was never
I'm not
making a lot of
assuming that
money.
you're rich on YouTube, but like you're going home at 3 o'clock to make fucking YouTube videos and you're practicing for your future career at 14, and I'm staying after school for 3 hours every day doing janitorial work to pay for my fucking high school diploma. Like not everybody has the same opportunities in life,
Hey,
and then by the
don't-
time you
don't
hit
forget
18,
night
19,
school to get
you
extra
can't just be
credit
like,
to go
oh
to
shit, like well, I
university.
just learned all of this shit in one fucking month. Like you didn't learn it in a month. Like people are preparing for their future careers by the time they're in 6th grade. Like you just don't realize it yet. You think you can just teach it in like 2 fucking months on like an internet course. The fact that you think that you can be a YouTube editor and be making like decent money by 1 month of education is crazy. Like you don't see how much work went into you getting to the place that you're at. You just see that like you succeeded and you think everybody can do it like relatively easily. It's not easy. It's a lifetime spent of
Yeah,
work.
it's not a get-rich-quick scheme either, which you keep implying it is. That's not what it is at all.
1 month is quick. I know that you're young, but you're not that young, bro. 1
30
month to be a
days.
pro
That's how
YouTube
I
editor?
mastered Adobe Premiere in 1 month.
You
Facts. Facts.
Okay,
I
you
mastered it?
I mastered it.
Mastered
Don't you think
is
it's a little
strong word. I
immature
think you
to say
became
that?
very functional to the point where you're very good at using it. But master is a different thing. I will say I do agree with SNEAKO, and that people who have these dreams should give it a shot and should go for it.
100%, yeah.
The one
it
thing I will
depends
also
on
say,
the type of person you are.
I
but-
will also say though that oftentimes people who try to go and do these things realize that it's not what they actually want. There's the idea of being a YouTuber, which SNEAKO can understand, and then there's actually being a YouTuber, which is completely different, right? You guys know this from the back end, all the editing that you have to do, all the managing the channel, all the dealing with the comments, all the researching for the topics. Like once people realize what kind of labor is involved, a lot of them all of a sudden don't want to do it, which is why a lot of people flame out. They stop doing it very early on, or they'll switch career paths because they're like, I don't actually enjoy doing this. So having a dream and giving up on it isn't necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes it's not what you actually want. Do you get what I'm trying to say, SNEAKO?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me on that? Because I know for me, originally I wanted to be a professional dancer. Moving out to LA, seeing what the industry was like and seeing what the professional dancing was like, I'm like, I actually don't want to do it. I hate doing this. This like professional world is actually trash. So for me, the pivot came from there. You can look at me, SNEAKO, and say I gave up on my dream. But the reality is, if I had pursued my dream the way that you're saying, like, you know, keep going for it, it's like I would have been miserable. So I
You
pivoted
hung
to
up your
something else.
dancing shoes, dude. Fuck you.
Was that?
You hung up your dancing shoes. Fuck you.
Bro,
I still go out dancing every week, but for me, it's not for me. So that's the
I
thing. The other
cannot
thing I was
picture
gonna
you
say-
dancing, bro. I just that was the last thing I expected you to
I
say.
can picture him dancing, bro. Come on.
What, me? Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah,
bro.
I can
I'm
picture
fine.
you
Yeah,
dancing, bro.
next time I'm in Miami, we'll go to a salsa club.
Ooh.
Bro, he's from Montreal. Those motherfuckers know how to dance up there, let me tell you.
Yeah. But moving past that, earlier you mentioned Myron and how he did his pivot and then had his whole real estate thing going on that's kind of helped him finance his life. Myron also was like a federal agent for some time, if I didn't fuck that up. And he worked at that office. One good thing that I say about schooling doesn't always come in the form of college. A lot of the greatest saxophone musicians, they got their education through church. They're part of huge choirs for many, many years, and they went on to be the best players in the world. I know for me personally, the military was like a very functional thing. Like when I was coming out of school, if I were to try to pursue my dreams, I'd probably be involved in just doing drugs every single day. Whereas because I went to the military, that kind of schooling and formation helped me develop some skills that are really good for me now in the artistic world. And Myron's pretty similar in that when you said this, Destiny, when you went to Fresh and Fit, right? You noticed how everything was organized, how on top of everything he was. He didn't get that because he was an 18-year-old, decided he wanted to pursue his dreams. He got that from professional development in school and work. Do you get what I'm trying to say? By being part of the cog, he learned the skills necessary for him to be good at his independent shit. Am I crazy for saying that?
Yeah, and it's
I feel like you have to work a few years out of your life to get that structure in. The most successful people are structured. That's what you need in life. And
at 30, he finally found what he wanted to do, and he finally really followed his true calling. And I think it's dangerous for a lot of young men. And I think the reason that I'm doing well right now is because when they hear, like, you guys are all like 10 years older than me. When they hear people like you who are encouraging having a safe place and having like comfort and complacency, that's why a lot of people end up giving up. But we're all agreeing on the fact that it takes hard work. You need to go seek out the right information. You need to network. And so if they follow you guys, they're going to give up. And I think it's drilled out of us that we should give up too soon when you really can make it out. You can. I'm proof of it.
I don't disagree with you,
bro. I think
hold on. I don't disagree with you. So I actually agree with you. What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of people who go through different journeys to get to that point. They can't just come out of college or come out of high school and then automatically jump into it. Some people don't have the skill set to be successful entrepreneurs. That is things that sometimes you need to develop for some folks in a condensed or like closed environment where you learn skill sets. You might be different in the sense that you are very self-taught. You can learn skills on your own. That's great. There's other people I know who need mentoring and need to learn these skills from other people on a hands-on. There's some folks who need to be disciplined. Like, I know some rowdy niggas who, listen, they need a closed space. They need to be in the military for a few years to get that shit beat out of them, because there's no way that they're going to make it 2-3 years without going to jail. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't disagree with what you're saying. People shouldn't give up on those dreams. I just don't think everyone has to take the same course. For some people, maybe it's 2 years in college. They make some friends, they learn a few skills, and then they go somewhere else. For some people, maybe it's 5 years in college. For some folks, it's 2 years being a federal agent. I don't know what the fuck it is. I guess my only disagreement with you is not in regards to going after your dreams. I don't like the fact that you kind of always pigeonhole it as like being formed is bad or school is bad. Like, why is that something that you're so focused on?
And so, just as a real quick question on that, I would be so curious, and I can honestly see him answering either way, but I'm curious if we could ask Myron, if you could have skipped being a Fed and gone right into like the YouTube shit, do you think that would have been better if you could have started earlier, assuming you don't know what you know now and like it just started, or if he thought that like the prior work experience helped him? I'm curious what he'd say.
No, he would say
he could go either way. He might say that like it was a waste of time.
Myron's Fresh and Fit, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't do it. He loved that job and he misses it. He liked the high intensity of it. I don't think he would ever take it back.
Right.
And I think I would say all rich people, all millionaires would not go change their life path, because you need those experiences to appreciate where you're at. So it's not like
not just appreciate. Sorry, go ahead.
Not just appreciate. You're right. Not just appreciate, but also to learn the lessons and take the L's on the way there. Like, all of it is part of a part of where you're at now.
Absolutely. Like, the skills I learned, like, listen, I would never go back to the military, but the limited time that I did spend in there taught me. Look, I didn't have any like mentoring growing up. So me going to the military, it was like a big slap in the face in a lot of ways, and I had to learn that how fucked up I was in a lot. And that afterwards helped me develop all the skill sets I need, so that when I went into the arts world, I was ahead of a lot of other people, because artists live chaotic lives with zero discipline. So I got ahead very quickly, learning editing skills, learning music editing skills, learning how to film, doing all this stuff, because I was drilled into me how to be on top of things. So what I'm trying to say is that environment gave me the skills I needed to therefore become a great entrepreneur afterwards. Even the guy who runs what's the channel called? Value Entertainment. Dude's got like a net worth of like $200 million. You know what I'm talking about?
He just invited me to go on, yeah.
Okay, him. He was also what, Navy SEAL or some shit? He says that all his skills, the skills that he learned from that time in the military helped him transition afterwards into being the best entrepreneur he could be. Yeah. So this whole idea of immediately chasing your dreams, sometimes you're not even in the right mindset to even know what that's supposed to look like. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say?
I just don't understand the point of like giving up. Like, so I feel like if we were 10 years younger and around SNEAKO's age, we probably could fucking agree with him on this. We'd like, yeah, chase your dreams, go after it. But like, yeah, we are older. We have been through a lot. We had like life experience. We've seen like, we've had our structure from other areas built in. I think if I look at Myron being a federal agent, like that structure and that like understanding of the world is what allows him to be a successful YouTuber, right? Like when you mention people in the like social media space, right? I think we all can agree, people who are in here, like there's a level of like structure you have to have. There's a certain grind that you have to be like willing to be in, willing to participate, that allows you to succeed. And it goes beyond just understanding algorithms and all that bullshit. When it comes to like, you know, having a structure and having like stability in your life that you can then use to chase your dreams 10 years down the road, that, I mean, like, that's what we're trying to say at the end of the day, right? Like, it's not giving up. Sometimes it's like, bro, you know, fucking you take a certain path in your life, all right? And that, maybe that'll like give you maybe that'll change your perspective on shit. Maybe that'll change what your dreams actually really fucking are down the road, you know? Like, I always wanted to be a fucking lawyer, but I didn't do that. I ended up being a fucking engineer because I didn't have the fucking money to go to law school and shit. I thought, you know, when I look at my life now, I think, hey, would you think that I gave up, or did I take the situation that I had and made something out of it? You know, and now I'm happy where I'm at.
What do you think?
Now I think I'm in the right fucking place.
Yeah, D. So what do you say to that?
I want to ask also when Destiny comes back, what do you think is genuinely? What do you think is a better place for young men to go to? Do you think it's better for them to hear my ideology or your three? Or you seem to I know you might have different.
What do you think is my ideology? I'm curious. What do you think my prescription is to
I
young
think you
men?
align with Destiny for the most part.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Tell me what you think I think about this stuff.
Destiny was saying encouraging people to go to college and that it's unrealistic for you to chase your dreams, that you shouldn't try to be an online entrepreneur, that you should get a job, a well-paying job, and be part of the system.
That's not my prescription. Okay. That's not my prescription. My prescription is pretty much closer to Jordan Peterson's, which is like clean your room or like get your shit together. I think most young men have zero order in their life. Their lives are chaotic. They spend most of the day masturbating, watching anime, or doing whatever. I think men need order and some sense of discipline. That's what I would encourage. Where you get that in the military, get that on the job, whatever the fuck you need. You need to get that shit sorted before you even think about changing the world or doing any of this kind of stuff. I can't take people seriously when they look schizophrenic, but they're trying to. I don't take them seriously. So
you need to be a fucking man first. Yeah. You need to
be a so that would be my thing. So I don't care if you want to jump on a fishing boat and spend a year out there getting tuna. I don't care what it is. I think men need to get that discipline aspect in their life. That would be my prescription to young men. Do you disagree with that?
No, that's good. Yeah, you need to have something to base that off. I think Destiny would disagree with you.
Listen, Destiny can come back and he can disagree with that. But yeah, I think whenever I speak to young guys, and they're like, I feel lost. I'm like, I understand that because I was lost. Okay, so I can't even pretend. The reason why I joined the military is because I was lost. And I was like, I don't want to go to school. So I'm very much like you, SNEAKO, in that I'm a high school dropout. But I'm a high school dropout because school's not for me. I can't focus. The classrooms, the speed, the pacing of it is not for me. So I wasn't going to pay to waste my time.
So would you tell young men to go to school, or would you tell them to try to seek out a way to make money on their own?
Again, it wouldn't be to go make money on their own. What I would tell them to do is assume responsibilities in life. Reason being is responsibilities test your character. And once your character starts to get tested by these responsibilities, then you start to figure out who you are. Once you have a better understanding of who you are, then figure out what your dream is. You get me? Because honestly, at 17, I was a goofy ass individual. If you asked me what my dream was, I probably would have told you something stupid. Okay. And I'm kind of glad I didn't think of that because I didn't know myself well enough to know what my dream should be. So get responsibilities, be a man, and take care of your shit. So at 17,
once you get discipline, you change as a person too. Your personality changes. I was not the same person I was when I was like 16, 17 years of age. When I was 16 and I started working fucking shit jobs, and I got thrown into adulthood so fucking fast in my life. I was into living on my own. I had to learn how to fucking taxes and all this bullshit worked in my life. I had to figure out everything. I became an adult so fast that I feel like I'm still suffering through the whiplash, right? If I look at my dreams when I was 15, 14 years of age, they are so vastly different than what they were when I was in my 20s. I became a different fucking person. And I feel like that's the whole argument. It's not about like, hey, make money online, chase your dreams at the moment. It's about fucking getting your shit together. It's about learning what you are as a person first, becoming a fucking adult, and then you can fucking soul search and figure out what you want to be once you become that person. It's like going through fucking puberty, bro. Like you change as a fucking person completely, 1000%.
Yeah.
By the way, this is Musa, my editor, God-fearing Muslim.
All right, man. Shout out to you. So, how much we paying you for this hour? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000?
This one's free. You know what I mean? I gotta give a freebies here and there.
Listen, charity to the poor YouTubers. We appreciate you.
That's what it is, man. It has to be done sometimes. But
mashallah. So, what's going on, brother? What do you want to bring up?
I was just thinking that obviously I'm 19 years old and I make well over like 5 figures a month now, and I think I'm a good example of someone that, as an example of someone that you can, like, anyone can get rich. Like, it's possible for anyone to do so. I don't think it's impossible, because even the stuff that I know, you don't even have to know a lot. Like, I have friends, right, that earn more than the average UK citizen that are 2 years younger than me, and they started editing. They've only got 2 years editing experience. They learned everything that I taught them. They learned directly from me, and I taught them, and that's it. And any YouTube videos I'd refer them to if you're trying to get into editing. Finzar is a great YouTube channel to go and look at. Yeah, but I literally, one of my friends, and this is 100% true because I've hired him, he works for me now, right?
Right.
He was editing for 2 months, 3 months, right? And he put his own work in as well. Like, he did his own TikToks. He made a SNEAKO TikTok page. And after, obviously, I trained him up for a while with editing and algorithm knowledge, he grew a page from 0 to 100,000 followers in 4 days, right? And now he can go and he goes and he does his own consultation calls. He can go and work for any agency he wants. Like, he can go and work for a company. Even my younger brother, he's very lazy. He's very complacent. He's not like he's not as driven. But I told him, look, run up a TikTok account. So he listened to me. He ran up an account. One of his videos got 1 million views, and he did it again and again. Then he got a job in the real world making content for like a restaurant, for like a burger shop now. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why people can't just pick up skills that are accessible for everyone. Everyone's got a phone. You can even make videos, TikToks on a phone. You know what I mean? So everyone's got that. And even the capital problem of you need money to make money, that still isn't true. Earlier this year, I ran up a TikTok dropshipping store where the only capital I spent was 50 to 60 pounds. And I made 6,000 pounds in 2 weeks with that store, which is live on TikTok. You can still go and look at the TikTok page, My Samurai Umbrella on TikTok. It's on there. I'm in all the videos. The videos got 4 million views on them, on one of them and stuff like that. So,
okay, this is dope. So I got questions for you. So where did you learn these skills?
So I learned my editing skills from YouTube, and I also learned my algorithm knowledge from.
Perfect.
It was a lot of it was from YouTube and from self-study. So I test stuff out myself.
So you would say you got a curious mind for this stuff. You're like really interested.
Yes.
Absolutely cool, dope. And how many hours do you think you've put into learning this shit?
A disgusting amount.
Okay. All right. So we're getting to the good stuff. Here's something that I've kind of learned doing this long enough, because I always try to figure out how shit works. If people don't have a natural curiosity or real interest for it, it is very difficult for them to put enough time on their own without supervision to actually learn the skills necessary. I don't disagree with you that these things are very much possible. I actually agree. My whole point is not everyone's built for it the same way. Not everyone has that interest and the inclination to be like, I'm going to spend hours learning this and do those stuff. If people do, I encourage them to do it. I just reject the idea that everyone will do it.
I think the strongest argument here is like, just how much of it do you think that your experience is the average experience, or is it the survivorship bias and you're a very like exceptional individual who's succeeded hard in this field? That's the thing that I want to ask.
That was forever, right?
You guys teach SNEAKO?
Yeah,
I think it was a question for you.
No, I think I'm an average kid. I failed high school. I didn't even get past it. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like I'm like intelligent. Like majority of people, if you made it past high school, you're smarter than me. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So I don't think it's anything crazy. And even then, I make money doing stuff that I don't even like doing. I don't have any interest in manufacturing and supplying clothing, but I run SNEAKO's whole merch line. I have no interest in doing that. I have no passion for fashion at all. I've got no interest in it. But I put the hours in because I was willing to do the work for the money. And that's
right. But even that, having that ability to turn off your brain and say, I don't care that I don't like this stuff. I'm still going to do it every day. And not everyone can. That's why you got people who are engineers.
But that doesn't make it impossible.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible.
But Destiny's saying it's impossible for anyone to get rich.
Did I really say that?
I don't think you said that. Is that your take?
You said not everybody can get rich.
That's a lot different than it's impossible.
From the internet.
Yeah.
You said from the internet, right? You said
some people can, yeah, some people, but not most people. Not everyone can.
I'm arguing that everyone can. I think it's possible. It's possible that everyone can do so.
Okay. I mean, it's just not true, but I don't know how it would either.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, do you believe that your experience is literally the average? Because if that was the case, then why isn't like everybody that makes a YouTube channel so successful? Why doesn't everyone like fucking is at the top?
Because a lot of people quit, right? Now, because they quit doesn't mean that they can't do it, because they definitely can. But it just means that they specifically, that person.
why did they
can't, but it
quit?
doesn't-
Yeah, why
Well-
did they quit?
Well, it might not have what they initially entailed. Being a YouTuber is a lot more than just uploading videos. You got to be a graphic designer,
Absolutely.
you got to be a video editor, you got to
Absolutely.
be charismatic, and then you got to, you know what I mean? Then you got to learn like algorithm stuff.
Well, not everyone can do that though.
Yeah,
Not everyone
exactly.
has
No,
those
everyone-
skills.
Here's an
Everyone
example.
has the ability, and everyone has the access to the at least everyone in the West has access to the knowledge to be able to do that stuff.
Right.
But not everyone has the, and this is where it comes into the individual person.
Right.
Not everyone has it within themselves to go forward with all of that stuff.
Destiny,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think a lot of us are built different. So, for example, I know folks who couldn't make it as an infantryman.
Yes,
They don't have the
I
mental
agree.
aptitude. But these same people go on to be doctors. They can go on to be engineers. They can go on to do different skills. Our brains are not all built the same. Not everyone's capable of doing every kind of job in the world. Not everyone has the interest or the passion for it. You described having an insane curiosity to put an insane amount of hours into something. And that's great. I'm very happy for you. Not everyone has that kind of drive. I know for me,
But
I know for
everyone
me,
has the
hold on,
ability.
I
sorry.
know for me, I can't do school. Could I technically finish 4 years? Sure, but it would be like suicide for me. Okay, even if you told me at the end of 4 years I'm going to get a 100% job making 300K a year, all this stuff, it would feel like suicide. I can't do it mentally. Do you understand? But I can spend days and days working on an editing software to learn it. All I'm trying to say is people are built differently. The same way you might not be able to go to school and handle all that stuff, but you can do this editing stuff. Not everyone can do what you do as well.
I agree, but what I'm saying is that doesn't mean that not everyone can do it, because everyone can do it. Everyone has the ability to do so, and everyone has
Sure.
access to the resources to do so. It's down to the individual, but that
Yes.
doesn't make it. That doesn't make it correct.
And
It
I
just
think
means
the
that-
deciding factor is the type of information they hear and what they believe in their mentality. And Destiny, I want to ask you this question. Do you think it's better for young men to follow your ideology or mine?
Absolutely mine. It's not even close.
Young men, why?
Yeah. Well,
Because
it's
you're
depends.
Hold on,
selling- you're
can
selling-
you state what your ideology is for young men, and then SNEAKO's, so we all know what like you guys are fighting on?
College is a scam.
Yeah.
You should not be a slave. You don't want to work a job. That's just brainwashing. You want to be independent. You want to do whatever you want. And you can do it if you offer a skill and you become valuable and you invest your money in the right ways. And it's very possible to do that. It's the easiest time ever to get rich right now. And courses like the one I'm promoting, like the Creativity Kit, are much better than college, which costs $100,000 a year, which Destiny's telling you to go to.
But you should try as hard as you can through school. It's the most reliable, best way you can be successful with your life. If you can identify interests that you have early on or hobbies you have early on, you should work those as hard as you can. If by the time you're 18 years old, you don't see a clear path that you can take where you can be an entrepreneur, computer programmer, or some shit like that, if that path isn't obvious to you at 18, then your best chance for success is probably to go to college, figure out a major that you want to do, and then continue to work down that route.
I disagree.
Precisely.
Don't you think it's a good idea for people to take so the space between, at least in the UK, is you finish like high school and then you have the option to go to university, which is college, right? That gap in between, you don't have to take that step to college or university or whatever. Don't you think it would be a better idea for those people that have just finished 18, 19 years old to take some time out and explore other business ventures? That type of idea isn't pushed in itself. They don't push that idea. A lot of people, I tell them like, look, if you're around this age, take a gap year, because if you don't, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be going to university. You're going to be studying for, 4 years, 5 if you want to get a master's and stuff like that. By the time you come out, you're 23, 24 years old. You're on, 30K a year? And then after tax, you're taking home maybe 24? Like, that's not good. And then after that, you then need 5 years experience to start looking at maybe 60K a year. And this is pounds, by the way. £60,000 a year, which is considered a high-end job. But by the time you finish that, you're 29, 28? Like,
You need to be.
not good.
I don't know anything about the UK, and I already know what you're saying is not true. You're telling me you have to be 29, 28 years old on college jobs to earn 60,000 quid a year? No shot. I don't believe it.
Well, I can
There's
tell you.
no-
Bullshit. I had
can
family
tell you
members
for-
that just got out of U of T and they're working at like $80,000 a
Yeah,
year
there's
jobs.
no way that's true. I don't
My,
believe it.
That depends on what university and what degree you have.
No, I can tell you, right. My dad, right. He has a master's degree in it's like software engineering. He has a software engineering job, and he earns around that type of money. And he's got 10 years in the field, stuff like that. Like,
He only has 30,000, 50,000 a year.
yeah, like 60K a year.
Hey, your dad needs to look at jobs a little bit better, because a master's degree should not just be getting him 60K a year.
This is what he's this is what he's earning. And even then, like
Yeah.
there's people like, even if you go about, like, there's people complaining about just coming out of uni with master's degrees, looking at like, and these people are like 23, 24 years old, got master's degrees coming out, no experience, and they're still even then looking 30k, 35k a year. That's not better than me. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be coming out of let's say you got a master's degree, then you got 5 years experience. Even if you're earning 80k a year, I'm outperforming you and I'm 19. You know what I mean?
That's tough.
You've got 10 years on me and I'm outperforming you. I'm not
It feels like
famous,
your
and
dad's getting scammed, and that's not an average representation. I literally told you, like, family friends of mine come out.
It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of like there's no way to put this into words. Like, you guys just don't see everybody that fails. Like, those people don't exist to you. Like, you look at 100 people that take a gap year, and then 1 or 2 people make something successful happen out of that, and you don't see the 98 that like just get too lazy to ever go back to school, and then they're fucked for the rest of their lives. They don't do anything. Like, all you guys are
That's
seeing
true.
are the 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100 stories, and then that's it. And you're pretending. That
Oh,
everybody
I'm
can
not
do that.
seeing the 1 in 1,000 stories. I'm on your side.
No.
I
I'm
know
talking,
that,
I'm talking
yeah.
to SNEAKO
Yeah.
and Musa. Like,
Yeah,
but I mean, like, I understand it. I guess like you feel like this is like I've always tried to figure out like this split in mentality, that there are some people that like when they make a thing or they do like a particular thing, like they think that like everybody can do this, anybody can do this. It's like whatever, not realizing like the exceptional set of circumstances that led them to be able to accomplish or do what they could do. And then you end up with this mentality like, oh, any 19-year-old could make 100,000 pounds a year if they just like learn how to edit. But it's just like you don't see like how many thousands of editors, artists, YouTuber wannabe, thousands, millions of them that are online that just don't make it. And it's not a matter of like, oh, well, if they just grind it a little harder, hustle a little harder. It's just they don't have the personality support. They're not funny enough. They didn't like whatever. Like, it's stuff that if they really
but that
seriously
doesn't
want.
mean that it's impossible. Like,
No
there's
one's
certain
talking about it being impossible. Bro, life is about numbers and stats and odds. You have to get rid of this like binary, like impossible or possible. Nobody thinks like that. That's just not how the real world works.
But you said not everyone can do it. Everyone can do what I do. It's just some people individually might not have the mindset to
It's mindset.
go through with it.
Right, but
That's it.
if they don't have the mindset, then they can't do what you do.
And you can adopt that mindset.
You can change that. Yeah,
you can adopt it.
adopt
That's why I'm
different
saying
mindset.
it's better for people to follow, for young men to follow my ideology than Destiny's, because if you don't think that you can program your brain to get out of that mindset and to be independent, then you're just going to be a bot. You're just going to be a wage slave for the rest of your life.
Especially people like me. I'm 19. Like my like in the next 2 years, 3 years, every single one of my ideas can be completely different. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm changing so quickly, I'm still young and stuff like that. So it's not like, oh, if you're 18, 19 years old, you still don't know what to do, and these are your characteristics, you're cancelling out all of these different opportunities because of how you're thinking at 18 years old. That can't be right.
Yeah, nothing for that, Destiny?
I don't know what I can say to you guys. Like, I mean, like,
know what it
if you want to get into like a data-driven argument, like I win on the data a million times over. There's a reason
what
why.
About what we said about the mindset. My overall argument is that
You're speaking and you sound like a raving like feminist. Like, you're giving me ideas that I can't prove or disprove. I can't say anything. Like, you're saying like, this sounds so cool and like everybody can be the YouTuber shit. Okay, let's look at the numbers. Does it happen? Nope, you're wrong. Anybody can drop out of high school. Okay, cool. Let's look at the numbers. Like, you're giving me no. I gotta finish. I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, you're giving me a feelings over fact argument. I can't argue with your feelings. If you want to have
That's
the
not a
feeling that
feeling.
everybody can be an
That's not a
editor,
feeling.
that everybody can be successful, everybody can make it on YouTube, that's great that you feel that way. But at the end of the day, life is a game of
You just
numbers,
argue
and you have
based
to
on
look at the
something that you
probability
made up
of
in your
like
head.
what
You
you
just
can't. You have to stop
create
cutting me off
arguments.
every time I'm giving you an answer for anything. Okay,
'Cause
if
it's
you
not
want
an
to go
answer to what I
dig into
said.
the data, if you want to go and dig into the data, you can look and see who are the most successful people in life. Even when you talk about entrepreneurs or CEOs, like 90% of these people have college degrees. It's not an accident. But you're looking at the 3 or 4 exceptions, and like every brain-rotted American that believes in
You're
this
not
toxic
going
idea of
off
the
what
American
I'm talking
dream
about.
that's going to
Toxic.
throw away every
I'm the
single thing they could
feminist and
possibly
using words
achieve
like
in life,
toxic.
that they could
Alright,
possibly
settle
achieve in
down.
life.
But
And all you're going to do is
anyway.
tell people to go for that like 1 in a million shot. It's just
Alright.
it's a super horrible ideology, and I've
Okay.
seen so many people like fall to it.
Can I ask
Wait,
SNEAKO?
wait. So let me ask him something. You're calling me the feminist. You said toxic. The idea with the premise of the question was, can you adopt a mindset to get out of the bot programming? Can you adopt a mindset, true or false?
You can do anything. That's not an interesting question.
What is
Hey,
that? You're
look,
making
yo,
like I'm
hold-
making a
alright.
feelings argument.
Yo,
I'm saying,
yo,
can
yo.
you? Moose's argument.
You
Moose's-
can do anything. Anybody could fucking be
Okay,
a Navy
look,
SEAL for you.
Destiny,
Could theoretically. Anything's
Destiny.
theoretically possible, but it's not. That's
Okay,
that's.
Fucking hell.
All right, chill out, man. Look, what I'm trying to, I think a better way of presenting SNEAKO's argument is definitely saying like, you're supposed to go against the odds. The odds aren't in people that fails favor. If you think about it realistically, the people that get, the reason they say C grade students become CEOs is because the A grade students will go through the system because they're getting A's, and the C grade students, you got to think about it this way: what are their options? I failed. What are my options now? I can't go through the system and get a good job. I'm not really going to be looking at getting a job anywhere that's going to pay me more than 20,000, 30,000 pounds a year. ever in my life. I'll be lucky if I can get £30,000 a year, because I'm never going to be able to get a degree. So we're looking at £20,000 a year job, or I have to take a risk, start a business, and that's my only way of making good money now. So if I want to make more than 6 figures a year, I have 2 options: start a business and take the risk and start hustling, or make £20,000 a year. I don't have the option to go and get a degree because I failed.
How many of those C grade students out of 1,000 become CEOs?
Well, the ones that have the mentality will go and become CEOs. That's it.
Yeah, but how many of them though? Like, what is it? Do you know what it takes to become a CEO?
Well, I have a couple employees of myself.
A
so
chief
I
executive
wouldn't say
officer of a corporate company with
not
structure,
on like a
people working
high
under
tier,
them.
whatever. But I have a few employees. I'm running things good right now. But obviously I'm.
Do you consider
19
yourself a chief executive officer?
I mean,
What's this?
What was
I
the
think
point of
it's
the
just-
question?
I have
it's
my
like
own
you're
business.
going with
I
the
guess I
idea.
can.
You're going with such an idealistic mentality. It's like, okay, so the C grade kids don't understand the fucking craft too well. They fucking failed out. But hey, maybe if they have the right mentality, they can be the CEOs, and all the fucking eighth grade students will just run into work for them. That's so fucking idealistic. Like,
No,
we're trying to
I'm not
go for
saying
the
that's the
actual
case, like-
average and stability over here. Okay, like you want to fucking, if you want to ask me what my mentality is like, listen, play smarter, don't play dumb. Okay, you have a set amount of time in your fucking life. If you want to chase idealistic shit, go for it. Okay.
Okay, so what's
98%
smarter
of that shit
from a C grade
fails.
student? What's smart from a
What's
C grade
smarter
student?
is if you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life, okay? University, schooling, military, a lot of these like structured fields are not bad. If you jump into them, you get some level of structure. Then once you have something to fall back on, chase your fucking dreams, okay? If I didn't have shit to fall back on, do you think I'd be chasing after the businesses I have nowadays?
Of course,
Fuck
I
no.
understand.
It's
And I
because
agree
I
with
did
that.
no. It's because I developed the funds through my actual career to chase the dreams that I have. You think I'd be pissing away fucking money doing anything nowadays? Fuck no. That would be idealistic as shit. I had to
I
grind
agree.
in the system to make a fuck ton of cash, then I could invest that. I would never, ever tell anybody to do what I fucking did if they didn't have the education or the shit to fall back on. That's it. That's all I'm going to say.
No, I would like to say I actually agree with that, but I would say that most people in the West have the privilege of their parents to fall back on. If you don't, then I agree. Get a regular job, stack some bread.
Most
so you do
people
have something to
don't,
fall back
though.
on.
Hold
Most
up,
people
Muda.
don't have their parents.
Most people in the West do,
Let him
bro.
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, bro.
Look, most people in the West, they do. They have the privilege. I have the privilege.
He not lying.
Okay, worst case scenario, I lose all my money and I'm back in my bedroom. My parents are paying the bills and they're feeding me, and that's it. You know what I mean? So that's my worst case scenario. But most kids have this worst case scenario in the West. Let's not lie, they don't.
Yeah. I don't entirely disagree with you. I think it's very difficult for a lot of people to develop that kind of drive if they don't really have any kind of structure or struggle to really push them forward.
But that's on them.
Absolutely. I don't disagree. Listen, I can't tell you why
So
a
anyone
lot of
can do
people
it
are
then.
built. Was that?
So anyone can do it. Anyone can make money online.
You say that, and I hear what you're saying. It sounds very great esoterically, but for whatever reason, we find very different outcomes for a lot of people. Now, you might say it's because they didn't watch the right podcast or they don't have the right mentality and they can develop it.
Yeah.
I'm of the mindset that some people can't develop certain skills. I don't think that everyone can do everything. I just don't believe it. Maybe you guys feel differently, and that's why probably where we're going to diverge on the path. But I would say that based off what you said, which I think is very reasonable, if people do have a fallback plan, take a risk. I don't disagree with that. So I think on that point alone, I'm probably with SNEAKO News.
Okay.
Yeah, so I agree.
I'm with you
Only
guys
take
on that.
risk
So,
if
Abba,
you
what
have
do you
something
think?
to move
What do
back
you
on.
think? Do you think it's better for young men to follow Destiny's philosophy or mine and Moose's?
I'm in between the both of you guys where I say I think people should structure. That's my thing. I don't think because I don't think it's a good idea.
Centrism.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea for people to just throw them. Actually, let me rephrase. If you have the innate thing in you where you desperately want to do this stuff and school's not calling out to you, if you want to go and take that risk, that's fine. Go for it. I would prefer that people take on responsibilities, be it like move out of your parents' place, start paying your own rent, get yourself a job, learn what it is to actually be an adult, be a grown
I
up.
disagree. Don't move out. But go on.
That's fine. That's fine. I think
And I would agree with Musa here. Like, if you have the opportunity to live with your parents for some like indeterminate amount of time and like pursue like some online shit or whatever, then
Take
yeah,
it.
I mean, if you got the opportunity, go for
Bro,
it.
you gotta think. My
Save some money.
dad. I tried to move out. My dad wouldn't let me. He says it's stupid of you. He says just stay home. Everything's done for you here. He says we do your cooking, we do your cleaning, we do everything for you. Like we take care of you. You got a place to stay. You got a nice room. You got a nice house. You don't need to move out. Stay here and stack your bread. That's exactly what my dad told me when I tried to move out. And I was like, you know what? This guy's right. Because if I move out now, I have some sort of risk. Now I have to do it. But realistically, I can go to zero tomorrow everything's fine.
Destiny,
Still
how did you get
sleep
to
in
that
bed.
point? How did you?
So
make
hold
the-
hold on. I won't because they cut me off further, and then you can go for Destiny. What I was trying to get
Don't
at
you feel
was-
like that's getting babied? Sorry.
Me.
Don't you feel like that's kind of getting babied though? If like your dad doesn't let you move out and like live life a little bit, like make some fuck ups.
No, I made my fair share of fuck ups. But obviously that comes with like, it comes with different like I still get my freedom. Like once a month, I'll usually go to London for like a week or so, 3 or 4 days, and just go and get out there and do my stuff. Or
Like you see when you say like you see when you give that, like that's just such a fucking privileged way of living, man. Like you know how many.
But most
that
people in the
is
West
such
have
an
this
easy
way
way
of
to
living.
fall back.
If you have the opportunity to do that shit, I know that this is where I'm gonna break now. Jesus, if you have the opportunity to live with your parents, you should take advantage of that shit for as long as fucking possible.
Exactly.
There are a lot of people that are 18, 19, it's like, I want to move away, I want to move away, I want to move. Bro, working at 16, 17, 18 fucking sucks. If you can stay with your parents, do that shit forever. Yeah, if you can do that, I'd say stay with that shit forever. You're gonna be like a kid. You'll be a kid for longer, but fuck it, dude. Being a kid and having the opportunity to explore that shit is base.
Exactly. So if you can do it, stay at home. And most people in the West have this privilege. Let's not act like they don't. Most people in the West definitely do. And how do they spend it? It's laying on their side, watching Netflix all day, wasting it away whenever they have free time. They'll go and work their little shoe job in the town center and get paid minimum wage. So
I think that's fine advice for some folks. I think if people want to take on more responsibilities and discover themselves, and one way they can do that is move on their own and take that on. Okay, so
I'm gonna give a. I'm gonna finish
my point. My prescription to people in between SNEAKO and Destiny is just this: if you're a young man and you feel lost in life, go take on responsibilities, be it a job, volunteering, whatever the fuck it is, and start to get to know yourself. I think once you have difficult situations that you have to constantly deal with, you're going to get a better understanding of who you are and what you want out of life. So that's my prescription. Not go to school, not chase your dreams and be a YouTuber, whatever the fuck it is. Mine is go take on some responsibilities and figure out what you want. That's it.
My thing where I disagree like heavily with Destiny is like take advantage of like your fucking your parents and living situation. I kind of agree with it. I mean it's a safer option, but like my dad, good income, everything solid. I could have lived with my parents, but the reality is like fucking as soon as I hit like 16, 17, I think this is where like the mentality of the whole CEO shit changes, right? Like you mentioned C grade students becoming CEO. Highly disagree. I think what really matters is like how much initiative each individual has, right? Like when I was 16, worked my ass off, never took a dime from my fucking parents, never took a dime from anybody. Everything that I ever had is built from my own like fucking hands, and that's it. Like it's those people. I'm not just fluffing myself. I think you have to have that mentality in order to succeed anywhere in fucking life. Whether you want to be a CEO or chase your fucking dreams, right? Like it's getting out of your fucking safety net and doing shit with your life that actually brings you to like a level of success that you guys look up to or you guys keep preaching or like the idealistic viewpoint, Like, I'm sorry, you have to pay your dues. You have to give your pound of flesh, your kilo of flesh, if you will, in order to fucking survive, man. It is what it is. I don't
Destiny,
know.
you want to respond to that?
Well, I don't think I disagree, right?
Okay,
But like
okay,
also
so
another thing too is that like the same types of people that have that mentality and have that drive, I hate to say this, but they are the people that can finish college. Like they're the type of people that aren't going to be discouraged. We're like, oh, I can't do college, it's too hard. Like most people that have the drive to do all that business shit have the drive to finish their degree.
Yeah, but I will say that
it's not about finishing college. It's about realizing that it's a waste of time and it's a scam. College doesn't guarantee income, but it does.
Stop. What does waste of time or scam mean?
Because college guarantees debt, but it does not guarantee income.
The numbers disagree with your feelings. At least when you say that, can you please? I want you to qualify that and go. This is a feeling
How is
that I have.
Feeling?
Because you're wrong.
Do you get a job when you finish college, or do you get a
Because if you look at the data and you look at high school students versus college students, no, I hear what you're saying. You're just telling me your feeling. I don't care about your feeling.
It's not a feeling.
It is a feeling. When you say college is a scam.
Okay. Everyone, cool down. Destiny, what's your point? Just go for it.
His point is about stats, not agreeing with whatever SNEAKO is saying. I will say though, Destiny, like here in the UK, after you finish university, like I was saying, if you don't have experience and you're getting paid that 30k a year, then after tax you're taking home what 2,400. Like it's 24,000 a year. Like currently in the UK, we have a cost of living crisis where people can't afford their energy bills and stuff like that because the companies keep rising them. So these people that have gone to university, they've gone and got a job, but because they don't have the experience to fit into the next tax bracket, they now can't even afford to have their heaters on this winter and stuff like that. Like they can't afford these things. So they've gone to college. They've been told they're going to get a job. They've been told they're going to get paid nicely. They've been told they're going to do all these things to get this degree and all that stuff. Now they can't even afford to turn on the heater this winter. So it's stuff like
and the majority of the people trying to be YouTubers don't even have a house to turn the heat on in.
Okay,
Like,
but
what's the point?
that's all fun and dandy, but that doesn't steer away from the fact that these people have gone through college, they've gone through university, and they've not been able to live nicely. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that SNEAKO's point of saying like college is a scam, there's an essence of truth to it. Not entirely.
Is it a scam
people-
because there's not 100% success rate? Because there's not 100% success rate in being a YouTuber either, or is
Way
that
lower.
100%. I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't mean that not everyone can do it, because everyone can do it in both fields.
And overall, I mean, YouTube tutorials are free. The creativity kit is $50 a month. There's like 1.6 trillion U.S. college debt. Now they have to give forgiveness now. So
Yeah, there's an essence of truth to that as well. You know what I mean? Like they're both right. But in my opinion, if you weigh up the two, obviously it's a little bit biased. Like literally can't go to college, university. But at the same time, like I would rather not take on the debt and take that risk and work for myself. Not everyone has it within themselves and they don't have the
Okay.
mentality for it, and I understand it. But at the same time, like if I still have to take that risk of going to university, finishing with all these degrees and all these things, and then get a job, and then I still can't afford to live, and I have to go through that cost of living crisis. That sucks, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would have felt like I've been lied to.
Okay, so I'm curious. I got 1 million people listening right now. They're ready to do whatever you say.
Mhm.
What would you tell them to do right now in order to start making?
Well, first
the
of all, I would
creativity
say
kit.
find a level of foundation, like we was talking about initially. If you have your parents' shit to fall back on, like majority of people do in the West, right? Then start taking risks. I would say personally start learning how to build websites, because e-commerce isn't going anywhere. Secondly, I would say if you have any type of passions, pursue them and find a way to monetize them. Typically, you can do that through TikTok, right? But yeah, that's what I would tell them.
So have passions and then monetize them through like social medias.
Yes, I would also say an important factor is building case studies is the new degree. The same way you would go to college and get a degree is building case studies is the equivalent of that for getting jobs online, for making money online. So for me, obviously, I have ran up SNEAKO's TikTok page. I've done like 110 million views in 28 days on one page, right? That's an insane stat to bring to the table. Any agency is going to want to hire you for that, right? So that's a case study in itself. So because of that fact alone, and even my friend who ran up his TikTok page, his SNEAKO, went from 0 to 100,000 followers in 4 days, just for having that in his locker alone, people will want to hire him. That's a degree now.
that's better
The
than
same
a
way-
degree. Better than
The
a
same
degree.
way, arguably, yeah. Because the average UK earner, I'm pretty sure, earns £1,700 a month, right? And my friend now, he ran up that page, he earns £2,500 a month from me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So he gets paid more than the average. He didn't even finish high school either. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. And I only hired him for the pure reason of his case study.
Right.
Or you can watch Destiny stream all day and go clean carpets.
Or you could watch SNEAKO stream all day, you know, spend $300 because you're too stupid to learn how to pirate Adobe Premiere or whatever. Learn how to edit a few shitty videos, throw them up on TikTok, get 45 views a video, wonder why it's not happening. Get one SNEAKO clip that blows up, get 50,000 views, do nothing, waste 3 years, and
Hey,
then
you're just
finally
talking
get
to
to go
the
back to school or
losers,
get
the
a
people
normal
who
job.
gave up, the people in your chat who want to give up on that. We're talking
These
to
are the people that,
winners.
by the way,
The
SNEAKO
winners in
literally
my
admitted
stream.
that most of his audience will be losers. Most people aren't going to succeed.
And they're
So
not going
SNEAKO
to keep
already
watching.
does
Once they
most of you.
lose, they're going to go to
Destiny.
Destiny stream. The winners are going to stay
Destiny,
here.
I'm
The
gonna-
losers are going to go listen to you cope all day.
Okay, look, Destiny, I'm going to disagree as well when it comes to the fact that YouTube. I know loads of people that, obviously, I understand not everyone has the mentality to do this, but everyone has the ability to do this, right? I know loads of people that started off their channel for the first year of their thing was just experimenting, uploading videos and stuff like that. Then during that process, learning about the algorithm and then blowing up from there. One of my clients I help manage is Raz HD on YouTube. He's a FIFA YouTuber. And I picked him up last year. He had 3,000 subscribers. I've still got the DMs. I told him, look, I know about the algorithm. I need to build a case study. Let me help you with your channel and all this stuff. So we went through this whole process. And in 3 months, we took his channel from 3,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers. Now he's got 200,000 subscribers. He gets around 100,000 subscribers a video. And his channel's just blowing up. And now he makes like over 10K a month, like every month. So, you know what I mean? Like these people, like if you really come at it from a strategical point of view, which anyone can learn, because I learned all my algorithmic knowledge online. I didn't pay for anything. I learned it all from YouTube. Learned it all from, you know what I mean, personal experience, stuff like that. And look what I did for the guy. Now, obviously, I get a percentage. I'm managing him and stuff like that. It's a win-win. So there's a lot that goes into it. I even know people like
What's the name of the guy?
Raz HD. There's even people like McBurkin. If you know about McBurkin,
How
he's
does
a
what kind of
Minecraft
content does
YouTuber.
this guy do?
He makes FIFA videos, gaming videos, personality, webcam,
dope.
facecam, plays
Just
FIFA.
like
That's
you.
it.
I want to say, I
Gaming
want to
content.
say, so I'm incredibly fascinated by how people reach their success and what it takes to kind of get there. And in me listening to you, I can tell that you really care about the intricacies of how these things work. Like when you look at algorithms, when you look at social media platforms, for you, you're not just looking at it as like, oh, people upload shit. You look at it and you think, all right, why did this video blow up? What was it
Exactly.
about the thumbnail? What was it about the video? What was it like? You have that kind of analytical mind. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is something that I've found to be true, and I think is like the biggest differentiating factor between people who are successful and all this stuff, not IQ, not any of this stuff. It's like a general innate curiosity for how the thing functions and how to exploit it as best as possible. So even when I listen to Mr. Beast talk about shit, right? What I hear him talk about all day long is like, how do you game the algorithm? How do we make the best on all this stuff? You have that same. Do you understand that not everyone has that built in them? It's not a mindset you can adopt.
I agree.
Curiosity is not something you can just inherit, that you have to really have it. And I've noticed this too. People are only curious generally or about things that they actually are interested in. That's most
Okay.
folks I know. So I know guys who are as autistic as you when it comes to music or dancing or
I see what you
basketball
mean,
or whatever.
But I have a rebuttal. I would
Go
like
for
to say, I have a friend who has a clothing brand now. He has no interest in marketing, has no interest in business or any of these things. He just has like he just likes clothes and stuff like that, and he likes anime. He started printing anime designs on clothes, doing his own drawings, printing it on clothes and stuff like that. And then he put it together, and now obviously I told him like, look, I know about the TikTok algorithm. You should start pushing your stuff on TikTok. He doesn't even like TikTok. He doesn't like posting it. He doesn't like doing any of that stuff. He just
Right.
does it because it's part of his business. And
Right.
this is what most people have to do. When it comes down to business and making money, the hard work aspect is there's always a point of it where you do shit you don't want to do. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
that comes with most stuff in life. That comes with most jobs. You know what I mean?
Which is why you
So-
normally hire people. That's why
Yeah,
most
exactly.
people hire others. Like
You don't know what
I,
to
Yeah,
do.
so what I'm saying
Even
is
my
this
account-
guy,
okay.
he doesn't have any type of passion for algorithms or anything like that. But
Right.
still, he's done all free promo. He hasn't paid for a single ad. He turns over tens of thousands of pounds. He's 18 years old, and he has his own office space and all this stuff now. And you know what I mean? He doesn't have any passion for any of this algorithm stuff. Like you can still do whatever. Like anyone really can make money online.
okay, I'm not mad at that.
I think he's Moose is living proof of that, and proof of that. Even if you don't fail, if you fail in school, if you don't want to be a matrix slave, that you could still go get it. And
you don't have to have clout.
This is Gen Z talking. And this is why people like Moose will watch my shit. And this is why like the people who give up like end up to like Lasanabi's content, and then end up like people who gave up on their dreams end up watching Destiny's content. Like it's just the difference, man. That's just, we did a poll. I asked, and my whole chat said 1, they would rather lead. Destiny chat all said 2, they would rather follow. And we also admitted that everybody would rather lead. So if they want to give up, fine. But I want to have winners watching my shit.
Okay, all right. This is a whole different topic.
No, it's the
Moose,
same
I think
topic. It's the philosophy behind it. It's ambition versus complacency. And Destiny's going to keep saying that it's facts over feelings. I don't know what it is, but like a mindset is not a feeling. It's something you can put your mind to anything. It's not a feeling. It's what you need in order to be rich now. I'm having Iman Ghazi on later on. We're going to talk about that. One of the richest guys I know. He's 22. Gen Z, I want to change that mindset so that a lot of people can get out of this shit.
No. Yeah, well, listen, Musa, I thought a lot of the stuff that you said was really interesting and insightful in regards to algorithms, and yeah, that's really cool. SNEAKO, what do you think when you hear somebody who's like, "I'm fine with being a follower," like I don't like leading, it's not my thing. What do you say to those people?
Okay, go ahead. But we know what the number one coveted job in America is. When you ask a kid who's 5 years old what they wanted to do, they wanted to be astronauts, they wanted to be NBA players, they wanted to be superstars, they wanted to be the best. You don't ask a kid, what do you want to do? They say, I want to clean carpets. They want to be the saxophone player. That's what they want to do. So I'm saying feed that. Feed that kid, that little kid that inspired you with all those dreams, but you have to follow that. And don't give that up, because I'm tired of seeing people give that up, because you know what you wanted to do when you were. Everything I do, all the decisions I do, I am living for that kid like that was 12, that was sitting in class, that didn't want to be there, that felt like this was a waste of time. Everything I do is to make that kid happy.
Right.
It's
Bro,
good for
I want
mentality.
it to be a
So
fucking-
I'm just curious.
Go ahead.
Because I'm interested. To people who are in that, like I know some folks who work at an ad agency, they make $60K a year and they're good with that. Like for them, they go on a trip once or twice a year and they go with their life. They're happy. They get to see their family every Christmas, all that stuff. What do you say to those people who are good with that? Do you think there's something wrong with what they're doing?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong
So
with
do
that.
you? So can you acknowledge that there's a lot of people who may fit into that mold?
You can still be a
and-
happy person, but a good.
Oh, hold on. I just want to
Okay.
finish. When I hear you say, "Oh, these people are slaves," "Oh, these people are just bots," and all this other stuff, do you not understand that people who just want to live a regular life and not think about being an entrepreneur and stressing about algorithms and doing all this stuff, and they just want a sense of security? Like whenever you talk, it almost makes it sound like these people are subhuman. There's something fucking wrong with their brains.
Yeah, he's got a point. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know people.
Okay, it can
one of
hurt
the-
people's feelings, but I think some people need
It's
to
not
hear
about
that.
hurting feelings.
No,
It's not about hurting
Sneako,
feelings.
you're
But
missing
you have to go ahead, Musa.
It's not about that. Look, like one of the people that works for me, right? One of the guys I have hired, he doesn't want to like. He doesn't ever plan on like. Obviously, I have my own agency in terms of editing and stuff like that. He doesn't want to do that. Like he doesn't have any interest in becoming the head of it. He's just happy like, all right, what do I got to do today? All right, I got to edit 8 TikToks. I got to run this. I got to upload them onto this page. I got to upload them on YouTube. I earn £3,500 a year. A month. I'm happy with that. And he doesn't. He's just complacent. He's happy with all of that stuff, and he doesn't really have any interest in becoming a business owner. My
Albert,
brother's one of those people.
let me answer
My
your
brother's
question,
happy
Albert.
to just go and become like a carpenter or whatever, and then come home play Valorant, and he's happy with that type of lifestyle.
Like, I just want to ask you.
Let me answer that because
go ahead.
I see what you're saying, and it does hurt. A lot of people hear that like the subhuman thing when I call people bots, NPCs. It does hurt because deep down people do have a sense of regret that happened. And then someone that I'm really grateful for that gave me the privilege to be where I'm at is my father. My father had the exact same dream as mine. We went to the same school. He graduated. I didn't. We were both film school. All these photos I have around here are photographs of my dad. He took these pictures, but he gave up on his dream to raise his kids and to have a comfortable life and raise a family. He fully dedicated into raising his family. And that's a decision that he made, and I would not be able to be in this position if he didn't make that decision. I look up to him for that, but still I see there's a regret that he has that scared the shit out of me since I was a little kid. And even though he lives a happy life, he loves his kids, he lives vicariously through me, he still wishes that he could have been that artist that the 6-year-old version of him wanted to be. And that's what I'm talking about. So even he's going to watch this and it's going to make him think, but that's always been my biggest fear. So it's not that I'm trying to like make people subhuman, but I think people need to hear someone like me call you a bot if you give up on life, or else you're not going to, and you're going to hear Destiny and say, well, yeah, I'll clean carpets and be happy. Yeah, you'll be fine, but you won't live life to the fullest. And I think the worst way to live is to have regret.
Do you think your dad is unhappy?
No, he's a happy guy. The reason he gets happiness is seeing me succeed. He lives vicariously through me. So
right, seeing his seed, the one that he's like invested everything
his
into,
eldest
do
son,
well in life.
seeing his eldest son succeed and fully pursue his passions as an artist and chase my dreams and everything. He knows that the sacrifice he made is the reason that I'm able to do this.
Right. But okay, so 2-part question. So if you or dad would have seen you have a really good job, right, making $80K a year, got a girlfriend, stability, all this stuff, do you think he'd be any other unhappy? Do you think he'd be more sad?
No, he
Or
would.
do you think he'd be just?
He would. It's not even happy or sad. It's just fine. He'd be fine. He'd be okay that I'm safe, that I have a comfortable job. It would be fine. But I want exceptional. That I'm ambitious. I want everybody in my chat to not let go of that ambition that you have inside of you. Young men are ambitious by nature. We want to conquer. We want to go get it. And then everything we hear in life is to get rid of that. And I hate that mentality.
Okay. Musa, I was going to ask you about your employee earlier that you mentioned. When you see your employee, how good is he? Is he a really good employee? The one that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
He's awesome, right? And it helps your machine and your cog work really well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Would you say that people like that are absolutely necessary for bigger empires to grow?
He's got a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
They are.
that.
Not everyone.
Said
What he's
earlier,
basically
it's a
trying to say
symbiotic
is,
relationship.
Yeah.
what he's saying is not everyone has to, like, if everyone was a leader, like you're trying to
Nobody
like,
would
get
lead.
people to be, then
That's
yeah,
true.
Nobody
there
would.
would be no leaders.
That's true.
So
Nobody
so
would
at
lead.
the same time, obviously, it's a good idea to, because it doesn't really matter how many people SNEAKO tries to push this progressive mentality onto. First of all, not everyone's going to adopt it. Second of all, he's never gonna like reach everyone. So it's good to push it, in my opinion. I think it's good
I agree.
for more people to become leaders. Like, why not?
The truth
You
is,
know what I mean?
the truth is always somewhere in the middle, but the truth is probably where you're at. I'm an extreme, Destiny's an extreme, and we need each other so that some people hear my message, some people hear his. It's necessary.
The reason why I say this is even within a military, you can't have everyone be a sergeant. You got to have corporals, you got to have soldiers, privates, and you got to have people who are officers, right?
Of course.
And if you have the aptitudes and you take the extra work, then you get to move up in the ranks and take on more responsibility. My point being is that the machine itself does not work without everyone not playing their role. And so my prescription is not that people shouldn't move up laterally. If you're ambitious and you have dreams, you shouldn't chase it. That's not that. My whole thing is understand that everyone's going to have the role to play, and we don't have to denigrate it or make it sound like it's a garbage role or we have to treat people terribly or any of that stuff. I think a lot of people who go every day to their job, do it exceptionally well, and make sure the machine works well are absolutely pivotal and to be respected. Maybe it's me being a bot or whatever, but I don't know. It's like, SNEAKO, I respect what you do and I love what you do, and that's great. I also look at my mom who works a 9 to 5 doing housekeeping, and I respect her dedication to doing that consistently, the kind of discipline that she has. And so my thing is, you might value one more than the other, but I don't think I do. And I don't want to walk through life thinking like, oh, you took housekeeping, you're a fucking bot and a loser. It's like, no, some people just want to live things simpler, and I respect them for it if they're good with that.
I agree, but I think people, I do look a little bit differently at people that can afford to take that risk and still don't. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of like, I don't, obviously it's not that deep really, it's not like a big deal, but at the same time I'm like, you can flourish so much more than you already are, you know what I mean? And they're just not willing to make that leap. Like people like my brother, for example, I always bang onto him so much, like, we could be making so much money, man, if this guy was just a bit more driven. But
do you understand? Do you understand that not everything is about more? And SNEAKO, you're going to agree with this in the sense we listen to a lot of Patrice. Patrice always talks about the fact that there were times in his career where he could have said one thing or done something for somebody else or bit his tongue at certain points, and his career and his wealth would have grown exponentially. But what would make him happier at the end of the day was saying true to whatever message that he had and whatever his side of truth was, and saying, I'm going to just stick with this.
That
and
was
it cost
more
him.
on the other side. See, it's sacrifices. He was choosing to be more funny. Like right now, when Destiny says I'm cucking for Islam because I don't want to make jokes about it, it's like I need to set a limit to how much funny I want to seek. I don't want to die. I don't want to get murdered. So there you go. There's limits on both sides. There's limits to how much money you want to chase, and also limits to how much you want to chase your art in the message in the meeting. You make decisions, but more often than not, Patrice was an outlier. Patrice is known as the funniest of all time because he never set that limit. He kept going, and now he's revered as the best stand-up comedian of all time. But more often than not, most people will choose to just get a comfortable job instead of being the funniest of all time.
Patrick O'Neal?
Patrice O'Neal
is the best stand-up comedian of all time? I've never seen this dude before. I don't know. Do people really say that?
Yes. A lot of comedians do, he's revered. But,
Best
you know, listen, it's not unanimously, but there's some people who feel that way.
Even Chappelle would say that, I think.
I don't think he would say that. I don't think he would. But he was well-respected and well-liked. I would say, if you guys are always talking about you guys can do more, but at the same time, you, SNEAKO, also acknowledge that there's things that you're not willing to do to get ahead or to do stuff. I feel like a lot of regular folks feel the same way. They're like, listen, I don't want to start up a TikTok account. I don't want to do this shit because it's just labor. I hate TikTok. I don't want to spend any time. In that same token, SNEAKO, you don't want to stop saying certain things that will hold you back because you want to be able to say what you want. We all make choices in life to maintain certain aspects of ourselves because we don't, even though it might help us to grow to do those things, we decide not to do that. I don't think it's necessarily a wrong thing to do that. The same way I don't want to, listen, maybe I should start TikTok tomorrow. It would probably be beneficial to my channel. I just don't care for the platform that deeply. Everyone makes those choices. What's wrong with making it? What's wrong with that?
I don't have TikTok. I don't like the platform either, but I understand its value and we're utilizing it properly. Instead of scrolling all day and becoming getting dumber on it and just watching streams and consuming it, there's ways to profit off of it. That's all I'm saying.
You think TikTok is bad?
TikTok is Chinese brainwashing.
Right.
Whoa.
TikTok's really bad.
Bring this the fuck back. Hold
crap,
on.
bro.
Wait. Okay, so TikTok is
just
terrible
terrible
for people, but you guys are actively like trying to make viral
We
content.
understand that people are addicted to it, and so we're utilizing it to our advantage. But most of the content on there is brainwashing, making people dumber, and it's CCP programming to make us believe in a bunch of bullshit so that we get weaker.
It ain't going anywhere, so you might as well utilize it whilst it's here. That's what
Exactly.
it is.
You got to understand the market.
Maybe that just sounded crazy to me. It sounded like you guys know it's bad for people, so you're like, fuck it, I'm also gonna get them.
Yeah, but at the same time, Abba, you also got to think that, okay, yeah, it's bad.
So
and it's bad.
Isn't that kind of unprincipled? Am I crazy for saying that?
No, I
Isn't
do
that
think
being
that's
part of the
where I
Matrix?
think- Look,
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
you're plugging them deeper into the.
Hold on. Look,
Aren't you plugging them deeper into the Chinese matrix by doing that?
no, but the content of what he's talking about is helping people plug out. He's
anti
the
that.
content is better that his content gets pushed than CP. Much better.
He's like Morbius, bro. He goes into the Matrix to dig you out. That's what he's saying. Morbius.
gonna unplug you, bro.
That's what Andrew Tate told me. He said, if I'm Morpheus, you could be Neo.
That's actually a really good impersonation. That's one of the few impersonations you.
I do good, bro. My
Nah,
preach
you just
impression was
highlighted
perfect.
it.
I was dead on. I'm going to Romania tomorrow to meet up with the Tates.
That's dope, man. I hope you enjoy it out there.
Yeah, Destiny wants to get out of here and play Factorio. He's tired of this conversation.
I'm just chilling, dude.
I mean, for Destiny, it's just free content. This is going to be a 2-hour debate. He speaks for 50 minutes of it, and he's good. He it's cheddar. But
That's true.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this whole thing tomorrow morning.
yeah, well, listen, it was cool. I actually learned some stuff from you guys, so talk.
I'm gonna out of here. I'm gonna let Destiny play Factorio and read Twitch drama for 7 hours.
Probably, babe. How are things going? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can we just chit chat for a while? Do we have to yell all the time, man?
No, you're good. I like chit chatting. What's up?
Chat, you know what? I like coming on here because what I've understood by Abba's questions is that Destiny and I are two extremes on both sides, and it's the truth is always somewhere in the middle. So it's good for us to have these debates so people could come and think for themselves. Like I understand that I'm an extreme. I don't think Destiny thinks he's extreme though. I think he thinks he's right.
No, Destiny's definitely extreme. He's a pro-government, pro-establishment extreme. I think you would acknowledge that. No?
Oh man.
No.
I
know
don't
if
think
that's
I'm an
necessarily-
extreme.
Nah, I knew it, man.
What? He dick riding the government so hard right now.
Hold up, Destiny. You say that a lot of people are anti-establishment, and you're very pro-establishment. Wouldn't that make you on that spectrum an extreme? What?
I think most people are probably like whatever. Is it ambivalent or is that negative? Most people are
Ambivalent's
really
right in the middle. Indifferent.
Yeah, I would say most people are like ambivalent. They're just
Yeah,
like,
but that's
whatever.
not you. You're pro-establishment.
I mean, I think there's a difference. We're not going out there sucking off the fucking.
No, he
federal
is.
government.
He's on Biden dick right now.
No. Yeah, he is. He does do that.
No, I don't actually do that. I just push back against people that are like trying to say that like everything is rigged and everything is fucked. And
Okay. I thought you were an extreme pro-establishment person. This is actually different too.
I mean,
I'm
it's
not gonna
like,
lie, I
what do you mean,
think
like
the elections are a little
pro-establishment?
bit jiggy.
Like, what do you mean, like pro-establishment? Like, I just generally
like
believe.
this guy just said the
our
elections are
government-
rigged. Like that's usually what I'm pushing back against.
See, like for me, it's like I look at the
Let's not
government
talk
that we
about it
have.
too much
Yeah.
because I don't want the channels to get straight.
Because like the government that we have, you have to understand, like we're not some fucking crazy North Korean government, or this is not like some fucking like we're not in that stage. Government is still made up of people. If you're like, I still believe that we have just a degree of control amongst ourselves.
Right.
We still have autonomy in our system. We still
Yeah,
have
you
people
would
who
think
like
that, wouldn't
collectively
you?
come together. Oh yeah, that is true. I'm part of the Matrix, bro. You're right.
Yo, Musa, I'm gonna ask you, man. Now that you're making this cheddar, like you're not telling people you make this kind of.
Pardon?
No, he's
You're not
telling
just
people
telling-
we're very open about our income.
So
You know
you
what I
just be
realized
hold
is-
on, you just walking around these London streets telling people how much money you make every month?
I carry no cash.
I mean, it don't matter if people know you got money.
Yeah,
you
bro,
gotta
they'll
be
break your
careful.
fucking hands and get you to wire transfer them. They don't give a fuck.
I don't want no roadman to run up on you. You feel me?
He's in Nottingham. He's not in London.
Yeah, I'm not even from London, man.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Just be careful out there, especially when
Yeah,
you're
of
just
course,
out here
man.
taking public transport and shit. I don't know if you still do that.
Yeah, bro,
but-
you can't concealed carry out in fucking the EU, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate the concern.
Destiny, can you summarize that Miskiff call? I wanted to tune in, but your Reddit was just memeing about how many people were watching it. What was the summary of that phone call?
You want me to
58K.
summarize the fucking 3.5-hour call? No, I can't do that.
5 sentences, go.
There's like a huge drama over whether or not some guy that sexually harassed another girl that was sleeping was being covered up for by like the people that own a Team House, Miskiff and them. That was like what everything was going over, and they were trying to figure out.
So who's the bad guy?
It's complicated, man. I'm not gonna just give you one.
So it
bad
doesn't
guy.
even matter. Damn, you pulled in 58K live viewers for It's Complicated?
It's,
big
yeah,
up that
that's why
channel.
people watched me because they wanted to see the full breakdown of the It's Complicated. True.
Destiny, what do you think about like all these liberal streamers doing everything that they promote not doing behind the scenes?
It's pretty bad. But I mean, all of you guys like do the same shit. All these red pill people like sit here and talk about how horrible and shit porn is, and like Andrew Tate made his money like selling cam girls online. So I mean, like everybody's full of shit at the end of the day. At least I'm honest
Bro,
about
you
what I
understand
do.
the market. Same thing. We understand TikTok's bad, but you got to utilize it because you know people are going to seek it out anyway. It's like, do you blame the crack dealer for the drug epidemic, or is it Reagan's fault?
Sure, but like, look at what you say at one end or the other, right? You're trying to say that everybody should be their own individual. They should all accomplish exactly what they want to do. Don't go to school. Don't be a cog in the system. And now you're telling me, how do I make money? Well, I literally am the system. Like, what is it? Like, at the end of the day, everybody's getting high on their own shit. Like, I mean,
system, bro.
No, look,
They're
the
the
one thing I
cogs.
would say.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I am
no.
the system. There's one way to make money. Here you go. Here's an opportunity, but it doesn't revolve around me.
Destiny,
no, but I'm saying, like, you're like
Are you
saying, like,
against
school
porn?
is a scam. I'm going to teach you how to get rich, and how you get rich is by starting a school. That's essentially what you're doing.
No.
No, I make like that's maybe 1/4 of my income. Most of it is Google AdSense.
Yeah, I think I want to deal crack now.
Go ahead, bro. You do great.
Base crack dealer. Do math, dude.
I'm gonna definitely hit
Tell me some
up.
shit.
I'm definitely hitting up SNEAKO and Musa after this. We're gonna get.
Come on, you don't know what we do out in these streets.
Hey, listen, I got
It's
you.
serious around here.
I did
Nah,
the shrooms for
I
the
would
first
say
time a few
Destiny.
days
I would
ago.
say that I agree with what you said about Tate in the sense that yeah, he obviously he says anti-porn and stuff like that, and then promoted it, essentially made a business out of it. Now I would say it's different in the sense that when SNEAKO was pushing his stuff through TikTok, it's different because he's pushing a positive message that's better than CP. Fact, right?
CCP.
But I would say that obviously Tate stuff, like he wasn't doing any good when he was obviously doing his camgo business. Like that's just a fact. Like Destiny kind of right on that one. That's a contradictory statement.
Bro, you don't know what they do behind the scenes. You know, they donate a lot of money. They have a lot of charities. They donate to the church, stuff like that. Something they don't talk about.
You know, bro, drug
that's great.
bosses donate
That's-
money to charity too.
Look,
Does that make them
SNEAKO,
good
that's-
now?
Dude,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
amazing.
I don't think
It's
drug
really
bosses are
good.
bad
They're good
people.
But it doesn't stop anything. Like it doesn't change the fact on what they did. Like that's really good. Like that's amazing. I don't care though. That's different because that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the fact that there's a clear contradiction there. They say they're anti-porn, and then they made money from a porn industry and
That's
pushed
not a
more
contradiction.
porn.
That's not a contradiction. You don't get high in your own supply. Drug dealers don't do coke. Destiny, do you think that drug lords are bad people? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, of course.
They're bad people. But you think you think El Chapo's a bad person?
Yeah, selling
Yeah,
poison by the kilo
Absolutely.
is a bad thing. Yeah.
Murdering indiscriminately owned citizens, not giving this friendly fire, none of that shit. Yeah, terrible.
Friendly fire bad, yeah. But overall,
drug-
like people who
No,
run
look.
up a bag, people go from being broke to becoming millionaires selling drugs. Are they bad people?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you gotta do
because
some
they're
bad shit
criminal
to get there, bro.
entities.
You're also
Look,
destroying your
SNEAKO,
communities.
look,
Like, if we're being honest, these people when they're
Go on, sorry.
addicts and families, they're not good people. If you make content, SNEAKO, that ruined families all across America, right? Had people becoming either dying or fucking robbing their friends and family just to be able to. You don't think I would think you're a terrible person? Absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you blame Reagan for importing all the drugs or the government for
If
controlling the
isn't
war on
Reagan
drugs?
dead? If he's dead, they dance on his grave. I don't.
Look, I can say right that I think that obviously the mafia level drug dealers like they're like that they can't be that good of a person. But I would say that obviously, I would say that where I'm from, obviously that I keep saying obviously, fuck.
Obviously.
Look, where I'm from, it's not the greatest area. So I've seen people that I went to school with. Obviously, I've seen the innocence in them, and I've seen them go from like these people. They don't have a lot of money. Like their parents are literally selling on Sunday markets and stuff like that. Going to the
And
market
they start
to
selling drugs.
make a living. So yeah, so these kids at my age, they have to. Otherwise, they're not.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know the reality to that is?
Go on.
They're part of a transnational criminal enterprise, and they're just as guilty as the people that are running it. So yes, they are in fact criminals, and they should be fucking sworn out.
No, look,
Hold on, wait,
Look,
chill.
I'll be
I would
honest, I
say
don't
there.
like
I
seeing
would.
that because my friend, like that was personally, that's my friend. He's my longest lasting friend, ever dying like loyalty to the end with him. Right? He had to come to my house and eat pretty much for like almost 2 years straight. The guy couldn't eat, bro. His family he could barely afford to live. I'm telling you, like this is what it was. So then he started selling drugs and he had to start doing all these things, and eventually, like obviously, there's not a lot I could end up helping him with. Sometimes we'll me up, I need smart money, but that doesn't make him a bad person,
Listen,
bro.
listen.
good
It's a
guy.
complicated thing. It's a complicated, obviously, right? Like I walk back on like he's just as guilty as El Chapo. Obviously, El Chapo's running the organization. This person's a very small cog in the machine. He's like a front level dealer, right?
Yeah.
The thing that the way I don't budge in is like you're still contributing to that organization with you being a cog in the machine. Somebody down the supply chain in that vertical integration is still getting hurt, you know. That's where the morality gets into, right? That's where it's hard for me to look past, right? It's one of the reasons why, like cocaine, for instance, I would never do as a drug, or really like most drugs, right? Like unless they're legalized, simply because like
Meth?
if I'm buying cocaine or like let's say I buy cocaine from some street dealer, right? You're right, the street dealer probably doesn't do anything. They're just trying to make their fucking bag, right? They're trying to like pay their bills. But if I give my fucking $100 to a coke dealer, somewhere down the road, because of my involvement and their involvement, somebody else got fucking hurt. That's where my morality comes. That's why I don't do drugs. That's one of the primary reasons why I don't. Also, I don't need I don't need to do drugs.
Have you ever been in a situation where that's one of your only resorts? A lot of people, like even he said, like he's tried to go and get a job, but they obviously has to put down like where he's from in his general area, and they don't hire people from them areas. Like they have genuine like blacklists, don't hire people from these areas and stuff like that. It's hard to get them type of jobs. And then even then, he's had experiences where he's gone and worked with like people that run markets. Obviously, his dad would have a stall at a market. He'd go and work for someone at the market, and they wouldn't pay him sometimes. What's he gonna do? You know
Why doesn't he just open the TikTok and start editing shit?
Facts.
Bro.
That's true,
Actually,
bro. Fuck,
You just told
Why
me
even
anybody
do
can do it. No, you just told me anybody can do it, and you're going out here
True.
trapping,
Wait,
killing this
hold on.
community.
I walk back then.
He
Actually,
doesn't
what
have
Muda
anything to
said.
fall back on.
What
What's he got to
Muda
fall
said
back
was
on?
right.
Can't eat.
It is his fault. He should be doing
he
research.
can do it part time. He can do it part time. He can't just be slanging dope all day long. He gotta learn how to edit on his time off. I say he does drug dealing at night, and he does editing.
Moose,
by
I'm
day.
going to ask you, was I stupid at the age of 16 working retail jobs when I could have just been out slinging crack and making 10 times what I was making at fucking...
No, it depends on the situation. If you had the ability to fall back on your parents, like we've already said, then
Well, I didn't take a
do
dime
that
from my
risk.
parents. So what was I supposed to do? Like fucking
Yeah,
do the retail job, or what would you think would be smarter for me to do?
I've said this earlier. Work your retail job, stack your bread until you're in a comfortable position where you feel like taking that risk.
I ain't mad at that.
I said that. No, my friend, he couldn't just start making TikToks because he couldn't afford to eat, so he had to get money so he could eat. You know what I mean? So it's that type of shit.
All right,
So he didn't have the security to fall
I'm
back.
about to head out, but I just want to ask everyone before I leave. Who's SNEAKO, in your opinion, who's a terrible person?
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
All right. The hot
can all
sauce
agree
lady.
on that.
Dope. What about you, Destiny? Who's somebody's a terrible person?
Who's somebody's Donald Trump?
Wrong.
All right, Musa, you go next.
I'm a religious guy. I don't make them calls.
Hey, there you go. We got a God-fearing man. Muda, you're last.
Joe Biden, because he doesn't fucking do anything.
Nice.
We got the whole fucking trash person.
First thing I agree with Muda. Muda in the
How are you
chat.
gonna trigger me that hard in
Hold on.
one?
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I go with Trump. I go with Trump. I'm fucking with you. I go with Trump. I'm not the Biden. No. I go with the Trump. I'm not like I go with Trump. He's like a fucking
Damn.
fuck.
Look, Biden's a little bit brain dead. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's a little bit like.
Damn, Moosey,
I know why.
He's a bit lost.
You're that religious you can't even say Jeffrey Epstein?
Hey, it's
Yo,
still not my
wait,
call.
come
I know
on.
what you're talking about. It's still not my call.
I respect that. He's a God-fearing man. He knows his job is not to judge. His
I
job
still
is to
do,
edit.
but like it stays in here.
Yo,
At
Abba,
least
can
I
you turn
try
your camera on next time?
You don't want to look at my nose?
No, man. No.
I
Hey,
don't want to know about that video that you filmed, the one in the morning where you played to be like the yeah like the nerdy kid next to the one video on your channel.
When I was talking like this.
Or you scared me, man. That was scary.
That's my D&D voice. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go.
All right, be easy, bro.
Alright,
I'm
bye.
careful, babe.
I'm about to get at you too. Destiny wants to play Factorio.
Did you want to chat? I thought we were chatting.
Okay, let's chat, bro. What's going on, man? You bailed on my fucking double date so that you can go like read Twitch drama.
To be fair, I would as well.
Bro,
58K
Yeah, no.
views.
I would too.
58K. No, Disney, you did the right thing. Don't worry.
Thanks.
I back it.
Thanks, I tried. I'm always chasing that bag, you know?
That's what I'm
There you
saying.
go.
I don't want to be complacent at fucking dinner with you.
Exactly.
when I can be.
See, you see
Sorry,
how you contradict
it's been
yourself?
a wild. It's been a wild week for Twitch, bro. Like fucking, I've been tuning into Destiny shit for the last few days, just cause like all this Twitch shit. The only one that's parsing it is you, because that whole fucking site's
because
burning
no one
down.
else can watch my shit because I'm fucking banned, so they're all getting fucked.
I told you when this shit happened that there was going to be a big shift and that people were going to start coming to YouTube streaming. And didn't you kind of prove that on your own stream?
I'm here because I got banned from Twitch, my dude. That's why I'm on YouTube.
No, but I'm saying that all these people watching Twitch are mad at these woke people for being fake woke. And now they're going to come over to YouTube. They're going to come over to different platforms. They're going to diversify where they watch stuff because of what happened. And now, isn't that proof that you got 58K covering this shit? That now there's
I
going
think
to
a
be a
lot
shift
of
in
it
the
is
viewers?
just LSF and the drama hype right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep growing, but I think people will start to switch eventually. I think Twitch is running out of steam, which is kind of sad. But
You didn't say
yeah,
that last time. You said Twitch was gonna keep going.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna like die, but I mean, I think you're gonna start to see like YouTube become more competitive. I don't think Twitch is dying anytime soon, but I think that like you are gonna start to see more people hop over.
I don't want to
Well,
see
that-
Twitch
it's already
die,
been
'cause
like
we
a
need
big
competition, obviously.
That Twitch owner that made that exit, he did the right thing, man.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure one of the owners of Twitch like sold the platform to someone else, right? Like not even too long ago, 2-3 years ago, something like that. What a move!
The older like CEOs or whatever.
No, it was some young guy. I think I'm on about the right guy. Anyway,
When he used to be like Justin TV.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I'm not sure, but bro, a couple $100 million, young guy.
All I just know is Amazon fucking picked it up, and now they're holding on to a video site that's apparently costing them fucking too much. It seems
Dang.
like they had to fucking bring up the concurrent viewer numbers and all that bullshit, and it was like, fuck. I don't know why they're not willing to eat the fucking cost, because it surely can't be that high for Amazon versus
It's
the
gotta
bad
be
press that
pretty
they're
high.
getting.
Like serving all. Wait, eating the cost for what? Oh,
For like Twitch a little bit, like versus the bad press and currently in the situation they're in, you know?
I don't know why they are. Like, are you talking about the changes they just made to their partnership stuff?
Yeah, even though I don't think that's not bad for most people. It's just like the streamers at the
Yeah,
top,
but they
like,
don't make much money off it. And it's bad publicity. I super don't understand that. That was weird as
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah.
I just like fucking. It's interesting, like they're making these moves now, because like if you think of the competition, like SNEAKO's right. Like I don't think it's so much like there's a fucking cultural shift as much as there's like a valid competitor to Twitch that like because. Dude, I've been streaming on YouTube for like years before anybody like here was, and the system was terrible. Like in order to fucking set up a stream,
It was
you had
ass,
to like
bro.
spread your. It was fucking ass. You had to set up like live events and shit. Now the system's gotten super easy. The quality is better. The chat systems are the same. They got all the gifted memberships and shit. All they need now is like discoverability. Like there needs to be like a fucking YouTube option where like you're on the homepage, you click live, and it just changes to like the Twitch style layout, and fucking that would be the fucking killer in YouTube system.
Or you could stream
know?
on
Like, that would
Cozy.
be the death knell.
Cozy or
Good
Rumble.
one. It would also
To
be nice
fair,
if they.
Cozy's got a good user interface in my opinion.
I wish they had a
think they've got good
persistent
user interface.
chat. on
Yeah, like
YouTube.
offline chat.
Yeah, I would just say persistent chat would be nice, but
Well, I don't know. I mean, like these things are gonna get implemented a little bit. I feel like right now they're like buying a bunch of streamers to bring in from Twitch, which is kind of smart because like obviously you're bringing their viewership, but it's just like you got to get the platform up there for the smaller streamers to completely switch on over. Did you guys see the recent short shit? Like they made the monetization so much better, and I swear that's literally
They
there
did?
just to like fucking.
Changed because shorts have always been monetized, no?
I think you get more money out of the shorts now. So obviously anybody that's on Twitch or sorry TikTok might be like, maybe I'll come to this platform because I'm actually getting paid, versus like a lot of people who are still aren't even in like their TikTok like partnership program.
Yeah, I feel you. I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it because right now $12 for like 2.5 mil. It's not really looking too good for the shorts.
No,
least that's
streaming
what I've
like streaming just needs to get like a lot better. Like streaming just needs to get through the final hurdles on YouTube, and at that point, it's like then we can like Twitch is never gonna die. Obviously, like it's never gonna be a platform that goes away, but it's definitely gonna be hurting because now it actually has competition, and it's not like Mixer competition. Like they're going up against like the biggest video sharing website in the fucking world right now. So it's not like their competition is like weak sauce, right? Like the reason why Mixer fucked up, and the reason why Mixer didn't go through well is like kind of the reason why Facebook gaming doesn't do too well is like you don't really have like that. You don't have like the stack of content.
Okay, I was getting bored. We got Iman Gadzi coming in 15 minutes. I hope everyone's sure about that. I was getting bored. Okay, echo. We got Iman Gadzi coming in 15 minutes. Big guest chat. Type of one in the chat if you know Iman Gadzi. No more echo, right? He's gonna come IRL. I kind of smell. I need to put on some deodorant. I just did a workout before. Yo, you see that pump? Let's watch some Caitlyn Bennett, and then what's her name's coming on? Yeah, Iman Gadzi's coming on. You guys know what I'm talking about? A very rich man, and I want to learn some game. Type a 2 in the chat if you want to. If you want to learn some game right now, I want to learn from him too. I'm gonna ask him some questions about getting rich. I hope this is valuable information. I don't want you guys just to be wasting time on the stream. I want this to be beneficial. I want this to be educational. I want to grow with you. You guys have seen me grow in real time. I got out of Brooklyn. I'm in Miami now. Multi-millionaire coming through. This guy lives in Dubai. He has a channel. Maybe we should look at some of his videos. Maybe. I want to watch Caitlin Bennett, but also let's see some of Iman Gaji's stuff. The 4 reasons why you're poor.
Self-help talk. You know what, let's cut out all of the warm, fuzzy self-help talk, and I'm gonna be the first person to speak to you frankly today. I'm gonna tell you the 4 reasons why you're poor, and reason number 1 is because you saw this title and it triggered you. You've listened to the first 10 or 20 seconds of this YouTube video and it's instantly triggered you, and that says far more about you than anything else. The first reason you're poor is because you can't look yourself in the mirror and be honest about your current situation. You can't take criticism without even trying to protect your ego. You know, usually there's 2 things that most people can't take responsibility for. It's number 1, how much money they have in their bank account, and number 2, their weight. And let me tell you something right now. If you're watching this video, it means that you have Wi-Fi as well as some sort of device that connects you to the global economy. So for that reason, you have no excuses. 0, none. In the year 2022, if you still can't figure out how to make money, shame on you. Now, let me make a very, very important caveat, because there's a lot of people I know who don't make much money and they're genuinely happy. They love their situation, they love their life, and I can see it in their eyes. You know, you can tell a lot when you actually look someone in the eyes. And you can tell, are they saying this just to cope with their situation, or do they truly mean what they say? And they're like, yeah, like I make more than enough money. I feel like I'm happy with my life. And to those people, I salute you. And I don't believe it's in everyone's destiny to become a multi-millionaire. But if you're watching this video right now, it tells me everything I need to know, which is you are not happy with your financial situation. You know, as I said, I am never bothered by a fat person who looks themselves in the mirror and they're like, yeah, you know what? I get it. You know, maybe I could lose a little bit of weight. Maybe I could lower my body fat percentage, but I'm fine with where I am. You know, my issue is when I see fat people explaining 101 different reasons why, no, you don't understand, it's my metabolism, or it's this thing, or there's this special reason why I'm different compared to everyone else out there. And I know these people live a very sad existence because they have to look themselves in the mirror every single night and be okay with the fact that they lie to themselves. The most important on earth, they lie to themselves.
I was just saying this, bro.
Everyone has their flaws. I'll give you a perfect example all the time. I drink. I enjoy a drink. You know, sometimes I don't drink for a few weeks. Sometimes I drink every single day in a week, especially when I'm abroad traveling with friends. It is not good for me. No one is going to try to pretend that drinking alcohol is good for me. Well, at least when I'm drinking, I'm not there making 101 excuses why I can't stop, or why actually, you know what, maybe drinking is actually kind of good for you. Like, no, I just say, hey, I'm drinking. I know it's bad for me. I accept that it's bad for me. And in this situation, I have decided that the pros outweigh the cons, but I've made this decision to drink on this particular day, and I'm okay with it. That is me being able to unemotionally assess my situation. I've had many friends go, hey, I think you shouldn't smoke cigars. They're not good for you. And I'm like, I understand there's health implications, but it's one of those things that I'm gonna keep doing. But the point is, when someone gives me that sort of criticism or constructive criticism, I can look at things objectively and I can assess the situation without getting triggered, without feeling a person's attacking me, without feeling that I'm fundamentally a bad person or I'm flawed. Just look at things critically. So the first reason you're poor is because you cannot look at your life critically without your little ego getting shattered and without feeling like you have to make 101 different excuses for the reason you're in the situation you're in right now. Now, speaking of identity is kind of a funny thing in 2022, because I feel as though in the world right now, everyone kind of accepts you can change your identity and you can shift your identity. You know, you could be a fan of one sport and then the next year, you know, start getting a keen interest in another sport, and then now you identify as a fan of that sport. You could be very into street style and identify as someone who dresses a little edgier, and then the next year you
Chat, do you like this type of video, or is it repetitive? Some people I see in the chat are calling it generic. I want to watch more. He's going up right now. He's having the best month he's ever had. We're going to talk to him on stream right now. And chat, also, I'm going to Romania tomorrow to meet up with Luke Belmar, Fresh and Fit, and the Tate Brothers. What do you think I should do? What type of content do you think I should do? Just stream? Should I do some IRL shit? The 7 best purchases to make in your 20s. The 17 side hustles you can start doing in 2022. Documentary, vlog, box him. No, I'm gonna cars. So just do a whole bunch of shit. Jordan was saying I should do a I spent a day with the Tate Brothers main channel video. Boxing will be fire. And get roasted for my terrible form. There's definitely a lot I could do. But I think I'm gonna be there for a while. This is my last stream for a bit. We'll
Look, there is nothing.
I just bought a $5,000 MacBook today to try to be able to stream while I'm in Europe. I hope it's not ass, bro. 17 side hustles. It might be better if I just interview them.
Nothing more important during this 2022 recession than increasing your ability to earn income. I don't know if you've noticed, but there is money everywhere. All you gotta do is just claim it. So in this video, I wanted to put together a list of 17 side hustles you can start today with just a laptop. As long as you have a Wi-Fi connection.
But Destiny will tell you that it's just crypto, that it's all scam, it's just drop shipping. Let's see the 17. Let's see if they're all bullshit. There's a big intro. Let's start here.
A little bit of supplementary income on the side. Now, if you want a comparison of the 8 most common business models, I actually created the online money making matrix. I uploaded a YouTube video earlier this year using an equation and a formula to basically get down to the bottom of which online business model is the best. I'm gonna leave that as a first link in the description if you want to watch it. Anyways, let's get into the side hustle. First up, we have TikTok content creation. TikTok is blowing up right now because of its algorithms, and for both people and businesses, it is a very valuable asset. So whether you're actually creating user-generated content for businesses, or you're just being a TikTok editor for an influencer or a business that can actually go ahead and repurpose, or for example, there's so many podcasts out there, you can actually come in and repurpose all of their podcast content and tell them, hey, I'm gonna create an entirely new channel for you with TikTok. Number 2, graphic designer. Are you great with design? Then go ahead and look at places like Twitter and search graphic design help on Twitter. You know, on Twitter, people will put out, hey, do you know any good graphic designers? This is actually a very easy way to get clients. You need to understand that there are hundreds of thousands of businesses out there that need better graphic design work. And the difference in pay that they're willing to give between a good graphic designer and a great graphic designer is massive. Number 3, we have a boutique marketing agency. This is services, any sort of service. It could be literally anything, whether that be thumbnails, Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, email marketing, whatever it is, basically any service that helps businesses make more money. And the agency aspect of it is simply using leverage. No longer just doing it yourself, but using drop servicing to actually have someone else fulfill the services for you. You're just finding the clients and wrapping it all under your experience. By the way, that business model is actually how I got to $80,000 a month back in 2018, 2 years into running my agency. Next, we have YouTuber. Do you have something that you are super excited to talk about? Something you just can't stop talking about to your friends? And have you always felt that you might have a good propensity for being on camera? Well, being a YouTuber can actually be super, super lucrative. Bear in mind, it's a very, very slow burn.
Yo, chat, I just copped this today. WRL. How much do you think it costs? It was Impulse. I didn't have a watch. Now I got a watch. You fucking with it? Should I return it? Type of L if I should return it. Give me a W if you fuck with it, man. It's a Cartier watch. Not a Rolex. It's not iced out. A little classic. Just a little something. Just a little something. A little something.
For a long time, you won't make a lot of money. I started uploading on YouTube back in 2015. I basically made like zero money all the way up until 2021. These days, I make close to $50,000 a month in AdSense. And for most of, for example, 2019, I had monetization turned off anyways. But these days, I make close to $50,000 a month. So, you know, it's a good...
Dude makes 50K a month, bro! With views like this? Yo, free game. If you make finance videos, your CPM is going to be so fucking high. Jordan Welch and Iman Gaji, bro, they make like 50, 60K giving advice videos, stuff like that. The thing is, you can't really make these videos unless you have other business ventures, because you can't just be talking about nothing. But 50K a month from this channel is crazy, bro. Their CPM is 6 times higher than mine, man. 6 times higher. And fuck the left wrist, bro. Why? Chad, someone tell me why it has to be on the left wrist. Why is everyone like so fucking... Return the watch and get Seiko's cost 300 instead of 30K. Shit wasn't 30K. Chad, you think I have 30K to spend on a watch? Relax. Bro, capture clip moments with the Tate Bros. Then go viral on TikTok and Rumble. Easily get some ice, bro. Yeah, well, I don't like to walk around with like icy shit, bro. I don't want to be robbable. I don't want to be robbable. This Seiko, I don't want this fucking watch. I'm not a big fan of this watch. Not even gonna cap. Non-dominant hand is least used hand. So why does it matter? Why does it matter? It feels good here. Why do you gotta put it on the left? I don't understand.
Supplementary income for sure. You know, even if you're just earning an extra $1,500 a month doing something that you probably
What should I ask him? Guy's 22, rich as fuck. And you know what I just learned yesterday going out to dinner with him and Jordan? Bro, Dubai has 0% tax. Did you guys know that? Type of 1 if you knew that, because I didn't know. Type of 2 if you didn't know that. 0% tax in Dubai? We out! That's why all these rich people are going to Puerto Rico, Dubai, and all the bad bitches are there. It's like, it's a level up from Miami. You guys knew that? I never heard that in my life, bro. I guess I'm done, man.
would have loved to do anyways, or talking about something. And it could be anything. You could be super into chess and you could teach people how to play chess online, or you could react to certain games. Like, there's so much stuff that you can do. Next, we have TikTok theme pages. Now, people were making so much money between 2014, 2017, even 2018 with Instagram theme pages. I, in fact, was one of those people. The first business I ever started was Instagram theme pages, and then basically flipping accounts, rebranding them to more profit.
Flipping accounts, run up an account to 100K and sell it. Stupid easy. Well, you know, all these scammers. Fuck. You can get to a bag, bro.
Niches, basically selling shout outs and promotions and stuff like that. And that was back in 2014 to 2015. Now that is all great, but that got very, very saturated. That's why I stopped after a year. TikTok theme pages are the new wave of this. So that's the next side hustle. Next, we have YouTube scriptwriter. Now let's say you're very, very, very intrigued, excited, interested about a topic, and you know nothing against you for it, but you may just not have the sort of,
look how many hustles there are, bro. Wow, I have all this money. You just invest in a shitcoin and then just hope you get lucky. There's so many fucking ways. You don't need to be a streamer, but you could be a YouTube scriptwriter, YouTube editor, YouTube manager. And this is what I know because I'm a YouTuber. There's so many hustles behind the scenes, bro.
Personality that'll be good for YouTube, then you can actually be a YouTube scriptwriter. And you look at the music industry, for example, and there are so many scriptwriters that are actually sort of the heartbeat and the lifeblood.
Guys, you don't know what I'm talking about? You've never seen those videos where it's just an automated thing and people are giving life stories and stuff like that. There's so many of these channels that you guys probably don't watch it, but there's a big demographic of people who watch this on YouTube.
Behind some of the biggest artists. You can serve that exact same purpose by being a YouTube scriptwriter for a YouTuber. Next side hustle is a coach. If there is something that you have mastered, you are talented at, whether that be chess coach. You know, there's a lot of people who want to improve chess. You can be an online chess coach. You could be a guitar coach, and you could do that remotely via Zoom. You could be a holistic health coach. You could be whatever sort of coach that you want. You know, if there's something that you're very, very good at, then you can.
And the CPM is way higher for coaching. The shit that I'm talking about, bro, get used to $3 CPM.
Actually help coach people through it. And by the way, if some of you guys have a little bit of apprehension towards, you know, coaching, why would people pay me? Just start off your hourly rate at like $20 or something, just something super, super cheap, and just keep working your way up from there. Next side hustle is video editing, creating some bangers for people. Look,
all this shit you can find out in the creativity kit.
Content is the current best form of marketing. So if you can create videos for people, whether that be shorts, reels, actual YouTube videos, full-blown YouTube videos, literally whatever it is, if you can do it, and you can do it in a way where you turn things around quickly, because a lot of people and a lot of editors are just way too slow. And number two, if you can do it in a way where you look at everything through the lens of the highest retention, you know, specifically tell clients, hey, I edit things in a way where you're gonna get the best retention possible. You are gonna get the highest percentage of people watching the video from the beginning to the end. If you frame things that way, you will win. Next is eBay flipping. This is very good, especially if you have a lot of stuff around the house that you can sell from day one. And if you don't have that, you can pull a Gary V and basically go bully some 7-year-olds at a garage sale.
Like, hold on, like, trash talk to me. 5 cents, 30 bucks. People working fucking 4 hours for 30 bucks.
I'm only joking, but I do find some of those videos pretty funny. So yeah, you can get some of those stuff and then go ahead and list it on eBay. And you know, a lot of your competition won't know how to list things properly. They won't know how to market things properly. You know, they won't know how to actually take photos with the right lighting. So if you know how to do that, you're gonna have a massive competitive advantage. And this side hustle has been there for thousands and thousands of years. There will always be an arbitrage, okay? There will always be a difference between the people who don't know how to market and the people that do. And you take two people selling the exact same thing. One person doesn't know how to market, one one person does, and this person will sell it for twice, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times the amount that this person did, and they both bought it for the exact same price. Next up, we have copywriter. Now, people will pay a lot of money if you can take care of their emails for them, weekly newsletter, whatever, you know, any sort of form, you know, their Facebook updates, anything they need to do to actually get written word out, even their Twitter post, anything you can do to help alleviate the stress that they have of putting out written content. You know, there's only 3 or 4 skills where I would say no matter who you are, if you can learn it, and it doesn't really matter what industry you get into, it will serve you for the rest of your life. Copywriting and sales are 2 of those skills. So as I said, whether that's helping with emails, whether that's helping with sales scripts, whether that's helping with landing pages, you know, Twitter posts, anything, if you can help people articulate, present themselves, and sell more via written word, you in return will get paid a lot of money. Speaking of skills that will carry through for the rest of your life, we need to talk about sales. Now, remote sales jobs have...
He's here, chat! He is here. I'm gonna keep playing this video. Be right back.
Incredible potential. Now, I will say this doesn't really fall under the side hustle category, because usually if you are selling for a product or a service, or for example, you're selling for a high ticket coaching offer, or you're selling for a SaaS company, usually they will want this to be full-time. You know, don't think this is one of those things where you're going to make $50,000 a month. You're not. But if you find the right organization, you can very consistently make between 5, 10, 15,000 a month. It's just most people are very, very scared of sales, and they're very scared of sales at that amount of repetition and that amount of volume, because you're basically just gonna have to be selling all day if you want to be hitting good numbers. Next, we have thumbnail editor. Look, I can tell you for a fact, thumbnails are so important. You know, even just the other day, I hired not 1, not 2, 3 full-time thumbnail editors. You know, my thumbnail editing team, between all of them, they get paid $7,500 a month between base and their bonuses. And very clearly, when I was hiring for these people, I told them, you know, no one in America, no one in UK, like for them to be making $2,500 a month, sort of in that range, is life-changing money. One of the thumbnail editors, he's from Togo, and the average salary there is $60 a month. He's a very, very wealthy man in Togo, I guess you can say that. Now you might look at that and you might go, man, why are you spending $7,500 a month on thumbnails? Well, it's because I know it's such a pivotal aspect of the video. So the weekly uploads I do here on YouTube, going back and doing new fresh thumbnails for old videos to kind of help them rank and promote better, as well as there's a few channels, for example, my business partner of the software company, or my CEO of my e-learning company, he's about to launch a YouTube channel as well. So there's a few extra YouTube channels that are launching as well. That basically we use all my editors and all the thumbnail editors and stuff like that. Basically all that responsibility gets shared between all of them. But anyways, the reason I'm telling you all this is because thumbnail editing, when you position it the right way, here's the issue. Most people go and they're like, oh, I'll do your thumbnail for you. Cool, you're a commodity. You know, you can get someone to do your thumbnail for $10, $5, $50, $100. You know, it really doesn't matter. Rather than selling them your thumbnail services, you're gonna go, hey, I create thumbnails for you, but that's not really important. Instead, what I'm doing for you is I'm increasing your CTR. And on average, let's say your videos go from, hypothetically, right, a 4 to a 5% CTR. That means that I'm gonna get you 25% more views, 25% more eyeballs next month when you hire me compared to this month. Now that takes you from a commodity of, oh yeah, you know, I'll pay him $300 a month, he'll do some, you know, some thumbnails for me, to now you can actually charge $1,500 a month, $2,500 a month, because you're selling an outcome rather than just a commodity. So just bear that in mind. And that applies for a lot of things I'm talking about here. Next, we have a website designer. Once again, this is one of those things where it can be a commodity or basically an ROI service, something where there's a clear return on investment when a client is basically paying you the money. So rather than positioning things like, oh, I'll just create your website, explain what benefits that's going to have, and also explain that you view things from a perspective of landing page load speeds, from a conversion perspective, etc., etc. Next up, we have affiliate marketing. Now, bear in mind, without traffic, affiliate marketing is very, very difficult. So I will say this, if you don't have a massive audience, this can be a little difficult. Now, me personally, I make roughly around $40,000 a month from affiliate marketing. Once again, it's a nice little supplementary income. And that basically just comes from 3 agency related softwares. And I don't really talk about that stuff publicly, but the reason I make $40,000 a month is because I already have pre-existing traffic. So I don't need to do much promotion or anything like that. So just bear that in mind. Affiliate marketing is a slow burn. Next, we have Airbnb marketing agency. There are so many Airbnbs that are just so poorly listed, so poorly presented. So if you can have a marketing agency that helps basically Airbnb owners with their listing, marketing, writing descriptions, taking the right photos, once again, that has a positive ROI. That means that not only will they be booked out more, they can also even increase the rates. Next one, and this isn't really a side hustle, but it's just something that you can do right now, is just go on Upwork and see the things that are listed, and that will actually just kind of get the cogs turning in your mind, and it'll give you some ideas as to basically different services that you can offer. And the last one is Discord moderation. There are so many communities via Discord, and by the way, that could be Discord moderation, that could be Facebook group moderation, basically just being a moderator for communities. There are lots of communities, you know, online communities out there that have 1,000 people in there, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, 50,000, you know, whatever the number is. And obviously once you get to that size, you need a good team of moderators to actually moderate it. And if you get good enough, then you can actually become a moderation agency. You can have people who work for you, and then basically you offer a moderation services. So rather than a person having to find 5 different mods, you just sell your services as a moderation agency, and you can tell clients that, hey, between our team, you have 24-hour visibility. There's people on my team moderating from different time zones 24 hours of the day. So ladies and gentlemen, I do not want you to take this as gospel. You know, I don't want you to think that I'm recommending you start any of these side hustles. I just really wanted to get the cogs turning in your brain, because as I said, there's so much money out there. You just need to get serious, pick something, and go claim some of it. There has never been a better time than right now. So go out there, get started, and I'm rooting for you.
Wealthy people, first they get into stocks, then they start a business, and then they get real estate. Owning a stock is owning a percentage of a great business. The people who aren't wealthy is because they don't own nothing. You only have your money sitting in cash. If your money is just sitting in cash, realistically, you're becoming poorer every day. The key to wealth is through ownership. At about 9 or 10, I saw my moms get shot in front of my face. My early years were surrounded with violence. I saw my mama selling drugs. I saw my mama robbing. I saw my moms get robbed. I saw her get shot, and then she later on went to prison, right? So I saw that early. At 14, my mom was in prison, and I lost my grandmother, which was who I was living with at the time. 14, I'm homeless. I'm just on survival mode. Like the world.
What the hell? All right, chat, I'm here. Damn, the chat going crazy without me, man. Why are you saying sneak a knobby? Damn, relax, bro. Base chair. All right, Iman's here. Time to ask questions, chat. It's a perfect follow-up for that whole debate, bro. This is a very good cyclical stream. Dude's taking a shit right now. Bro, I'm not. Bro, come on, bro. I just went to go pick him up downstairs. Don't call me sneaking Abby. Come on, man. Okay, we got a Mangadzi. Hey, bro, how do you pronounce his name? Chat, can you say Gadzi? Gadzi? Which one's right? The first one, Gadzi or Gadji? One or two? Yeah, you want some water or something?
Yeah, why not? A little bit of water.
All right, chat. Welcome our guest. How do you pronounce your name on stream? One more time. I keep saying it wrong. I've been saying your name. I asked you at dinner yesterday, but it was loud as fuck, so it was hard to hear.
What, my... Okay. Technically, Gadget... Well, my full last name, I think I showed you.
Yeah, long as fuck.
Gajima Gamedov.
So, Iman Gadji.
Yeah, Iman Gadji.
Iman Gadji.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been saying it too. Careful you don't hit the power button. It's all good.
By the way, stream, first thing, I come in... This man's living life. I come in, there's a Cartier box, skins, extra large. Don't think I didn't notice that. Just strewn around everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Living life, right?
You don't need to flex. I'll flex for you.
Well, I'm going to Romania tomorrow. I'm prepping for my trip. It's good to see you. Yeah, you're way taller than me on this chair. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll write this down.
Basically we were talking on the whole debate. I would pro your ideology. It's very funny, Chad. He was just in the elevator saying he should have bought his MAGA hat. You could say W or L Trump.
Wrong. W Trump.
W Trump.
By the way, this is the first stream I've ever been on, so there might be some lingo they use that like.
W means good. L means bad.
Okay.
Yo, someone just gave $100 and said, yo, thank you, Ulysses. W Ulysses. Yo, SNEAKO, you and say your name one more time. Iman should come to Vegas. I got access to a $3.5 million studio, and we could do a good pod. But this is how, when you guys start coming into the YouTube space, this is how you advertise. Well, thank you for your 100. You guys like think that I care like how much the studio costs? You know, I'm noticing a shift ever since the Tate started doing content creation. That the entrepreneurs, the businessmen are getting into this space, and then they try to network based off stuff like this. Like, I don't care how much a studio costs. I care about like the access. Like this stream is scuffed right now. Like the chairs don't make any sense. It's a shitty mic. You're here drinking. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the chat likes to see.
You got a little Swiss Army knife to the
I got
side.
a little knife, bro. You like ratting on my whole set.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like I was not expecting your camera to be on like some rackety ass Joby, like the anal bead things. That's like
it does look like an anal bead. Yeah.
It is an anal bead. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. People.
But
like,
it works.
It works. This is all you need, bro.
They're here for you, bro.
The camera turns off every 5 minutes. I gotta go change the battery and shit. It's scuffed, but it makes it good. Another $100, bro. Another $100. Chad, if you got questions for Eman, go ahead. You got Eman's SMMA course 2 months ago. Already got my first client at. Can you read this? I don't even understand.
Already got my first client at $2K a month. His course is fire. I wanted to donate. What is that like?
I wanted to donate to say thanks to both of y'all. Say your name one more time, bro.
British people say Iman. Technically, it's an Arabic name, so it's Iman. So whatever
okay, Iman and SNEAKO, y'all are both my biggest inspirations. Exactly. So I want to follow up the conversation from our last thing. It ended off. I was arguing with the blue pill guy. Someone asked the last question, like, who's your least favorite? Who's a terrible person? I said Hillary Clinton. He said Donald Trump. So you see the ideology. What do you think about people? What's your idea of a bot or a slave?
What in general or like the?
What's your idea of a bot?
I mean, someone who's plugged into mainstream narrative, someone who wakes up, like it's so weird. Growing up, I used to always be told you have to watch the news. Well-informed people watch the news, and like, but here's the thing: the same advice our parents gave us, like that actually worked for them. You know, when they were like, all you gotta do is buy a property, all you gotta do is keep money in the bank. You know, our parents were telling us keep money in the bank when they used to give us 12%. You know, our parents were telling us keep money in. Well, some of our parents. I don't know if your parents were ever giving me financial advice. Bless my mom. She's a sweetheart, but she was never giving me financial advice. But you know, our parents were giving us advice to put money in the bank when they used to actually give us 8%, 12%. You know, I mean, depends how old your parents are. Some of our parents were telling us before Nixon took us off of the gold standard, so money actually had real value. Right. These days, money has no value.
No value at all.
Between fractional banking, the Federal Reserve, it's money's fake.
It's all just numbers on a screen.
It's all just numbers on a screen.
Kyle, shout out for the 100. Love that you won't fold, man. Keep up the strong work. And then another 100. These chats are going crazy. Oh no, it's the same one. So can you explain for the chat people who don't know you, how did you make your first $1 million? And you're 22, right?
Yeah.
You're younger than me. How did you get there? I'm 24 and I'm still. I think I have the same mentality as a lot of people in the chat, and I want people to see it because I have been plugged into the matrix and they're seeing me actively get out of it, and I want to bring people with me. So how did you get your first $1 million, and how did you realize that you didn't want to go feed into the mainstream narrative?
So look, I wish I could say that I was like, it all came from inspiration, but sometimes we're put in difficult situations. I had single mom growing up, so I just basically knew from a young age, all right, either I do something or we're absolutely fucked. And it was just one of those situations, pull out the world's smallest violin and dude, honestly, it was just one of those, right? Like certain situations force you to step up. And I remember I looked at my mom dead in the eyes at like the age of 11, and I was like, if I don't do something, we're fucked. Like I knew that from such a young age. I knew that I had to step up and be the man. So if you know that and you've got that fire inside of you, then you just need to find the right vehicle. And for me, I wish I could say, because a lot of people look at my entrepreneurial journey and they're like, you're a genius and you did this and you played this chess move and this chess move. If you look at the smartest entrepreneurs, honestly, most of the time they had absolutely zero idea what the fuck they were doing. Mm-hmm. They would just put one foot forward and then they're like, this makes sense as a next step and that makes sense. And looking back, they look like geniuses. But at the time, they were just trying to plan their next move. I wish I could say that I was planning, I'm going to start.
ahead.
I'm starting my advertising agency, and then from there, I'm starting an e-learning company, and then I'm going to start a software company for all the e-learning customer. Did I just put one foot forward in front of the other?
So what is the first necessary step? My argument, I want to know, you're richer than me. I want to know if you think this is right. Basically, we were arguing for like 2 hours, and I was saying that the shift in mentality is the most important thing. That you could adopt a mentality in order to become an independent entrepreneur. The way you're saying it, like money's all fake, it's all an illusion. Once you realize that, and you realize that most of what we buy into is a scam, then you can make money properly. Is that the most important step, the mentality?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, most people as a vessel are absolutely fucked, right? The thing is, there's so many people that go on YouTube, and how many fucking people go on YouTube and they're like, I'm gonna be productive. I'm gonna watch 3 hours of self-help videos today,
Yeah.
right? And they think they're being productive.
Because you feel like it, but you're not actually doing anything.
No, they're just circle jerking, right? They're circle jerking, and they're just, they're coming on YouTube to keep themselves preoccupied, to feel like, oh, I'm doing something in my life. You're not doing jack shit. And it's so funny, even on my YouTube, I tell people, unsubscribe to me. Like, I actively tell people, I'm like, look, I am making...
Don't do that, but...
Look, here's what I will say as well. My audience, and so if you follow me on YouTube, I try to sneak in little things, right? I'm not as controversial as you, but if you follow me on Instagram, dude, I don't know, haven't been.
That's why you lost your verification badge. You started talking about the cough.
Yeah, I started talking about the jib jab 2 years ago, and
can't do that.
I lost my blue tick from that.
So why is it like that? Do you think you've met a lot of rich people, right? More than just crypto people, right? That's the illusion from these blue pill people, is that like all the entrepreneurs I know. You made your first $1 million from an advertising agency, correct?
Creative agency, and then it was an advertising agency. Yeah.
Okay. Did you go to college?
No.
You dropped out, or you never went?
I dropped out at 17.
Okay, so you're basically, you have the same worldview as me exactly, and this is what we were arguing for 2 hours. I'm saying that most entrepreneurs now, they dropped out of college like you. They know the truth about the jib jab, which is, we don't need to say it, but you have a feeling. They have the same idea about Trump, which most bots, they think Trump is a terrible person, but they can't really name why.
Yeah.
How do you get people to get unplugged from that ideology? How do you think people, because you're agreeing with everything I agree with.
Yeah, but do you watch the news?
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, there you go. That's the first place to start. As I said, like growing up, our parents always told us, you have to watch the news. That's how you stay well informed. It's the complete opposite. If you watch the news, you're sent in such a weird, twisted direction. So that's the first step. I can guarantee you, every single person that voted for Hillary, I can tell you that every single person that is super left and super liberal, I can guarantee that every single one of those fucking people with pride says, yeah, I start my day off by watching the news so that way I can educate myself.
Right.
And I've noticed the left, they have this pride about their intelligence. Like, I openly say I'm not very smart, and that's why I'm where I am, right? What's that bull curve?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm so unintelligent that I can just see things for what they are, right? Like, even when it came to the jib jab, everyone was like, the scholars, they're all like
the science,
the science.
Yeah.
They'll find 17 different pivots and 17 different directions to get you to the point of why it makes sense, because they think there's a logical explanation for everything. Whereas the first most obvious answer, they never think it could be that, because they're like, oh, that's not an intelligent enough answer. It must be this that's connected to this, and I'm like, no, it's just the thing that's obvious. Right. So that's the other thing I've realized.
Do you know what your IQ is? Did you take an IQ test?
I don't know what it is, but I guarantee it's not very high.
Okay. So what do you think separated you? It was, so you said it started from the drive, looking at your mom and realizing that you had to step up and be the man.
Yeah.
What do you think it is now? Because can you tell me like roughly what your net worth is?
I don't know. I think net worth's like a very like
dumb term.
Okay, well, I don't have my phone. If I had my phone, I could show you. Do around like $1.5 million a month at the moment.
$1.5 million a month. Okay. How do you sustain that now? And what drives you?
It's leverage. Like it's all leverage.
Leverage meaning power?
Okay, so here's what it is. I remember when I was younger, when I was 17, my business was really, really taking off. I used to watch videos of like online entrepreneurs, and they would go from meeting to meeting to meeting, and I'm like, you're not a real fucking entrepreneur. Like, all you do is meetings. That, like, you can't be a real business person. Being a business person is sitting down and building systems and breaking down complex parts of your business and finding new solutions and all. But here I am, in 2022, all I do is meetings. Like, all I do is chat with my team because I have leverage. Because once you have enough money, then you can hire the people that are smarter than you.
Outsource the work.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's the biggest thing that I have right now is leverage. And the reason why I keep going is, everyone says that it's a higher purpose and this, that. Like, I don't agree. I'll be honest. For me, I genuinely think it's a mental illness.
Really?
Like, I don't. Yeah.
You think you're mentally ill?
No, I think it's like, dude, to get to the point where you're 22 years old, I can guarantee you, if someone's 22 years old, they have the options that I have. They could live the fucking craziest life on earth, right? I mean, obviously, as you know, I don't pay taxes well. I live in Dubai.
I did not know about that, Chad.
So
You go to Dubai. You put me on.
on.
What the fuck? I didn't know it was Puerto Rico. Anyway.
Yeah, but Puerto Rico's a bit of a shithole to live in.
Yeah, it's flooded right now.
Whereas Dubai's lit.
What? Fuck. Wait, where are you from? You from England?
Originally Russia, but I moved to London when I was 4 years old.
Okay.
So I grew up in London.
Why did you choose Dubai? Just because of the taxes?
No, actually, basically, once you get to a certain point in life, you don't actually need to pay taxes anymore. So the point in which I decided to move to Dubai, it wasn't a crazy amount, like maybe $6 to $8 million liquid. And I decided to move to Dubai for a couple of reasons. Well, first of all, I could have stayed in the UK. Basically, what wealthy people do is they just take loans out against they just take a loan, and a loan is tax-free. So when you take a loan out, you don't need to pay tax on it, and you just use your assets as collateral. And as long as your assets increase more than loan, then you never have to pay tax. And that's basically how the wealthy people do it. So I was actually in Cape Town right at the beginning of 2022, and the UK was just like, the UK was just so fucked. It was, I remember they were telling people, if you leave your city, you'll get arrested and all this stuff. And I mean, they were telling people this on the news. Another reason why you should never fucking watch the news. And while this all was happening, I was literally flew out the next day. So I don't know. I just looked at it and I'm like, okay, where is the money going? The money is going to fund wars in the Middle East to bring peace to the Middle East, which has absolutely zero to fucking do with bringing peace. It's going to that. It's going to spending a billion or 2 billion pounds on the NHS track and trace app, right? So that way they know everywhere you're going, and if you come into contact with someone with whatever the virus.
You're right.
So I just looked at it. I was just like, I was just kind of disgusted by it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. So then I started looking at other options. Obviously, if I'm making the move and I'm making such a big life decision to move, then it's going to be somewhere that's low or almost zero tax. So I started looking at Italy with my tax advisors. Italy's got like $100K a year, so it doesn't matter if you make whatever $500K or $100 million a year. You just pay $100K flat tax. So they have that for expats.
Didn't know that. Free game, Chad.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool countries. But then I thought about it. I'm like, do I really want to be in Italy 6 months a year? So Dubai is just the easiest option. And the best part about Dubai is, I don't think anyone really lives in Dubai. You just kind of keep your clothes there. Dubai, you can...
Are you like that?
Yeah. You can be in Dubai like 3-4 months a year.
That's all you need to pay 0% tax?
Yeah. But as long as you're not anywhere else, like, for example, like, I can be in the UK 90 days of the year until they start, looking at it and like, okay, you're a UK tax resident. So I spend maybe 40 days of the year in London. And then I can be here 2 months, no issues. I can be in Cape Town, where I have a house. I can be in wherever, Bali, this place, that place. So, yeah, Dubai's elite.
You're really doing it, man. And this is where it confused me, and I've been thinking about this a lot. You were on Jordan Welch's channel, and you said that you were at your happiest when you were making like 10 to 30K a month. But now you got a house in Cape Town, you out in Bali, you went all these fucking multi-millionaire places like Dubai, places that like half these people in the chat don't even know where Cape Town is. Why do you think that you were happier at 10K a month?
Because everything is new and it's exciting, right? Like a lot of people, the stupidest shit I ever hear is, they say money can't buy happiness, but I'd rather cry in a Lambo than a Toyota.
Right.
And it's like, no, because the thing is, if you're crying in a Toyota, it's because you think
The Lambo.
it's because I'm not in a Lambo. Whereas if you're crying in a Lambo, it's because you're fundamentally unhappy with your life. You're fundamentally, you look at your life and you're not content. You're not living the life you want to live. And that is the lowest point in your life. Now, I love the life I live, right? I mean, my businesses are very, very boring. I've got a software company
why are they boring? So you...
I mean, they're practical. That's why. They're practical, right? And practical works. And I think everyone wants their business to give them the rock star life, when instead I think you should do what's practical, and then from your practical business, you live a rock star life. Like, I live a really fucking good life. but it's from really boring businesses.
Right.
From my software business, from my e-learning company. Like, these are really boring businesses.
Not fun to talk about.
They're not very exciting, right? If I talk to you guys about churn rate, lifetime value, MR, like, you're gonna lose half your fucking audience.
Yeah, I was surprised. You were saying, like, this. We were watching the video, your 17 side hustles. All of them were like YouTube, TikTok, editing, content creation stuff.
Yeah.
Why are you encouraging that instead of going into software or marketing?
Because, dude, software is tough, right? I've had.
And how did you learn how to do that if you're calling yourself dumb and low IQ?
So I partnered up, and by the way, I hate business partners. I think business partners are the stupidest thing on earth.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Jordan's my business partner.
But unless the other person really, really, really has a supplementary skill that you don't know.
Okay.
Right? So you guys are a perfect partnership.
Okay.
Right? Like, you guys are a perfect, whatever. You guys work perfectly together. Pierre, who's my business partner, he is actually the husband of one of my old agency clients. So basically, my agency client, her husband, Pierre, and then we start a software company together. He knows all the software stack. He runs the entire software team. Basically, I bring all the customers. So it's a good, perfect union. So, but it's a tough business. Like, it's really, really, really tough. And I had opportunities to start software companies back in 2018, 2019. I always said no because I knew my skill level as an entrepreneur. And back in 2018, 2019, I wasn't ready. Like, there's certain businesses that are really, 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 really tough. And, I think it's funny. One of my favorite things, because I'm very realistic. So one of my favorite things is I have friends of mine who make, similar to me, they make $10, $15 million a year. And they tell me, oh, I'm going to start a $1 billion company by the time I'm 30. And, and they're 20, 25, 26. And I'm like, no, you won't. Because the businesses you started right now is a 6 out of 10 skill level. And the business you want to start that unicorn $1 billion company is a 10 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And I know, as an entrepreneur, I'm not a 10 out of 10. I have a long, long way to go. But software was like, I started reaching that point recently. And that's really where the main money is. I mean, every month that the company runs, we're adding an extra $3 million to the value. Because the multiples on software is wild.
How do you live a rockstar lifestyle and also have a boring job? How does that offset? I want to hear more about, like, the behind the scenes stuff. You don't really do lifestyle content, right?
No.
You said that you wanted to do a chat. Let me type a W out if this is a good idea. So yesterday at dinner, he said that he wants to go to Cape Town at his house. And can you explain that? You want to bring...
I got a house in Cape Town. It's fucking like 12,000 square feet, 4 floors.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's like 4 floors. I've got my chef Kelly, security, personal trainer that comes over, like a full, like, massive CrossFit gym, like probably fucking like 4 times the size of this room. Super sick. Anyways,
life flex.
So
cool.
Anyways, I was thinking about kind of like basically like Avengers Assemble, right?
Right.
So like maybe you, me, Jordan, a couple other guys, 5, 6 different guys. I'll fly.
You said Hamza, right?
Hamza.
Yo, Hamza, you want to slide through?
Yeah, Hamza. Does your audience like Hamza?
We had beef, but he came back on the stream. I think we cool now.
So
yeah. I like his message.
Yeah, basically I'm thinking about bringing all you guys out, flying all you guys out, and we can just kick it for like 4 or 5 days, maybe stream every day.
What about Jadion? Jadion was in the chat. Do you know him?
I think I've seen him. You guys have streamed together. Yeah. Look, anyone. Look, we'll get like the best 6 people. I'll fly you guys all out. We'll fucking kick it for like 4 or 5 days. Hang out, go on some hikes in the morning, hang out by the beach. You go to some vineyards, all the fun stuff in Cape Town. Hit some clubs, and then do some streams.
I'm with it.
Yeah, so I thought that might be fun. I don't think that's ever happened before, where like a bunch of people like properly.
I'm kind of doing that tomorrow. I'm going to Romania with the Tates and Fresh and Fit, so it's similar.
That'd be sick then.
Yeah. What you were talking in Jordan Welch's video a lot about how. Can you tell my chat about how to become an entrepreneur you need to treat yourself like a corporation, like a business, saying that the life you live. I'm phrasing it poorly, but the life you live outside of in your personal life reflects your business life. Mm-hmm. Can you explain that? That really clicked with me, and I've never heard somebody explain it like that.
Yeah, so I mean, look, most people want to start. Is it the issue is you've got tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people looking at the same information online, and then one person continues to live in their mom's fucking basement for the next 5 to 10 years. The other person goes on to be a multimillionaire. They looked at the exact same information. Why is that? Well, the person who lives in their mom's basement convinced themselves, and fuck, I know there's going to be a lot of L's in this chat from this.
No, go ahead.
they convince themselves, no, I'm telling you, like, weed makes me productive, like, it makes me creative.
No,
like,
my chat is very anti-drug.
Oh,
You'd
okay,
be
thank
surprised.
God.
Like, even though we got weed smokers, we still know that drugs are gonna hinder. Look, bro, we agree. Continue.
Yeah, they're like, no, you don't understand. Like, weed makes me creative, blah blah, all this stuff, like all this fucking coping mechanisms. And as I said, one person they have the exact same fucking information, except one person runs with it and the other person doesn't. And as I said, it's because one person is at. I mean, I don't know what your opinion on this is. There's one person who's subscribed to 7 different OnlyFans, is choking the chicken 6 times a day, thinks that's healthy. Oh no, it's good. You gotta clean the pipes. You gotta. No,
we agree.
No. Right.
They were asking to talk about no FAP and semen retention. We are very against OnlyFans. We're telling everybody to stop watching prawn. It's bad for you. It's probably one of the worst things for young men. A lot of young men don't even talk to girls because they can just go watch prawn. Yeah. They don't even know how to interact with a girl because it's so easy to just go online.
It makes you feel like you've won. That's the issue. It's the hard wiring is, okay, you have done your mission. You've completed your mission. You've done your job. No, you fucking haven't. You still live at home with your mom. You're subscribed to some OnlyFans, and you've accomplished quite literally nothing.
What about psychedelics though? Some people are talking about shrooms and stuff like that. Psychedelics have really helped me to fix my mindset.
Dude, I did LSD for the first time when I was 15. So
yeah, me too.
Really?
Nah, I did shrooms at 16, LSD 17.
All right, so we're pretty similar, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big advocate for psychedelics. I don't think I've done it in a year. Sometimes there'll be periods where I don't do it for like a year. 2
Same.
years.
I haven't done it in a while. I just don't feel the need to right now.
Exactly. I think the thing is with psychedelics is if you'll know when it calls to you.
Right.
You'll know when the right time is. Have you ever done ayahuasca?
A little bit, but not much. I just saw shapes and stuff. I want to try it.
Yeah.
This shaman offered me to go out of Costa Rica and do it, but I didn't. I've been too focused on this. I'm afraid that I'm gonna like completely shift my mindset and stop the hustle right now. I've been so hustling, and I don't want to switch that up right now. I'm afraid of a psychedelic trip right now.
Yeah. Look, I think when you are on your mission, you know what you need to do, then
stay on that.
Yeah, there's no point. That's one of the reasons I haven't done psychedelics in a while, because it's like when you know what you need to do, there's no point having anything that might even interfere with that.
Damn. So what do we disagree on? Because like right now, chat, this is a great way to follow up from the last debate because this guy's way richer than me, and pretty much everything that I talk about aligns with.
All right, well, give me some of your most controversial takes.
I think you agree with everything. You were talking about having your MAGA hat. I think that the government is completely against us. Most people are brainwashed. They lied about the cough. They lied about. I don't want to get into it because I got some strikes on my stuff. I believe in. I think like there's a lot of stuff I can't talk about.
They lied about the cough. They lied about some certain towers.
Yes.
Bro, I remember. Bro, I remember when I was 9 years old. I was fucking 9 years old.
Watching those, and you said that shit in class. Everyone made fun of me.
Bro, I was looking at that shit, and I'm like, yeah. Some hillbillies in Afghanistan definitely took down those buildings. Yeah. And by the way, and they were talking about the Pentagon as well. Oh, except there happened to be no fucking footage. Except for the footage they released like 9 years later in 6 frames per second. Yeah.
Okay, we agree on everything. What about the moon landing?
Fake, bro. Fucking fake as fuck.
Okay.
Bro, the other day I put on my story because I'm like, that's the thing. A lot of you guys, if you watch my YouTube, it's because my YouTube. Like this year, I decided, okay, I'm actually gonna fucking grow on YouTube. I've been uploading on YouTube since 2015. When I was like 15 years old. That's the crazy thing with my story is you can watch back to me being 15 years old.
Me too. I've been on YouTube since I was 14. You can see I don't delete any of the videos. I keep them all up. Same shit with you?
Yeah, I've seen your shit.
Okay, cool.
But it's crazy because you can see me from the beginning of like, hey, I'm going to start a business, all the way to signing my first client, being in the office of my first client. So
you see yourself grow on the channel.
Bro, it's fucking insane.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's insane.
And that's why you got to keep your channel up and also post all your stuff on Rumble. You can link your channels on Rumble and then like copy and paste it. Yeah, so if they ever do delete it. No, it's really easy. You don't post.
I mean, I have some stuff on Odyssey because I uploaded a podcast, a 2-hour-long podcast in July of 2020 and then July of 2021 on the cough, and they gave me channel strikes both times. Yeah. So I had to put it on Odyssey. I don't know if you've ever seen Odyssey. It's like one of those decentralized platforms.
Probably kind of like, I'll check it out.
Yeah, similar to Rumble.
I support any like non-traditional, anything that's against big tech. What about the heating of the globe?
Fake. Bro, look, bro. Do you not notice they changed it from? I don't know if I can say it. Look, they changed it from warming to change. Mm-hmm. Because it's not actually getting warmer, but it's changing.
And of course, it's always changing. Yep. There you go. Okay, so we agree on everything.
But here's the issue. People will say when you say, "Oh, change is fake," right? sea change is fake. They're like, you don't care about the planet. I'm like, no, we are fucking up the oceans. Pollution is true, right? Like, we're actually ruining the oceans. Of course, all this plastic has to fucking end up somewhere. We are ruining the oceans, but the Earth's not getting warmer. That's a fucking fallacy.
Well, in Minecraft, actually, I think he's just joking right now.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
The game.
In the game, that's where it's not heating up. But actually, global warming is real.
That's true.
And the climate is changing. Climate change is bad. Recycle. Is recycling a scam?
No, reuse, reduce, recycle.
And I'll feel like a good person.
Yeah.
That's what we really think. Jennifer says, thank you for the 10. Really appreciate the beautiful cinematic feature that he made with Nabil. Absolutely incredible. That's all. What's that?
I think this guy called Nabil, shout out Nabil. Really sick videographer. Back in Bali, we did some stuff like 3-4 years ago.
Oh, dope. We'll check that out. I want to watch your videos now. We were just watching your motivational stuff.
So that's the thing I was saying. The issue is if you look at my YouTube, because right now I'm just playing into the algorithms. I think, I was telling you yesterday, I think we've grown like 105K in the last 30 days. Like we're on a tear at the moment.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
But I'm placating to the algorithm. So even my last video, I'll try to do a mass market topic and then still sneak in, some of the identity change stuff and how fucked up that is. And
be careful though. Trust me.
I know. But the thing where I really have like my real voice and my real opinion is on Instagram. That's why I'm fucking shocked.
For now.
My Insta hasn't been taken down. I feel as though like your Insta, you don't really post that much. Whereas your YouTube is where you post really like
stream all the time.
Yeah, divisive stuff. Whereas for me, it's the opposite. YouTube is where I post my more vanilla stuff,
and then Instagram is
and
where
Insta is where I
see what you're saying. So what do you think we disagree? I want to find something to. I'm a debater. I get on here and argue with people.
Open relationships.
We already talked about this. We have the same
opinions.
Closed for you. I know. Closed for her. Open for you.
Okay, and
that's how it's supposed to be.
All right, what about if you're married?
I would never get married. Fuck marriage, right?
Okay.
Marriage is a scam. Like, why would you need to get your love involved with the government?
Okay, but you'd have a life partner.
Of course. I have a wife, but I don't need a government to tell me who my wife is. I can make my own wife.
How many kids do you want?
4.
Why 4?
I want an oldest son, twins in the middle, and then another one.
Okay.
So that there's 4. I don't know. How many you want?
Maybe 2.
Just 2?
Yeah, I think 2.
Okay.
Like, bro, fuck it. Like, it's so much. I don't know. Either two, or I go Genghis Khan.
Yeah, that sounds fun too.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work though. Elon Musk has like how many kids now? And how many baby moms?
9 or something.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Why is it that I see a familiar pattern. I didn't like how Destiny was on the debate saying that like all the entrepreneurs that I know are just crypto guys. You've made your money through software.
I made some money with crypto, but the thing is, the issue is with a lot of crypto guys is they let it get to their head. I made, in terms of like actually cashing out, profiting from right at the end of 2020 to right at the beginning of 2022, I made maybe $7-8 million from crypto in terms of like actual profits that I took. But I always said I got lucky with that, like right time, right place.
Right.
The issue is a lot of crypto guys think like, oh,
they're really massive.
I'm a savant and I'm a genius, and like the issue is with a lot of crypto guys, and I get a lot of them in Dubai. The issue is, in times like this, they're budgeting, like they're budgeting, they're scared. And the really, really, really rich guys, they don't make their money from crypto. They make their money from the
oil.
Affiliate links in the description, like whatever. I won't say any names.
Whoa. Put me on a game. What is it?
Okay, so look, I won't say any names. I won't expose any people,
okay.
but I have a lot of friends. I say friends, they're not really friends. I have a lot of people I know.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of people I know, and they don't make their money from crypto. In fact, the crypto accounts that they're trading on, or doing their daily trades, that's not even their money. The crypto exchanges give them $1 million just for funny money, right? And then they do trades on there, and then they make all their money from the affiliate because. Basically, they get commissions on the affiliate in the description. So that's the thing is, some of these guys are. I mean, it's fucking psychotic. It's insane. I don't know how they live with themselves, but they're telling people, oh, use 5x leverage, use 3x leverage, use my.
So they're making money scamming off of other people trying to get into crypto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So okay. So you could be a bot with crypto too. Look, we're not saying that you're gonna get rich quick through crypto. You're saying that getting rich is hard work. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
No, getting rich is hard work. Staying rich is even harder work.
Okay.
That's really where people fuck up, right? Like I had one of my friends
at L-Stream.
No.
You're good. You had one of your friends at what?
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends earlier, and he was telling me, this is one of my best friends, and we were just kind of talking about how things are going work-wise, businesses, social media, stuff like that. And he was like, dude, you're fucking killing the game right now. And I'm like, that does not matter. What matters is where I am in 3 years. Because I've seen it time and time again. People come up and they fizzle out, and that doesn't matter. It's staying on top. Right?
Not falling off.
Yeah, it's not falling off.
You believe in God, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We agree on everything. And Ulysses, people are vouching for you on your podcast. Maybe I'll pull up, where do you say this podcast was at?
I think
Vegas?
Yeah, he said in Vegas.
He said, what's your favorite cigar? And then also somebody asked if you like Miami.
Okay, so we'll start off with favorite cigar. I'd say probably Romeo and Julieta Anejado Piramides or a Cohiba Behike.
Damn, you came in with facts.
One of those two. I
I'm
like my
like
cigars.
And he smokes. Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing.
But the thing
you
is,
drink sparkling water, right?
I grew up in London, so like it's
Oh,
just
it's
it's just
regular?
like
Okay.
I don't know, like it's just kind of more normal there. Like in London you have some elite cigar lounges. Plus, one of the best things about living in Dubai, this is probably another thing you don't know, is
all right.
in Dubai you can smoke inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like
Cigarettes too.
yeah, so that's the best thing. Like you'll have your dinner, you finish your dinner, and then you smoke a cigar
Inside the restaurant.
Inside the restaurant.
I'm trying to go. Do you think now that they're gonna get mad about the whole Muslim thing? About when I was dancing to when I was being disrespectful to the Quran.
Well, I saw you went on Three Muslims podcast.
I did the Good Redemption.
They've been trying to get me on.
Yeah, they're going up right now. They're
Yeah.
really on an upward spiral.
And I mean, I don't know. Look, because here's the thing, right? Like, I think you're very similar to me in the sense that like I will make fun of everyone, right? Like, there's no one that I'm not gonna make fun of or like, and I think that's just kind of in your personality. Like, you don't mean any ill intention by it. You just
I like to make fun of everything.
Yeah, you can kind of poke at different archetypes, and that's just your personality, and it's nothing.
So I'm good. I'm not gonna get.
What? Oh, in Dubai?
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
I'm
Bro,
good?
if you come to Dubai, like, trust me, if you come to Dubai with me, you're fine.
Yo, thank you, CK. Iman is the man. He's software company. Agency flow is fire. I don't know anything about.
That's my software company.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I wish I could tell you more.
It's
about
very
that.
boring.
Ryan Walker says, "Gentlemen, thank you. You inspire us all. Thank you, Ryan. That's what we're trying to do. Nobility. Yo, Iman, what's your opinion on building money through the day trading stock options with long-term investing on the side?" Thanks, Nobility. I see you all the time here.
Yeah, I mean, main issue with that is everyone wants to look at the upside, but no one looks at the downside. And I said this is one of my favorite things. Like I'm so realistic with things, and that's probably been one of the reasons why I've been so successful. Like, a lot of people in my position that have made whatever $30 million by the age of 22, they'd be like, I'm gonna be a billionaire by the time I know I'm not gonna be a billionaire. I don't have the skills, I don't have the ability, and quite frankly, I don't want to commit the fucking time or effort. Right? Like, some people are so unrealistic with their goals. It sounds horrible, but it's just the case. So I always look at not only the upside, but I look at the downside. And the issue is a lot of people that get into trading and stuff like that, they're only looking at the upside. Okay, yeah. Let's say you start off with $3,000 and you make you do a 4x. Now you have $12,000. Okay, what if you lose 80%? You literally lost all your fucking money, right? And people don't look at the downside with this stuff. This is why, when I tell people to start businesses, even on YouTube, my main focus is what businesses can you start where if you don't succeed for 6 to 12 months, you haven't spent more than your monthly Uber Eats order, right? You've maybe lost $50 to $100 a month in maintenance to actually try to get the business off the ground, right? Like, let's say if someone gets into creativity kit, what's your expense? Well, $49 a month. Let's say you don't get success with it for 90 days. Okay, cool. You spent $150 fucking dollars. You probably, most people in here probably spend more than on fucking Chipotle. Right. Whereas if you try to start investing in crypto signals and forex signals and all this shit,
The risk is much higher.
Yeah, the risk is much higher. Right.
Which is why I hate when people are saying, like, I was just on a debate, the guy was saying, go to college. The risk is 100. You can go into it's incredible debt. The risk of joining the creativity kit or learning online, 150.
Yeah, but the issue is like student loans. Like, they think even just with fucking Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Joe talking
wrong.
Even with Sleepy Joe talking about pardoning the student loans and all this stupid shit, right? Like, I think it implants in people's mind, like, they don't realize it's real. Like, I think if people saw on a table a stack of cash, they literally saw I mean, what is it, like $100,000, $150,000, $200,000? If they saw a stack of cash of $200,000 for their stupid fucking liberal arts degree, they would be like, oh fuck, like I actually have to earn this and pay this back. And by the way, I have to earn it, pay tax on it, and then pay it back. So I think if people actually realized, they would be like, oh fuck no, this is stupid. But the thing is, it's just student loans. I think people like in their mind literally think it's just like
It's not real.
It's not real. Like,
Because
oh, I'll
you
never
don't
actually
see
have to
the
pay
money.
it back.
It's
Yeah.
just numbers on a screen. Yeah. Yeah, but for some reason, I every day they call the creativity kit a scam when it's like, okay, we're adding actual value. I have 3 calls a week. You get a network with people.
Dude, for me, anything that's $49 is like, how are you gonna call it a scam? It's $49.
I think people just what I've realized doing this stream is that you probably agree. So people would so adamantly defend the matrix and defend the system that they're in rather than trying to improve. So when someone's saying this is the way to get out, instead of trying to apply themselves, they just try to call you a scammer, a liar, a grifter, a fake. But this is just based off of my experience, and this is a guy that's like probably 20 times my net worth, agreeing with me on every single thing I'm saying. And not just a guy who got lucky on crypto, a guy who put in the work. Iman,
Well,
what do you...
I did get lucky on crypto.
You got lucky on crypto,
but I also.
But that's not how you got your.
businesses.
Yeah, that's not how your most of your net worth is from your software company and your boring businesses, as you say.
Yeah, e-learning, advertising agency. There we go.
Not just a bunch of internet scams. Iman, what are your thoughts on the MRR and subscription business model? Also, are you scared of wearing Richard Mille in the U.S. or Crowns Rising? Yeah, what watch you got? That's a Richard Mille?
Yep. $500,000.
Yo, thanks, bro. Yo, Chad, I got a new watch, man. You can take this little dumb shit. I don't even want this.
Well, I love the Santos.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of this.
Thoughts on MRR and subscription business models? It depends what it is. Usually, if you're talking about MRR, you're either talking about SaaS or sometimes you're talking about e-com businesses, like for example, supplement companies where there's a monthly recurring aspect to it. In terms of scared wearing a Richard Mille in the U.S. where crime is rising. You'll notice today, I mean, I've got RM, I've got $100,000 on my other wrist, but that's
what?
Yeah, a couple Cartiers, Van Cleef.
Slight flex.
So yeah, none of that. No aftermarket bullshit. Factory. So yeah, but best part, you can just do that, right? That's why I wore a long sleeve.
Oh, okay.
So so in London now it's gone to a point where I literally have security because it's so fucking
Everywhere you
insane.
go?
Yeah. In London, everywhere I go. Dubai,
Everyone says that about London. I've been in London for the past 3 years, and
it just watches. Like, don't fucking wear that in London. Do not wear that in London, right? So
what are they gonna do? Fucking machete me?
Yeah, literally. No,
Run
seriously.
away,
huh?
Run away, bro.
Okay,
You can run away from a knife.
Bro, you're not gonna run away because here's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be 2 guys that come on a moped, fully masked up. They're both gonna have machetes, and what? You're gonna risk running? Bro. Oi, bruv, give me your fucking watch, bruv. Yeah, that type of shit. So yeah, look, in here, whatever. I was at dinner. I was at a nice dinner, so I was like, fuck it, I'll wear a nice watch. But in general, I'm going to Mexico. I'm taking some of my team to Mexico. It's one of my employees' wedding in Mexico. Don't wear a watch. Obviously, in fucking London, I wear no watch, or sometimes I wear like an old vintage Speedmaster, like 1972 Speedmaster. Like it's like $5,000. If they want it, they can take it. I'm not bothered. But in London, yeah, don't wear a watch.
So why do you keep going back to London if everyone keeps saying that? Tristan
London.
was just saying that. Oh, so that's why you go back?
Yeah, I grew up in London. Look, I will say also people, because I saw what Tristan and Fresh and Fit said about London. I think Tristan understands London a little better because he spent more time there. Like London's got a lot of fucking attractive girls. It's
no,
just,
it does. Oh, yeah, in the secret rooms or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like the thing is,
the membership. You be in those fucking secret places, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck? Oh, god damn. Yeah, when you walk around with those girls with the painted on eyebrows. Oi,
no.
let's take the challenge.
Yeah, if you walk down the street, like, here's some slang. Butters. That's what we call ugly girls.
Butters.
She's Butters. Yeah.
She's Butters.
Not a painting.
She's not a painting. She's Butters.
Yeah. So yeah, bro. London, like, if you walk down the street or you walk in fucking, a mall or something, like the girls are proper dead ting.
Proper dead ting.
Dead ting. Whereas, like, if you're plugged into London, you know the right people, you got a good circle there. Like, London has the most attractive girls in all of Europe. I'd say probably London has the most attractive girls. Here's the thing. So Dubai has super attractive girls, but also, I guess, a little bit more like Miami girls, like a little bit more fake, lips, tits, all that stuff. So I'd say probably. But the thing is, in Dubai, you will not find a obese girl. Like you will not find in Dubai, you don't find fat girls.
Nice.
Like fat doesn't exist. Like seriously, like fat girls in Dubai.
They're not allowed.
That's not a thing.
They get kicked out of the airport.
Bro, I've never seen it. Yeah. Right. So
Miami too is hard to find.
I don't know.
I mean, compared to the rest of America.
Bro,
compared to the rest of America.
I don't know, bro. I was at fucking Komodo. I saw a couple whales, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I saw a couple roly-polies. So, yeah.
Tell me some rich people shit. Like, Dubai is a place where all these multimillionaires, like, and you talk about these secret clubs and stuff like that in London. Mm-hmm. What is it like in there? What do a lot of normies like me not understand about these rich people clubs?
I don't know. What do you want to know? Like, look. So in Dubai, in London, it's a big culture. Dubai, not as much, but you meet some really good people in these private members clubs. Private members clubs, you have to have like a proposer and a seconder that basically vouch for you. Then you can join it. They do like they bring it up with their committee, and then they decide whether they let you in. And the thing is, it's also a good thing because once you have memberships of these places, like every fucking girl wants to go take a photo in the bathroom, because all the girls know, oh fuck, that's the bathroom at Annabelle's, or that's the bathroom at Arts Club, or that's the bathroom at these places. So it's a very sort of bougie thing. It's like London is a little similar to New York in that sense.
Yeah,
like
that's why I liked it.
It can be quite bougie.
Do you recommend that for other people? Is that something that other people should try to attain?
No.
It doesn't matter. It's just a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah.
What's some weird shit in Dubai? I've heard that they be pooping on the girls there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. You want me to lie? Like,
answer. Yeah, sure.
But I feel that that's like everywhere.
Bro, Miami don't be pooping on the girls. Not from what I heard. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. So yeah, look. There's a lot of stories, right? But there's a lot of stories. But look, at the end of the day, for me, I think Dubai is to live. It's the best place on earth because there's so much to be said about your safety. Like as I said, for me, it's dude, even just a fucking expense. Every time I go to London, I have to spend anywhere from $1,000 to £1,500 a month for my chauffeur and my security. Like that's already an expense. $1,000 to $1,500 a day, just so I feel safe.
Yeah.
Whereas, dude, in Dubai, I walk around with a fucking $500,000 watch, and dude, I can leave a $500,000 watch on the day bed at a beach club when I go in the water because I don't want to go in with my watch.
Right.
I come back, I have no doubts that it's gonna.
There's no brokies in Dubai.
No, there's a lot of brokies.
Really? Oh, there's just staff.
There's a lot of brokies, but obviously they have their passports. I mean, this sounds terrible, but like the thing is in Dubai, I know this sounds terrible, but in Dubai, like if someone works for you, if someone works for you, you take away their passport. But you basically have to tell the government, okay, this person works for me, they're under my care now, and yeah.
Wow, and that works?
Yeah. There's no crime in Dubai. It doesn't okay, look, sometimes you get some fucking idiot British people that come and
fucking British people.
Yeah, British people. I mean, look, I hold a British passport, but yeah, British people are fucking the worst sometimes, man.
Do you think how rich do you need to be to go there? Like,
what,
am I going to broke in a day?
What, to live there or go there?
If I want to go there for a week and just like get a sense of the vibe, poop on a bitch, and then come back. Quick little poop, come back.
I mean, look, if you, I don't know. Look, the issue is my like perception of things are warped. Like for me, I don't know. Look, if you go there,
yeah, he doesn't know, bro. He's too rich to even.
I don't look. If you go there, like let's say $10,000 for the week, you'll have a fun time.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like you don't need to be spending like $100K.
All right, bet.
For the week, like $10K, you'll have a good time.
Iman, what are your thoughts on college and partying in your early 20s? What would you say to those grinding in the early years who feel like they're missing out on the college partying experience?
Look, you're not missing out on anything because, quite frankly, and this is actually something I'm super
You can figure it out in a week. It's not that complicated.
Yeah, and no, I mean, on the missing out part of it, like, I'm even cognizant of it being 22. Like, I mean, you're 24, I'm 22. And I even have a lot of fucking friends of mine, they will not touch. I have female friends. Maybe that's something we disagree on. Female friends.
You have female friends?
Yeah.
That's some European shit.
Yeah, okay, you see, this is the guys.
There we go, finally.
Okay, there we go. Because look, the guys I know who have the most girls, they all have female friends because their female friends are soldiers. I have female friends of mine. When I go back to London, if I'm fucking tired, I can't be bothered to, if I'm going back to London, it's first night. I don't want to rally up 15 girls, rally up the troops. I'm just fucking tired. I tell my female friends, I'm like, I'm coming. They're like, okay, cool. We're meeting here. We've got a private room for 20 people.
Have you fucked them before?
Yeah, of course.
That's not a female friend.
No, that's the truest friend. You know why?
Okay, I agree.
That's the truest
I agree.
friend. No,
I agree.
every single one of my female friends I've slept with.
But
That's
most
why
of them.
we're friends.
Most of them. Like,
That's why
I
we're
think
friends.
to be a female friend, you need to just fuck once to just get it out the way.
Exactly.
So you know you did
no,
it.
no, that's why we're friends. It's the truest friendship because, dude, I have female friends of mine where we sleep in bed together, and
You've never fucked?
No, of course we have.
Okay,
No,
okay.
No, we've slept together, so there's not that like, oh, like, dude, I have female friends of mine. I come back to London. I come to the hotel room. They're there. I mean, it's either my assistant or my female friends. They're there. They unpack my bags. They hang my shit for me. You know, if I'm leaving, I get my female friends. They come to my hotel room. They pack my stuff for me. I'm not gonna fucking pack my own bags.
Okay, so we agree, but it's just the terminology is different.
But-
you consider them
no.
friends. I'm just like that's just a bitch I know.
I don't agree. Because I'll wingman them. I'll set them up with other guys. It's mutually beneficial. Dude,
Okay.
there's nothing on earth. And as I said, look, dude, I've seen it all. I've seen all the pickup guys. I've seen all the manosphere guys. The guys who get the most successful women
Have friends.
All have female soldiers.
Soldiers.
Their friend.
Soldiers and friends are different terminology because my friends I've never fucked. I wouldn't consider like.
For me, I don't agree with that.
I agree with you. I see what you're saying.
We're
I see what you're
we're
saying.
the truest friends because we've slept together. so
Because
we
there's
know
no sexual
nothing there.
tension.
There's nothing there.
It's not a fake relationship because you already got it out the way. I do agree on that. Chad, you're saying LD Gen. I don't understand how that's degenerate.
It's fun.
It's a good point.
Dude,
We don't disagree.
Dude, here's the thing. As I said, I knew it would be L's because I said the people playing at like out of 10, the people playing at like a 4 or 5 level of abundance with women, they're like, no, you can't be friends with a girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
so I have female friends that are super attractive. I can go out with my female friends. I can go out with 3 female friends, a couple guys I'm networking with. They're my fucking soldiers. They pick up other girls. And you fucking idiots are the guys who think it's smart to go to the club. You're the fucking idiots who think it's smart to go to Live and split a table 5 guys, 5 dudes, do some champagne showers, thinking you're gonna get a fucking girl.
No,
like
it's disgusting.
Look, it's just a different level, and it's that I've always seen it at like the lowest level.
Chad, he's right. He's right.
I can tell you right now. I can tell you right now. The guys at the highest level, they have a lot of female friends, and they have friends as I said who are their soldiers. I agree.
Okay, but do you have like a female friend that you would consider on the same level as your male friends, though?
No.
Okay, that's
No,
So
and,
that's
by,
why
and by the way, you only get that level of loyalty. Like you only get that level of loyalty once you slept with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So friends with benefits, you could say.
No, because we don't sleep together.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
But you have. Okay.
Because here's the thing: we've slept together. There's no chemistry there. So like, I don't know. Look, some guys like are fucking dirty dogs, and they'll just sleep with anyone for like. I'm not like that. For me,
You need a connection and all that bullshit.
I don't even need a connection, bro. Like, of course, I need a connection, but if someone's bad in bed, like, if you can sleep with anyone you want, are you gonna go back to bed with someone who just there's nothing?
mid.
Like I always say, like, having sex with someone, it's like it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad in bed. In the same way, like, let's say you do ballroom dancing and I do salsa, and you're a great ballroom dancer and I'm a great salsa dancer, and we dance together, and we're not a fucking match. It doesn't mean you're a bad dancer, I'm a bad dancer.
There's
It just
no
means
connection.
We don't know how to dance together.
Right.
Right. So.
There you go. Iman, I'm working on a digital marketing agency, mainly focused on copywriting and content management. What advice could you give to find high quality prospects? What strategies do you find best? Yeah, how do you network with the top level people? How do you find big clients?
Well, look, once you finding big clients is all about finding small clients and then working your way up from there. I mean, you mentioned 2 things right there. You said you're working on 2 different business models or 2 different services. You gotta focus in and you gotta niche down on one. Like, the thing is, you're trying to chase 2 fucking rabbits at the same time. There's no point. Like, I see this all the time. I see people trying to start multiple businesses or working on 2 different services or 2 different niches at the same time, and they're so dumb that they think I couldn't even be successful with one, but I'm gonna be successful with 2. Mm-hmm. Right? I see people starting multiple businesses and they're like, I haven't even been able to be successful with one business, but I'm so smart that I'm gonna have 3. So, I'd say that's...
So just work your way up slowly.
Yeah, I'd say, look, work your way up slowly. My first ever client I got was in August of 2016. It was 380 pounds a month. So, like $450 a month. And for that, I was doing... Back then, I had a creative agency. I was doing 30 unique Instagram posts, 30 unique Facebook posts, and 4 unique YouTube videos a month. And I was shooting and editing the content. I did the math. By the time that I worked everything out, I was literally working minimum wage. Like, the amount of time that I actually spent on that client, right? So you start off with your small paying clients, and then you just, you work your way up from there.
How do you network specifically, though? You must meet a lot of like those high-level people in Dubai, Cape Town. These people. What do you think is the secret? There's something we've been talking a lot about on my stream recently. How much of networking do you think is just dick sucking?
I think networking is like. Oh man, this is gonna annoy some people. I think I think networking is one of the biggest loads of shit on earth. Bro, like people talk about networking all the time. I'm like, why are you networking? Your friends are fucking losers. You don't have a network, and your network doesn't benefit you. I'm gonna be honest. Knowing you has absolutely zero impact or effect to my income. It has zero effect to anything. All
It
of
can
my
help your YouTube channel.
Huh?
It's gonna help your YouTube channel.
It's. Yeah,
but you don't need that type. You don't need that income,
bro.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. It'll help my YouTube channel. It'll help my YouTube channel, but bro, my YouTube channel is gonna 100K subs in the last month. I guarantee you by the end of the year I'll be at 1 million. 100%. Like, so I get what you're saying, and I guess there are some situations where it's a unequal exchange of value, right? But in general, your network actually doesn't do that much for you, unless you're successful already. Your network now, it's important for you to network because you're already successful.
Okay, so you're talking to brokies. It's not important to network.
Yeah, for brokies, just fucking stay inside, do your fucking work, and get to, like, I see this all the time, and I'm sure you get this. Oh, can I buy you a coffee and pick your brain? No, you can't fucking buy me a coffee and pick my brain.
Okay, that's not networking. Yeah.
No, but people think like, oh, here's the thing. When one loser networks with another loser, it's just two fucking losers networking. Nothing comes from that. Bruh. Like, look. If one loser networks with another loser, it's just two losers hanging out together.
Yes, two losers.
Right? So here's the thing you do. You go out, you be successful, and then the only fun aspect of networking is just having other cool friends to hang out with. Right? Like, I'd say that's probably one of the best things is you get to a certain point in life, and then you're successful, and you just have other cool guys that are also successful, and you can just do cool shit together. But most of the time, that doesn't actually necessarily affect your income, which is a lot of people think that networking is going to affect my income. So, that's what I'd say. But I guess also here's the thing: like, I don't come from the social media world.
It's completely different. See, you don't see the benefit of something like this because like the type of network I guess that I have, like the people that watch my stream, they could see this for the first time and be like, yo, now I want to have Iman on my podcast or my stream or something like that. But you don't need this. You're here for the same reason that like the Tate brothers are doing this. They're doing it to try to wake people up, just having fun, chilling. Yeah. Like you don't need YouTube. Yeah. People like me, right, need it. Yeah, I need this.
So I guess I will say that maybe I'm just projecting on,
L stream battery's fucked up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe I'm just projecting, but
that's a feminist word. I don't really.
Okay, let's how do you want to rephrase that?
Bomboka. I don't care. There's more questions. Iman, do you believe that the time to become a millionaire is running out?
No, I just think it's getting better. Right, like it's the wealth gap is growing at a level it's never grown before. The disparity between rich and poor is fucking insane, and the last 2-3 years just accentuated that even more.
Way more.
So, look, you've got all the tools in front of you, right? You've got literally every single fucking tool right at your disposal. As I said, it just comes down to, do you want to say that weed makes you productive, or do you want to think that sleeping 4 hours a day is actually healthy? It's funny, like in a podcast I said, look. Most of it comes down to stop smoking weed, stop drinking, stop
drinking.
Yeah, but you're successful already, bro. Like I drink a lot, but it's fine because I'm at the point that I need to be, right?
Yeah.
So,
pull up. No, don't alcohol. I'm an alcoholic. That's disgusting.
So, yeah, most of that really comes down to just get sleep at night. And I have a lot of people who are like, oh, but you slept 4 or 5 hours a night when you were building your business. And I was like,
that really?
Yeah. But also bear in mind, I was in school. Like I physically had to be in school between this time to this time. Right. So yeah, most of it, just get enough sleep at night. All right. Stop watching this, fucking Gary Vee 24/7 telling you that you should, get zero sleep and stop smoking weed. Stop drinking alcohol, stop eating shitty food, and your mind is clear. And when your mind's clear, then you can actually get stuff done.
And you meditate, right?
Yeah, and meditate.
We have a $5 donor, first girl I saw in a while. She said, sending positive vibes, good health, and success your way. Question, what advice now would you give yourself 5 years ago? I hate this question. It said, how about, can you give girls advice? What do you think girls are getting? Maybe there's some female entrepreneurs watching, and where do you think girls are misguided nowadays?
Misguided in what sense? Because there's so many ways.
What's the main one?
I see a lot of. Okay, so the main issue is I see a lot of girls who are career women that think their career is going to have any effect on their chance of locking down the sort of guy that they want, and it's just not. You know, I've literally dated girls that are 25, 26, a lot of them with, you know, big social media followings. You know, there was one girl who makes $2 million a year, and she's like fucking, you know, very attractive girl, like, you know, a couple million
posting
followers.
on OF?
Huh?
Posting on
No,
OF?
OF. No. Like, she had like a clothing brand partnership. So she had a.
She makes real money.
No, yeah, real money.
Is she hot?
Yeah, very.
Oh yeah. Well, she posting the clothes on Instagram.
Yeah, but not naked or anything. Like, it's like very like classy, like chic European clothing and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And she got like a $2 million advance this year, and she makes, you know, very, very good money. And she always like, whenever we're together, like, she's always very like, tries to push on her accomplishments, and I'm like, you realize like,
no one cares.
I don't give a shit. No, I tell girls, I'm like, look, I don't.
Nobody cares.
I'm like, look, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And the sort of guy that would give a shit is not the sort of guy that you want.
Right.
Right. Because the sort of guy who would actually give a shit is the sort of guy who doesn't have financial abundance in his life.
Right.
And girls don't want that. Like, look, dude, it's so funny. I've seen girls post, you know, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman, blah, blah. And then, look, in private conversations with me, they're like, yeah, I just want a strong, dominant male who will take care of me.
So they're all just trying to look good on social media.
Yeah,
so trying to be girl bosses for this image.
Yeah, they want to look good, but...
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'd say that's probably the most misguided thing is, you know, girls
independent queens,
you know,
stallions.
It's funny. I was saying this the other day. You know, 100 or 200 years ago, women would be brought up being taught how to lock down a high value guy. Mm. Like 200 years ago, girls' moms would be like, "Here's how you
get the husband you want.
Here's how you get the." And these days, it's like, "Here's how you get the."
That's oppressive. Yeah, it's oppression. Whereas to try to find a man.
Yeah, you know. So yeah.
So yeah, we literally have agreed.
But bear in mind, like, also I come from like a single mom. My mom was the youngest of 7 growing up in the Soviet Union. So like a lot of the it's funny. A lot of the things that are surfacing now in the last like year and a half, like. Dude, my mom's like, I just grew up with this. Like, to me, this is normal. Like, by the way, this is not a good thing. Like, I don't say this with pride, but just to give you an insight as to like what my mom's like. It's so funny. I was 19 years old, and whatever. This is not a good thing, by the way. So chat, fucking, I know you guys are gonna spam L's. I did a very not good thing and, you know, cheated a few times on my girlfriend, and I was basically telling my mom about it. You know, I was telling my mom about it over the phone, and she was like. She was like, what does she expect? She's with the 19-year-old multimillionaire. Why is she upset? Like, facts! So look, I know, look, I don't say that with pride. Cheating isn't good. I think lying isn't good.
Lying isn't good. So you got to be honest about it now. So you have a mutual understanding now?
Yeah, look, of course, like, open, but, you know, on one side. But the point is, like, this is just what I just grew up with this stuff, right? Like, I guess having a Russian mom, especially the place where I'm from in Russia is also, you know, my entire family is Muslim. My name's Imam, it's Arabic. So, you know, that was just the way I was raised from a young age. So, yeah.
How Islamic are you?
Well, not very.
Yeah, you drinking, stuff like that.
Drinking.
Haram. I need a haram button.
Yeah, drinking, bro. Coming here, because in Dubai, you don't really get good bacon. So.
You eat pork too?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good.
But how often do you pray? Do you go to the mosque?
I pray, but I don't go to mosque. So I pray every day. Yeah. And I believe in God. It's just,
There's a lot to follow.
I don't prescribe to religion yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm exactly, bro,
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
When you're ready, it'll come to you.
I'm guessing, let me guess, because we've agreed on, were you an atheist for like, in your teen years? Never? Fuck.
Never.
That's the only thing.
Bro, never.
You've never been an atheist?
I was 7 or 8 years old, literally praying to God.
You never had like an edgy atheist phase?
Never.
Okay, cool.
I was called atheist. Even in school, I used to call atheist idiots.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. I'm sure we came from the fucking Big Bang. So what do
you think about evolution?
No. I like evolution. Like I don't know. I don't believe it.
Bunch of garbage.
Look, there's things that I know for a fact, and I'm just so well educated on. For example, the jib jab, right? And there's stuff like evolution I just haven't looked into that. Like, for example, stuff like, you know, the weather changing, right? Like that I just know for a fact that's a scam, right?
Recycling is a scam too, right?
It's also a scam, yes.
Okay. In Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft. So, yeah, that's that. But when it comes to evolution, I haven't done much research on it, but yeah, I believe in God, so I don't particularly believe that we all came from a fucking Big Bang and then we evolved from monkeys or it's funny when you look at like those like Nat Geo things and it's like we actually evolved from a tadpole that became a whale that then became a bird that then became like no.
Just joined GCC. Excited for all the features to come. What's GCC?
GCC. It's basically like my private. It's like a men's mastermind. That's a NFT project.
Okay.
Yeah.
What advice can you give to help make female friends at the high levels, i.e., at the table or private events, dinners with models or other highly attractive women?
Just friend zone girls. Like
you gotta fuck them and then you gotta like them a little bit, but not enough to keep them as your girlfriend. There you go.
No, look. The first step is just friend zone them. Right, friend zone them, and look. At the end of the day, there needs to be some exchange of value. And by the way, an exchange of value could literally be they look good on the table. That is already value enough, and most guys don't realize it. If you're out with 3 attractive girls, how easy is it, do you think, to get another 5 or 10 girls with you?
Not that hard.
It's not very difficult.
Not that hard,
right? So even if they just look good at the table, that's already their value, right? So I think a lot of guys just need to friend zone girls, and that's the first step. Then you can get to the next step, which is sleep with them and then make them your female soldiers. But first, just friend zone them, right? And yeah, then they already bring you some value.
How old do you want to be when you have kids? I've been thinking about this one a lot. At first I said 25, and now I'm 24, and now I'm saying 30. Fuck that.
Like if all things go to plan, maybe 38.
38?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a lot of time.
Yeah, I got some time.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Can you ask Iman what his idea of God is? I want to explain mine. I want to see how much it aligns with you.
Okay.
My idea of God is very broad. I don't like the idea that God is a man in the sky. Like that this is what I don't. It never made any sense that God would be a person. Like if people are saying like, oh, you think God is gender fluid? No, I don't even think God is a person at all. I think God is like this sounds corny, but it's like I think God is like the ocean, or sometimes when the breeze hits the trees in a certain way, or when you feel love and you feel that connection with somebody else, there's God right there. God is everything good. God is just love, is good. It's a connection. It's how everybody has some sort of connection. It's like when birds all fly in the same direction, or when there's karma that you know is real, when something happens to your friend from across the country and you feel it, that's God. That's my idea. I want to know what you think about that.
Yeah, look, I'm in alignment there, and I think, I don't know, God is like an all-knowing energy, and it's hard to describe God because it's so. Look, do you pray?
Yeah.
Look, when you pray,
Not enough.
When you pray, you experience what God is, right? And it's something bigger than yourself, and you basically, it's that feeling. Look, I feel as though you and I both have pretty big egos. When you pray, and when you're really tapped into divine
you
energy,
let go of your ego.
Your ego's gone because you realize that you're dealing with something that's
It's greater than you.
Greater than you.
Yep.
Right, and it's all-knowing energy.
Yep.
So for me, that's my experience of God.
I didn't think you had a big ego. I've heard someone say that when you did the stream with Jordan. So I didn't watch the stream, but I saw someone in the comments. People were saying that you have a big ego. I asked Jordan about that, and he said like your message could be changed a little bit. Like what you call people poor or something.
I don't know. Look, here's what it is. I think this sounds terrible, but like, I don't know. I think a lot of people say things that they want, that they think people will receive well. I don't give a shit, right? And as I said, like there's a lot of people who give advice that are, I don't want to say at a low level, but at a intermediate level.
Low level, yeah.
And once you get to the highest levels, right? Like I'll give you a perfect example, dude. Everyone fucking hates Dan Bilzerian.
Really?
A lot of people are like, oh, he's
Tristan
an idiot.
was just hanging out with him.
Bro, he's a genius. People don't fucking realize how smart that guy is. A lot of people discredit him because.
So who hates him? Like the internet or real?
No,
people?
like a lot of guys will be like, oh.
Real life people?
Yeah, a lot of real life people, or like a lot of people on the internet will be like, oh, he will basically just like, because if you ever listen to any of his podcasts or any of his interviews, he's playing at such a high level that most people just can't comprehend. Right? Because they're playing at such a low level, and once again, like this is also the, this also kind of parlays into the whole, oh, it's not smart to have female friends thing. It's guys who are playing at such a low level.
They don't understand.
They can't. They haven't played at a level where they understand
right.
the actual benefits. Right. So I think sometimes the thing is, for me, I say stuff like, for example, I just made a I made a list of the 7 best purchases to make in your 20s. That was a YouTube video I made. One of them was spend money on clothes. You know, if you get like most of finance YouTubers are like, you got a penny pinch and don't spend money on clothes.
Fuck
it's stupid.
that.
And I'm like, no, go and fucking spend money on clothes.
So that you make the
go,
money back.
Go get that shit tailored. Go feel fucking amazing in what you're wearing.
And then you want to make more money.
I say go buy a watch, right? Most of them will be like, oh, that's stupid. I say, oh, go find a hobby, not outside of your business, has nothing to do with making money. Go find a hobby. You know, recently I started playing tennis. Growing up, tennis was like a very like rich person thing. So
now you want to play it.
So now, like, you know, now that I have a bit of money, I want to learn how to fucking play tennis finally, right? So that's a hobby that has nothing to do with making money, but it's one of the best things I can do, right? Because it's like I'm a beginner again, right? And it's that feeling of like being shit and overcoming it. So like all of these things, you're never gonna find that in your traditional sort of online self-help, this, that. So like not to, you know, put anyone down, but there's a lot of people, I'm just being honest, like
Brokies.
like
Dummies. Wages.
bro, honestly, there's not even brokies. This sounds terrible, but there's a lot of people that people listen to that aren't at the level that I think people think they are, and they give advice, and once you get...
You know what Kanye said?
Halfway.
I don't take advice from people less successful than me. If you're not successful, then what you... Like, there's a lot of people who start giving self-improvement advice, and they're like, you haven't done anything. You start talking about picking up girls, you only fuck 20 bitches. You start talking about how to make money, and all the money you made is about telling people how to make money. It makes no sense. You can't listen to these people. So I guess that's why people think you're aggressive or egotistical. I think it's realistic.
Dude, I still got an ego, and I gotta work. But
What
also,
do you think the ego is?
Dude, I mean, dude, I'm 22. Like, I got a lot to learn. You know, I remember...
Where do you think the ego is? And I want to see if it's similar to what people think mine is.
I mean, my ego is... I don't know, I think I still... And this is a lot different to, for example, 2019. 2019 or 2018, when I first started making money, if you met me, probably within 10 minutes, I'd find a way to sneak in how much money I was making. I was one of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
I was one of those guys, right? Because, like, I felt like I had something to prove. You know,
you wanted validation.
Yeah, 100%.
I was like that too. Like when I'd be like, when am I talking about my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You know.
So you know, and now I'm sure once
now I actively avoid talking about it in public.
Exactly. I mean, by the way, I can fucking attest to that. We were at a restaurant the other day, and some guys were coming up to him, and he was like, "Oh, you know, you're that guy. You're famous. You're famous." And he's like, "No, I'm Jaden Smith's brother." Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'm the forgotten Will Smith brother.
Yeah. So you know, I know for a fact, or you know, I can really attest to that. So. Yeah, I think I still have 10 or 20% of that, where I still feel like, you know, I still have something to prove. So,
when did you get rid of that? How did you get rid of that validation seeking? I think a lot of guys watching this are in that phase right now.
I think, look, there's a lot of people out there, and you know, I totally understand. There's a lot of people out there where they want to be that guy, but they're not that guy yet. In 2019, even though I was making fucking millions of dollars a year. And I was, I made my first $1 million profit, you know, because a lot of guys talk in revenue as well. I made my first $1 million profit in a single year at the age of 18. So
crazy.
You know, 2018 I made my first million. 2019 I made 2 million, or right around almost 2 million. So even though I was making millions a year, I still didn't feel like that guy. Like my reality was there, but my identity didn't match up to it. So, yeah, you know, I think. You know, once you walk this path long enough, you realize, okay, this is just me, right? Like, I don't need to prove anything anymore. Like, my accomplishments speak for themselves.
So what is your ego?
I still have 10-20% of that.
When does it come out? I haven't noticed it yet.
I don't know. Like,
when's the last real life example you can give where you thought back, like, man, I probably shouldn't have...
Dude, I think...
And Chad, he doesn't take dumps on chicks. I'm saying that's people in Dubai. He doesn't do that.
How do you know that?
He does do
I'm
it.
kidding.
Yeah, when was the last time it's come out and you've been like,
dude,
man, I should have checked it?
I don't know, maybe like podcasts and stuff like that. You know, podcasts, sometimes I'll come on podcasts and I still feel like maybe I've got something to prove. But also the thing is, I think sometimes I sound so bougie, and I think people think that I'm trying to sound bougie, but I don't know. I think as well, it's like, just I grew up in London, you know, so I grew up around a lot of money. I just didn't me and my mom didn't have any. So I just think, like, I don't know, especially for an American audience, I might come across pretty bougie, and you know, I get a trust fund a lot of times, And it's so funny. I posted a screenshot when I was first moving to Dubai. When you open your company, they need to know your mom and your dad's name.
Yeah.
And I messaged my mom. I was like, "What's my dad's name?" And she was
You
like,
didn't even know?
"I don't know my dad's name."
Wow.
Right. My biological father was alcoholic abusive. So, you know, my mom tells me my mom tells me the maddest stories, and my mom is a fucking soldier. She'll be at dinner and she'll tell me the story, and she'll basically, my mom can't swim. So she'll tell me the time, yes, and then, you know, I upset your father, so he take me to lake and he just put me in the ocean. And like, bro, she'll tell me like the fucking craziest story. She'll be like, "Yes, so one time."
Sorry for laughing at that.
Bro, I don't blame you. Like, but it's just fucking wild when she says it with a straight face, you know. And then she'll have like a little sip of wine, and she's like, "Yeah, so the weather, like, bro, it's the fucking craziest shit." Bro, she'll tell me like, you know, she pissed off my biological father, and he, you know, the car was moving. He would just open the door and throw her out, and she had broken legs. Bro, like the fucking...
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up.
Bro, it's fine. It's the craziest shit, you know? So, you know, it is very funny. I remember I posted a screenshot. I put it on my story because I messaged my mom. I was like, what's my biological... what's my dad's name? And she's like, you don't have a father. Because my mom still types like a Russian, even though she speaks perfect English.
You don't have a father.
She's like, you do not have father. he is not on birth certificate. And, yeah, I don't know. So it's funny. So when it comes to ego, as I said, I think sometimes people as well, just because I don't know, I'm kind of more European, I think I come across more bougie, but it's just, I don't know, I guess growing up in London, you know, I'm just very different to a lot of the American crowd. Yeah.
Okay, any more questions, chat? I gotta get packing for Romania tomorrow. Have you tried DMT in the past? If yes, have you achieved God realization? If you did, you will know what I'm talking about.
I did ayahuasca. Never done DMT.
That's the same shit, I think, pretty much.
Slightly different.
Where did you do it?
Mexico. Yeah, 3.
In a forest with a shaman and shit.
Yeah. Invite only. It was actually one of my clients at my agency. He invited me. Everyone there had to be making at least $10 million a year. So there was like a couple billionaires there, and
flex.
And it was fucking.
Anyone I know? Any billionaires I know? Or just like
nah, bro. Like traditional, fucking once again traditional businesses.
How do you become a traditional billionaire, bro?
Fuck. I mean, all billionaires are traditional.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I don't know. So yeah. So I did ayahuasca 3 times over 4 nights. So yeah, I did that.
You didn't like trip DMT and like, whoa, I'm only here because I'm rich.
No, not really.
Okay.
I think it's because it's obviously ayahuasca and that stuff makes you very airy-fairy, but sometimes it makes you lose touch with reality. So I think sometimes if you do ayahuasca, right, and you're with some people who are just backpackers, I think you're living in 2 different realities.
Right, so you can't connect with them.
You know, whereas like everyone there like understands what the struggle is like. You know, like they understand what it's like to have the fucking weight of the world on your shoulders and have 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, 500 people whose lives you take care of because they work for you, right? So it's, yeah. So never done DMT, done ayahuasca.
Same shit. It was great to have you on. It was first live stream, right?
Yeah, first live stream ever.
Well, you streamed on Jordans before.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but that wasn't the same.
Yeah. So yeah, I learned some lingo.
WL. Dono.
Donation.
Yep. There you go. That wasn't that hard, bro. Bomboka. And you'll come back on the stream. They seem to like you. Chat WL on Iman.
You see, I think it'll be 50-50.
No, it's gonna be 100%
I don't know, bro. Like,
I'd be surprised. Look at that. Look at that. Your ego's good for. Do you even see 1L? And no, so now they're gonna put L's just because I said that. But look at that. Look at all overwhelming. I don't even see 1 on the screen right now. I don't see 1. There you go.
All right. Well,
I'd love to have you back.
No, Cape Town.
In Cape Town.
We'll get the boys together.
Let's do it.
Get the boys together. Spend a few days at my crib.
We can link in Dubai too, bro. Look at that fucking W stream. Look at that. This information is really needed. I'm glad to have you on. No, genuinely, I would really like to do this again. And the only thing we didn't agree on was, or not agree, but you were never an atheist before. I just had that edgy atheist phase. But yeah, I'd love to keep hanging out. Much longer are you in Miami for?
Here for a few days, then I'm taking some of my team. It's actually one of my employees' weddings, so I've got some of my team meeting in Miami, and then we're flying to fucking the small city in Mexico, flying there for 3 days, flying back. So I'll be back here on, early October, here until like the 7th of October, 8th of October.
So yeah, you'll be here when I get back. I don't know how long I'm going to be in Romania for, but Chad, I'm going to be gone for a while. The title of the stream wasn't clickbait. This is my last stream for a while. I'm going to go to Romania, link up with the Tates and Fresh and Fit. Also, Luke Belmar is going to be. You know Luke, right?
Yeah. He was on the stream.
Of course he does. And I think it's the end of season 4. Off to a good. Well, we'll see. I'm probably going to stream in Romania. We'll see what happens, chat. Stay in tune. Follow. Where should we follow? Plug it up real quick.
They'll find me if they want to find me.
I like that. You know the vibes. I was about to go say my plugs. Okay, fine. Patreon.com/SNEAKO. That's where I re-upload all my streams. The Creativity Kit. We got another call on Monday, 4 p.m. Get out of the Matrix, man. And follow me on Rumble, SNEAKO Live, and Real SNEAKO. Peace out. Be safe. Follow God. Love y'all.
Boom.